tonight. Oh, we got Silk and Big D in the house. How exciting is that? I'm pretty excited about that. Rich and Tones are absent. We're going to discuss every NFL game in as close to 30 minutes as we possibly can. Got that to look forward to. We got trivia. We got top picks. We got beer. I'm JT. We're the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys. This show is BS. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ready, dope.
All right, let's do it.
This is the 50,000 watt voice of the numbers guys in the Motor City.
And now, live from Studio 8B, it's time to BS with the guys.
Well, what is going on, Numbers Nation? Hey, if you're seeing us on YouTube, man, is it great to be with you. I'm really excited. It's another beautiful Thursday night here in the studio. Nice and cool tonight. Hey, and if you're seeing us live, as some people already have, please feel free to chime in the chat and say hello. We'd love to hear from you. And if you'd rather text us, if that's easier for you than chatting, you may do that as well. That text number is going to be TNG Live 007. And for those of you that have problems with letters and prefer just the numbers for that, it's going to be 864-548-3007. And listen, folks, if we provide you any sort of value tonight, maybe it's a cookie recipe from Big D. Apparently we have cookies tonight. I'm excited about that. Maybe it's a hot betting tip from D-Dub, the leader in NFL handicapping here on the Numbers Guys. Do me a favor. Do us all a favor. All you got to do is give us a like. Looks like this is a thumbs up. And please, what we really appreciate is your subscription. That would mean the world to us. Now, next to me, to my right, your left, for the entire hour this week, we got my boy, D-Dub. What's going on, buddy?
I'm still mad at you.
For what?
Giving me a hard time in the text.
Oh, you like that?
You just
I was laying it on thick.
jealous.
like that?
I wouldn't say it's jealous.
I didn't realize you were the jealous type.
I'm not a jealous type.
You had
What
a
I
couple
don't have to
bad
be
weeks.
jealous about.
You had a couple bad weeks.
Couple bad weeks.
And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you see that somebody else having success, and you're like, well, geez.
I just was saying your pick sucked. That's all. It was a dumb pick. Wasn't anything. I wasn't trying to be mean about it. It was just a stupid pick.
That's
you
a
know,
stupid
said it on
comment.
the show. I was on the
Stupid
Dolphins. You
comment.
went with the Rams. It happens. You know, there could be a disagreement amongst friends. No,
You're on my S-hit list.
I'm on the S-hit list. You look pretty nice though tonight. I don't know if that makes you feel any better. You look like you
Funeral.
funeral. Did you get that? Did you get that from the Mr. Rogers store at Somerset? Is that what that's from?
Yeah, I did. It just,
Looks pretty good.
thank you.
All right, sharp, man.
PBS was make a certain donation.
Next to you, my oldest boy, son of a numbers guy. What's going on, Big D?
What's up? I'm not mad at anybody.
No, you're not mad.
No.
You're looking sharp, though, with that
Thank you.
glossy Lions jacket.
That is beautiful.
We'll get
That
into
is
it
pretty
later.
sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And the hat. All out. Are you a Lions fan, Big D?
Maybe.
Okay. All
Trying
right.
to figure it out still. Undecided.
You'll get there. I'm a Browns fan tonight. Next to you, the man that's against us in the Silk Chi-Chi's Challenge, but everybody's favorite guest here on the Numbers Guys. Silk, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just hanging out.
Fan of coconuts, you are.
Trying to cool down. I've just been on fire.
That's hard, man. It's hard to cool down sometimes. Ask D-Dub about that. Both of you guys are just, you're in fuego.
I try to stay humble, Jorel, but these guys just, they can't handle it. Somebody else has a little bit of success.
Yeah.
Hey, I've said it all along. I'm happy for you. We waited. Well, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it. Hey, thanks for joining us, Silk. Should be a good show tonight. And you guys know the way we start off every show? Dom, do you know what this is? How we start off every single show here on the Numbers Guys?
Libation.
That's, yeah, you're right.
Tasty beers or fine bourbons for our face holes to try. It's libation exploration with the Numbers Guys.
And We are back in Studio 8B. Tonight's libation, courtesy of, we got two of them. This one's courtesy of Jorel. Two
Do I need to
libations
open these?
today.
You guys got a way to open them? You want me to send them back and I'll open them?
Yeah, we're going to have to return the sender on these.
All right.
Let's talk about this one first. This is,
Send that to JT.
oh man, Rich is missing a bad night.
This is, they told me that
This
no one,
looks good.
they said that no one probably has had it because it's brand new. And
Okay.
and I was like, well, I want something really good. And they said this was the winner. I think it was $19 for 6.
That's not a good deal.
No,
However,
no.
hopefully it's worth the price here.
One of the pricier 6-packs I think I've ever bought, actually. That's pretty expensive, right? 6-packs are supposed to be, that's pretty expensive, right? Do we need one more?
Yeah, but for the craft stuff, I don't think that's all that bad for a 6-pack.
That's
really.
pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't buy 6-packs much.
You know, a lot of
Unless
times,
it's a Peroni.
let's look at let's see what the website has to say here. This is Oakspire. Oakspire.
So it
from-
has something to do with the Four Roses bourbon, maybe?
Yeah.
Never even heard of that brand, but
I think it's a better bourbon.
It is. It's in collaboration with Four Roses. Let's say, what's the ABV on this here?
what's
9.
up, Lisa?
9.
Oh, 9? Woo. Wow.
9%.
Man, Gary's starting to chat off
9%.
with some cold bets, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says bank the Eagles. Starting it off cold, Gary.
Yeah.
And what's
let me
up, Lisa?
Let me get with the chat here. You got Snoop, Gary K., our chief political analyst. He says hello. What's going on, Snoop? Good to hear from you. Look forward to hearing from you again in 3.5 years. The next time we
this
need
is-
our political commentary. We got Eagles minus 3.5 from Snoop as well. He says bank it. I kind of like that one. Lisa Montgomery, not familiar with Lisa Montgomery's work. She says, what's up, my guys? Oh, I know Lisa Montgomery. That Lisa Montgomery.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
I'm
going
glad
on,
she's
Lisa?
in there because she told me to tell you guys she loves you guys.
Is she broadcasting it on the airwaves over there?
We're on every TV. Loud and clear.
No kidding.
That would be sweet.
That would be pretty sweet. What's up, Lisa? And then Dooms J says JP.
Oh, yeah, that's my sister, Jocelyn.
What's up, Jocelyn?
It's got to be her.
Is she the one overseas?
No, those are my nieces
Gotcha.
who just signed with Greece and is flying out tomorrow.
Nice. Good for her.
Girl's balling.
Balling all day. And, you know, I'll tell you what, while we're sampling this,
This is phenomenal.
tonight's libation is brought to us by somebody that's very near and dear to Dom's heart. His mother has a Facebook group called The Perfect Piece. She does a bunch of woodworking.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really incredible stuff. Let me go ahead and show something that,
Yeah,
that
that's
she made
sweet.
here. Check that. You might have to go towards Daryl with it there.
Oh, wow.
Yes. and
The
she-
burnt wood look, that is awesome.
Isn't that
With the
badass?
Honolulu blue in there.
Yes. And she is.
Blue, silver, all of it.
Is that a drink tray?
It's a flag.
It's a
It goes on the
flag.
wall.
Well, I saw the back of it, and I thought that maybe put it on your put your drinks
Well,
on it.
I'm sure you could do that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But
either.
Daryl, just in case you couldn't tell by the stripes and the stars, it is a flag.
I got that. Sure.
He's learning. He's learning how that
It
works.
would be sacrilege probably to put drinks on a flag.
But it's got the hooks on the back for the flag and everything and whatnot. So
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's pretty
pretty
sweet.
cool.
So she custom makes all this stuff.
Michelle does?
Yes,
No
yes,
kidding.
of a perfect piece. And let me actually, there's a link to her Facebook group in the description of the video. All right, and what she's doing is for $10, you can get in a raffle. She's only taken 10 people, $10 in this raffle to win that flag right there.
this exact flag.
That exact flag. So we're
One
gonna
of one.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna return it back to her after the show. But if you're interested in that, $10, that's a great deal. 1 in 10 chance to win. And let me just throw this up here on the screen real quick here. So this is the Facebook group, The Perfect Piece. She does all kinds of woodworking, right now. It's not just flags, but
Not just
lately
flags.
I noticed a lot of flags.
Lots of flags.
Check these out. Red Wings. You like that? What's $70?
75.
$75 for that. You want something custom done? She can do that too. $75. Any logo you want, anything you want, she can do it. And all you have to do is join that Facebook group. Oh, this is our
Where did she acquire that skill set?
A lot of free time, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I was trying to think her father, your grandfather,
That would
was
be-
he a woodworking guy?
No.
So she had to acquire the tools and
bought them all herself.
the knowledge. That's
A lot of
impressive.
trial and error.
That is very impressive.
She does a lot of stuff, not just flags. She does, what did she do recently? She builds like decorations for like walls at Elizabeth's and my girlfriend's mom. She did a wall decoration. It's like Scrabble letters, and they're probably, I don't know, 4x4.
Oh, that's
And
pretty
it says
cool.
like a bunch of different things that have to do with like the family and whatnot.
But with the Scrabble concept, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I forgot my cousin. He has like a small bar in his kitchen, and he did that burnt wood look on his bar. He handmade or he like put together the bar stools, and he did the burnt wood look on it. And it looks sweet.
Oh, that's pretty
I
cool.
love that burnt wood look. I think
Yeah.
it looks sweet.
We did a shelf for their garage because they just made it into a man cave, and the bar that they bought is all burnt wood. So
Yeah.
we matched it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
we did a couple of them.
This thing's really cool looking. I really like this.
Yeah, really cool. And for $10, you have a 1 in 10 chance to win it. So go in the comments. I'm sorry, not in the comments, but in the video description, there's a link to her Facebook group. Just join the group, and there should be instructions on there on how to get in the raffle. And if you see anything else you like, I'm sure she'd be happy to make it for you as well.
Of course.
All right, back to the beer.
She's
Back
got
to the
a
beer.
man cave in her garage.
I guess it would be a woman cave.
Elizabeth's
Oh, gotcha.
mom and stepdad do.
Gotcha. Because if you were in his mother's garage and you were staring out through the street,
Yeah.
you'd be staring at the house I kind of grew up in, my grandparents' house.
Oh, that's
what,
cool.
What are the odds of that, right?
It's just wild.
Yeah.
Very wild. All because of that giraffe. That's the
That'd
only
be a
reason.
cool. That'd be a cool painting.
Yes.
A view from the back of that garage looking at that house.
Maybe we can do it out of burnt wood.
Yeah, but no, this is, hold that up one more time. This shit is routed in there. It's not just painted on. It's routed in
Yeah, that's just nice. It's
Right?
very nice.
and then painted. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah,
it really
the
is.
Lions logo. Oh, that's all routed in and hand painted.
Yeah, that is cool.
Very cool.
Very cool. And did I mention that she's making one for the numbers guys? Did I mention this?
I think you did.
So we appreciate that.
that's
yes.
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
Pretty
thought
cool.
you were joking, but that's a real thing.
That's a real thing. It's gonna go right behind you there. We'll have to move some of them
Oh,
bottles.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. How about this beer? Oakspire from New Belgium.
Home run.
Home run. Jorel, what do you think? Do you want to go first here on the score?
What is it? 5's the max, correct?
Yeah, let me put this on the screen. Actually, it's probably a good idea.
I would drive across town for sure.
Driving across town for this shit is
I'm gonna say 4. No, I'm gonna say 4.5. I really like it. It's what's the percent? It feels like a 9. Yeah, it feels strong. Kind of tastes like you get that bourbon, like where you don't get that alcohol kick on a shot or like a neat, but you still get that bourbon taste in it. This is one of the better beers I think I've had. I really like it. I'm gonna say 4.5, maybe even higher. Give it a 4.6. This is one of my favorite beers, I think.
4.6. That's a pretty damn good score. What are you guys thinking?
I'm echoing what Jorel just said. 4.6.
Is that what this is? Is like you have pale ales, you have different types. Is this a bourbon barrel ale? Is that what this is? The type of beer?
That's what it says.
It's a
would you say?
Belgium,
It's on
It's
the
a
ale
ale?
family.
New
apparently.
Belgium. Sorry.
It's a as far as the bourbon barrel beers, I think this might be my new favorite.
Oh, you've had experience with bourbon?
I think last week the one we had technically it had more of a vanilla slant to it.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
This is very there's very it's very subtle. Like there's nothing
Subtle, yeah.
offending or overpowering.
No.
Sure.
You know what else? It kind of hits like a nice strong when you have an IPA. It has that like hit after to it, like that stronger beer, like almost like I'm drinking an IPA because I was waiting for the headaches to start kicking in already.
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense what I'm trying to say here. Like
You get
it
that kind
hits
of that-
like the good IPAs because I don't like IPA.
I'm gonna sip this. I'm not gonna be slamming it because I know it's 9%.
Yeah,
Well, that's how you have fun.
yeah.
I get you a straw and you can just stick it in there, leave some air, and just pound it.
You'll have that sweater off in no time.
If you're lucky.
Well, if I'm lucky.
I'm a fan of the button-up sweater look.
No, I like
I
it.
wear
It's a
that
good
a
look.
lot. I
thought-
like it.
I thought he was on trial today, but turns out he had a funeral to go to.
You don't have a white Bronco?
Is that an OJ reference?
I would be.
What do you think, Dobby?
I think you guys said it pretty well, but I'm gonna rate it a 4.8. I think it's really good.
Yeah,
I think it's
wow,
super
I love that.
smooth.
I brought a good one.
Yeah, it's super smooth.
Daryl, what'd you give it?
4.6.
Yeah, you said it was one of the better ones. Yeah, this is
I think so.
right there with a Peroni, man.
This is like you're just gonna probably have one of them, but not because it's not delicious, just because
It hits like that
it'll,
strong IPA.
it'll screw you up after a while.
Oh, we gotta take you somewhere.
I'll have 2 for
college
sure.
parties or something.
I've been to college before, believe it or not.
Frank the Tank. Is Frank the Tank
the
get out
Tank.
there?
I'm going 4.6 as well.
Wow, let's
I'm
go.
gonna fall right in line. I don't like it quite as I like the one we had last week a little bit better, but not by much. And actually, I had one last night that was a cherry bourbon barrel beer. This is better than that by far.
I mean, you can tell it tastes a little dark, but it doesn't. Like normally that would bother me, but that doesn't bother me. It tastes like a stout a little bit.
Shout out to the boys at A&B. The younger kid in there, I forgot to get his name. I think he said he was going to tune in too. I just said to them, I want something that no one for sure has had. I go, what's the newest thing you have, and what's really good? And he took me right to this. He goes, they haven't had this, and this is good.
Okay. Where's A&B at? Is that over?
Van Dyke North of Hall Road.
Gotcha. All right. Shout out to A&B.
Almost on the corner of 21.
Gotcha.
That's the that's a good one.
Those guys will get you anything too. If you're looking for something, they can find it for you. They've been there a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, shout out to them. That he went right to this. He like had one in his head, and he was right.
Yeah, but I think you said it right. It's like almost IPA-ish, but not.
It hits like an IPA,
Yeah.
but it's not disgusting like one.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
You guys are going to be disgusted by the beer that I brought in.
Yeah,
However,
Slam, yeah.
in between, we got to cleanse our palate, right? And Big D
good
brought in,
call.
his girlfriend made us some cookies that we need to try, she said. And we need to rate them, I guess, right, Tom?
Yeah, you have to.
All right.
This
Same
might
type
not
of
be
beer
the-
rating, 1 through 5.
1 through 5.
The best palate cleanser.
We got to cleanse your
It'd be
palate.
good though.
All right.
Oh, these look good.
I wish if they were warm and a little bit soft.
Yeah, I feel you. Fresh out.
What,
Yeah.
chocolate chip?
I'm going to keep that in mind with rating because I understand what you mean. I love the warm right out.
Let me see if I can't.
It's more than chocolate chip. It's
wow. Chocolate chunk?
There's dark chocolate, toffee pieces, and it's made out of what is it? It's not brown sugar, but it's some sort of brown butter.
Brown butter, where you
Yeah.
take the butter and you put it in a frying pan until it turns brown. Then
I'm
you
on
put
the
it in
same.
the fridge.
I'm on the same as the bourbon. I'll drive it across
Yeah.
town. These are phenomenal.
they're
You
really
can
good.
barely taste the LSD.
Well, I had to put a little bit more
Steve.
salt on them too, just because I like a little bit of salt on my cookies.
That's
It's
maybe
sweet,
what I'm
salty.
liking. Salt.
No,
Wow.
really good. Shout out
Sweet and
Liz.
savory.
Yeah, those are like my favorite cookies.
Very good.
Damn, really good. I'm going to have to get that recipe from you. I'm not going to make them.
What are you going to do with it?
I'll pass it along to my wife.
Oh, that's I'm at like 4.7, 4.8. That's a good cookie. I'm not even lying. That is so good. Throw some ice cream on that when they're heated up.
dude,
Oh, it's
imagine
over
that.
with.
Yeah, imagine that.
Throw some. That's a perfect Pizookie deal right there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what
What's
it
your
would be
girlfriend's
like
name?
coming out
Elizabeth.
of
Elizabeth.
The oven.
Nice work. Nice work.
Oh, it's got a little bit of that salt you put on there, Dummy. Mm-hmm. That's good.
I seen Christina came in the chat. I want to say what's up to her. Her daughter's an up and coming superstar. This girl is. Jameer Gibbs is her favorite player. This young girl wants to be a varsity football player. That's a goal of hers already.
Okay.
And I've seen videos of her. She's just an absolute terror in any sport. She snipes with her foot. Like, she's awesome in soccer. So, what's up, Christina? Hopefully you're still out there. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Christina. Appreciate it.
We're just smacking our lips right now in the mic. I can hear her.
I know. I'm chewing out loud. All right. I got to finish chewing this cookie.
Well, that good. I mean, the toffee's gonna
Really
do that,
good.
right?
So it's funny. I've been working in. I've been helping Shaker's Bar and Grill out. I've been working over there, and we ran out of what is the popular one? Two Hearted. Mm-hmm. So everyone seems to go to Hop Slam as the backup. So it must be a pretty good beer.
Yeah, Two Hearted's like the only IPA that I like.
This is one of my all-time favorite beers, period. This one's courtesy of me. So, Hop Slam Double IPA. I'll put this on the screen for you guys.
Yeah, you like.
If you live in Michigan, you've probably had it, unless you're up here in the studio right now. I guess you haven't had it. But it's a double IPA. It's got a little bit of honey to it, though. So it makes it a little sweeter than most IPAs. And ABV on this one, 10... What is this? 10%, I want to say? I can't find it. Yeah, 10%.
This is the one that they used to be very hard to
10%,
find,
9%.
right?
Yeah, they release
trying
it,
to
once a year, I believe.
10%, 9%.
And it would be flying off the shelf. Now I'm
Yeah.
guessing now they're producing more. You know, it's a money game.
Sure. Yeah, it used
But
to be a big deal when
Be
Hop
hard-
Slam came out.
Hard to find it.
Yes, but now it's a little more accessible.
Did they
Still delicious.
Did they extend the production range or?
You know, I'm not sure, but I can tell you that every year it's a little bit different when you get it.
The way Daryl was holding it, I thought he was going to shotgun it. I was laughing. He had it sideways like
Don't
this.
do
Getting
that.
ready.
All right, I'm excited to see D-Dub, because you don't love IPA, right? But you're...
Yeah, not as much as Tones.
No, Tones is probably the biggest IPA fan on the show.
I have to say though, and Daryl's right. Every single time everyone drinks an IPA on here, they're always like, "Dang, this is pretty good." Daryl said it in a previous show. He's like, "I'm starting to think that we all like IPAs, actually."
Yes, say
Because
what you want.
me and Tone hate them.
Right.
We hate them.
And he gives them 4 5s and shit all the time.
It is
Anthony
funny, and
does.
they've all been, even the one. I don't remember the one we had when I was sitting there, but I even
Dog
liked
one?
it.
The dog one?
Was it the dog can one?
Maybe.
It sounds right. If that was an IPA, it was that night. We
Yeah.
had 2 beers that night.
Yeah, that was the dog can one. Yeah, I think Rich brought that. All right, D-Dub, I'm going to let you...
You ever shotgun something like this, Jimmy?
I've never tried it.
No.
No. I will do it, though.
I don't think that would be a pleasurable experience.
No, probably
mouthfeel.
not. Probably not. What do you think?
I like it. A solid 3.8. That's pretty good, right?
Pretty good for you, yeah. Yeah, sure. Dami?
I don't think it's the worst. I think,
Oh, boy.
I mean,
You start out that way, it's
Well-
not going to be a good score.
I like the hints of chocolate you get.
when I
You notice that? And the toffee?
when I first put it to my mouth, I inhaled, and that was a mistake because it was just IPA. That's all I could taste was, pine.
Yeah, the hoppiness, right?
But it's not bad. I mean, but I don't like IPAs though either. So
So
it's just, I mean, you could taste it tastes almost a little citrusy in my opinion, more than honey.
It should. Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's going on with the can. Is that an artichoke?
That's a hop. Son.
That's what a hop looks like.
That's a hop. Yep.
Might as well be an artichoke. They
What
look
exactly?
disgusting.
What exactly is a hop? Is that like a real thing?
flower,
Like if
yeah.
I looked up a hop, that's what would pop up.
That's exactly what popped up.
Interesting.
That's what beer is made of.
Yeah, but IPA is made out of, I think, something else.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
A lot of hops.
Lot of
lot
them.
of
A
love.
lot of them.
Hop in like butthole or something. I don't know.
Jimmy can tell you the
doesn't
story
like
about how the
Yeah.
IPA
Yep.
was.
Yeah, he's right. It's exactly.
invented,
I'm
right?
a bit of an IPA
Tell us the
archivist.
story,
I don't.
Jimmy.
I couldn't tell you the story.
It has to
That's
do with the
bullshit.
British Empire and how
They all taste the same.
they took over India,
Really?
and then they had to find a way to keep the beer from going bad.
So they threw some-
loaded up as much hops as you could
As
possibly.
many artichokes as they could throw
This is
in
true.
there.
This
and-
sounds like the story
I
of corned beef.
This is the story that
with the salt.
this is the story that Danny Moffat told me. I don't know.
Oh, it's got to be true. Danny Moffat told it.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just every IPA I've ever had. That's what it tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same.
I don't like him as much as Tones, but
No, you don't.
I mean, it's okay. What
No,
did I
he's
give my
not loving
rating?
it.
I,
Did
I
you?
didn't,
No.
I didn't give my rating.
No,
I'm
you-
gonna say a 3-2.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna not kick it out of bed.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
If it's the only thing there.
Yeah. Any port in the storm.
I'm not. I can't even drink the rest of it. It's a 0.5. Get this shit away from me. Holy crap! I hate IPAs, and this just reminds me how much I hate them.
I'll slide it down my way. I'll go ahead and take care of that for you.
Yeah,
You've got the
yeah.
herpes,
I only took
herpes
one
under control finally.
I took one sip, so give that,
Perfect.
pass that boy down because I know those aren't cheap either.
All right.
what's a six?
It just reminds me of
20
what
bucks,
I hate
22
IPAs, and that is honestly just so bad to me. Like I just can't do it.
All right then. So that didn't go over very well. I bet your Tones
But
would
you
have
get
liked
it.
Rich
Yeah.
would have gave it a 4.
This would be I think Tones was here. He'd say
Yeah.
no way either because I think me and Tones have the same vibe on these IPAs.
Sure.
But that I just can't do it. It's just that I'm just not like he said. It's artichokes and butthole.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how they made it. I can't
And
do
I
it.
don't like artichokes.
Right.
So it's not even a fair argument for me to judge IPAs because I hate them so much. So it's just one of them flavors.
It really knocked you out. Speaking of knockouts, what do you guys think of the Tyson Paul fight coming up here?
That's smooth.
You like
That's
that?
the
pretty
larceny bourbon. The larceny bourbon smooth transition of the night.
Of the night. That was it. It really knocks you out. Speaking of, what do you guys? You guys have any action on this at all?
I think I'm gonna. What time's that at? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 8 o'clock
8
on
o'clock.
Netflix.
I think I'm just gonna do Tyson because I'm a huge fan and I like Tyson. But I've listened to fighters talk about it and they all say it doesn't matter. Paul is training enough to where he should win it. And another thing that I hate, and I hope, actually, you know what? I'm betting Tyson knockout. It's in the contract. If Tyson knocks him out, he makes less money.
I didn't know that.
And the type of person Tyson is, I hope he knocks him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I agree.
It feels like it's more of a Hollywood show than anything.
I think it is.
I think people learn from Money Mayweather. Like Jake Paul's one of them snakes. He believe he's the one that screwed a bunch of fans on crypto deals too.
Mm-hmm.
So he already proved. Is that the right one? Yeah. So he's already proved he's a snake. So it could be one of them, just Hollywood matches like Tyson. This is what's going to happen. Blah blah blah. But if it's a real fight, Paul should win. But Tyson's got the. I don't know. It's so weird. After that, what was it? Holyfield? Who did he just fight?
The one who he bit
The
ear off
exhibition?
the guy?
No,
not
the
that
exhibition.
one.
The one where he looked really bad. And
Talking
this
about
is years
Paul?
later. Huh?
Who are you talking about right
Tyson just had
Tyson,
an exhibition fight with one of the old timers.
He had 2. He lost both of them. right? Not that long ago, or I shouldn't say
The
not that
last
long
one
ago.
I
Probably
seen,
5 years ago.
The last one I seen, he looked bad, and how can he's got to look worse now? I don't care how hard he's trained. He shouldn't win.
I think he was really out of shape though for those, wasn't he?
Yeah, but now add more years. He's old already.
Yeah. Okay.
And you got a young stunner. What's Jake Paul? 26.
He's a youngster.
Yeah, my problem with Jake Paul though is
Can he take that punch?
Well, not even that. It's just he's like Tyson is a. Where is he at? He's basic. I mean, he's a known and well known fighter to the point where like he's not fighting amateurs. He's not an amateur boxer.
No,
right?
yeah, I'm with you.
Paul's still considered an amateur boxer, and the fights that he's had, in my opinion, besides maybe one or two of them, it's like, what are you doing? Like Tyson Fury, I think he fought him. That's probably his best match that he's had in terms of skill. Well, in terms of skill level, like Tyson's going to be the best person that he's going to box now until whenever he declares not an amateur, and I think Tyson's going to kill him.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So like on a tactical standpoint and points measure. Is kind of what you're saying. Like Tyson knows when he's down a couple points, he'll get him back.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like Tyson.
I agree with that.
Like Paul's still an amateur fighter, and he's only claiming to be an amateur fighter, and he's only fought amateur fighters.
Yeah.
And what I say, to my friends or whatever, it's like Jake Paul's, the people that he's fought, I don't think deserve to even be in a boxing ring. Like, I mean, his first fight, who was it? Ben Askren? Is that who it was? Like, that's a ground fighter in the MMA.
Yeah.
That's not a boxer.
Yeah.
Like, these people that you're fighting, like, they have no business putting on gloves and getting in a ring with you. Like, if you're only training for boxing, that's the same thing that we saw with McGregor and, who was it? Mayweather? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, as long as Mayweather doesn't get knocked, he's going to win that fight tactically no matter what.
Exactly. Like, you've trained your entire life for this, and then now you're stepping out.
Wow, you make
of your
really
realm.
good points. You just sold me on taking Tyson even more, though, because it makes sense. No, he's right, though. On a points level, right. As long as no one gets knocked, on a points level, Tyson knows how to win that fight.
Right. And, the only argument I have against myself is that Tyson is like 90 years old and Paul is, 30 or whatever it is, 29, something like that. And so he's got the youth, but like at the same time, it's like the training that you put into it. Like Tyson has been fighting his entire life as a boxer. Paul's what, 4 or 5 years in?
This is a professional, but a tier 1 elite, best of all time type guy that he's going against too. Yeah, right. It's great points.
And the way I look at it is, okay, so Paul loses. He lost against Mike Tyson. Paul wins. Don't care. He beat Mike Tyson, even if he's 90. Like, it doesn't matter. Either way, it's a win-win for him.
Another thing I've seen some like serious fighters say like you're a dork for wanting to take down the champ like this, like for that reason. Like if you lose, so what? You lost to Tyson. And I forget who it was. He was calling him out. He's like, you better be fighting me next so I can show you what, like you're a young dude going against grandpa. Like let the legend be a legend.
Yeah.
Or you better take one for the legend in a way. Like
that's
I forget
my
who was saying that.
It's just like fight somebody at your level in your league.
Yeah.
Stop fighting all these like random.
But it might be like I was saying, a Mayweather climb the ranks snake move. Like, how can I market this perfect?
Would he really be really proud if there's a picture of him at the end of that fight and he's standing over a knocked out Mike Tyson?
Yeah,
I think he would.
Wouldn't you?
I think he would be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Mike Tyson.
Wouldn't
Think
you?
about it. How many belts has he won?
Nobody on earth can say
58
that.
years old.
But nobody on earth can really
it's
say
still,
that.
It's still Mike Tyson.
Underestimate.
There's one guy on earth that can say that.
Yeah.
Now he'll be the second.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, DJ
what
Jazzy
I really
Jeff isn't
hope-
writing songs about Jake Paul.
I really
Writing
hope,
songs
though,
about knocking out Mike Tyson.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I really hope we don't see like a Hollywood, like a scripted, like you guys, this is kind of how it should go. I want to see Mike Tyson come out like old Mike Tyson, like screw every rule, I'm coming to kill.
That's what I hope.
I will be
that's what
so
I hope
happy.
happens.
Did you guys see Jake Paul's?
Because this is considered a professional fight, though. Like this goes on Tyson's record, I believe.
Yeah,
it's not an exhibition.
Yeah.
So come on, Tyson, come out like an animal.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see Jake Paul's little earpiece that he wore? It was a diamond like ear cover for the top of his ear, and his caption was "Oh wow, stay protected" or something like that.
Doofus.
Yeah,
it's pretty weak. I'll tell you what I took. I got Tyson. It's plus 250. Tyson to win by KO, TKO, or DQ. Because I thought if he's going to win, he's got to win early, right? He's not going to. I know it's only 8 rounds and 2-minute rounds, right?
No, I feel you on that.
But I think if he's going to win, it's going to be by knockout.
I just don't think he
Well,
can
and
knock.
if you've seen, but I don't know if you've seen him sparring, his punches are
still there?
crazy.
Are they
like,
still there?
He's hitting hard.
Even half of what he used to be is a death wish for most human
Of
brains.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, you want
especially
him
like
to
you're
punch
saying,
you.
a young guy that's never taken real punches. What kind of ounce gloves are they wearing too? I didn't even look at that.
14.
Is
So
that-
the big soft gloves, which doesn't help the Tyson argument.
What do the real pros wear? 9?
10. Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that doesn't help. Then Tyson in late rounds. I mean, 7th round, 6th, and can you bet it'll go after 6 and Tyson?
Or you can bet, yeah, whatever you want.
That's what I'm thinking. After 5 and Tyson, that's what I'm gonna play.
And I think like stamina wise, it's going to be pretty even too. So I think it'll go late rounds because I mean you look at Tyson,
really?
like I said, he's going to be. I mean he's what did you say he was 58? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's 58. He's more out of shape than he was when he was boxing in his prime. Tyson or Paul has put on how much weight to get there.
That's true.
Is he
get to
fighting
weight
now?
class. Yeah,
Right.
he's fighting way up.
Well, they that's a key thing when you're betting on UFC. The old fighters taught me was when you see a guy a little bit jiggly, a little more fat, he's gonna have more energy throughout the fight. When you see someone that's had to like put on the muscle will gas out faster. When you see a jack dude,
But
Yeah.
he does got to win early. That's what I'm saying. He's had to go up.
Is Paul going to be used to that?
No,
Like,
no,
exactly,
you're making a
that's what I'm
great
saying.
point. You're selling me on Tyson like crazy. All these points he's making are like, wow.
You got something on Tyson, Dommy?
No,
Not yet. Probably want to get on that.
I
I gotta
probably
believe
should.
people are putting money on Tyson.
they should. I think they
Paul
should.
would probably be a good value, actually.
And you got, chat saying about the money Jake's making in the fight. Jake's making like $40 million more or something like that than Tyson.
Wow.
He's making like I think it was 60 million for Paul and 20 million for Tyson,
And
or 40 million
said-
for Paul. 20
Christina
million for
said
Tyson.
he's going to need the money to fix his face.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. I love that she's on Tyson too.
Yeah, dude. Christina, I'll read the chat real quick. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry.
Anyone like my age and older is going to be on Tyson.
Oh, yeah. That's why
Knock
I
this
fall into
punk
that group.
out.
Not this punk Paul. GMAC2284 says, thanks for taking my comment. First time caller, long time listener.
Who is that? I'm trying to figure out who that was.
GMAC2284. I don't know.
State yourself.
And then Christina F again gives us some hearts. She says, thank God we don't have to really pay for this fight. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That just comes with your Netflix subscription.
Interesting.
And then it's a good thing that Jake is getting a lot of money for this fight because he's going to need it to fix his face.
Yeah, 20 million.
There you go.
My
$20
sister
million
thinks
difference.
Tyson's knocking him out too. She's kind of one of them lucky, like, if she believes in something, it happens. She's really lucky
Yeah,
with
tomorrow
this
night
shit.
our jaws are just going to drop because Jake's going to eat him alive or something.
It would be sick if it was like a 6-second knockout. Tyson just brings the old school uppercut, fight over,
Uh-huh.
ruin all the entertainment, and just, I'm Mike Tyson.
Also, we got Doomsday saying he's watched hundreds of hours of Tyson fight. He don't care how old he is. One good hit, Jake is kissing the mat. And
She's
then,
right. Yeah, my sister's right.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then-
he's locked in. Like, you watch the videos of him, he is just, especially sparring, he's just going
I
to
did
town.
see the last few, and it looked like he's dialed in. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hoping for. Do it for us, Tyson.
Yeah, do it for the numbers, guys. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. And then Christina adds at the very end, 40 million for Jake, and Tyson gets 20 million.
Is that the guarantees, and then there's extra bonuses?
That's the guarantees,
Answers of
yeah.
facts, the
I'm betting
sums of
Paul.
Stats, the
That's probably
czars
good.
of knowledge that isn't learned in college.
If,
it's the numbers guys trivia.
If Tyson wins,
Hey, we should before we do this, we should do any early picks.
Oh shit! Anybody got any early picks
do.
tonight? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
if Tyson wins this weekend,
Yeah.
the whatever
You got my intro for this or no?
whatever casino the crack man was talking about takes a 8-figure bath. That's $10 million minimum.
Well, I think Paul's the favorite.
Yeah,
Wow.
they haven't
Wow.
adjusted their number.
Yeah.
All the money's on Tyson, and they still have Paul as a 2-1 favorite.
Everyone's
essentially.
betting Tyson.
Everybody's biting Tyson. Do you think that the books
hate
would not
that.
be adjusting that number?
They're
They
begging you to
haven't
bet
adjusted
Tyson.
the
That means
No,
they're-
I mean hardly.
so Daryl, you're
Really?
saying they're begging you to keep betting Tyson, then, right?
No, I'm saying they're going to take a bath if Tyson actually wins, which I agree with you guys. Everything I see, I think the same thing. I
Damn
just
it.
think that there's no way that the number wouldn't be flip flopped if all the
There's-
money is on Tyson.
yeah.
Wouldn't they adjust that accordingly?
See,
didn't
it's
know that.
going to be one of them
The
rig
crack
snake
man
things.
says.
Crackman says it. It must be true.
Yeah, by decision at the
But
end
what
or
is
something.
Craig saying? That it's fishy?
There you go.
USA.
There you go, buddy.
God, he said that God is on the side of the bookmakers typically.
I think I dropped this too early. What's your pick, Jorel?
Yeah, for one of my picks tonight, we're putting it in now because it's early. USA to beat Jamaica and Christian Pulisic to score a goal. He's hot. He's been balling over for Milan. I mean, he was already ascending from the World Cup and the past USA big games. Pulisic in the back of the net.
This is soccer, by the way.
Soccer, USA tonight. to beat Jamaica. Three-way line.
CONCACAF? How do you say that? CONCACAF?
Yeah, we were trying to figure it
Yeah, I don't
out.
know how
I
you
feel like
say
an
it.
idiot not knowing it, but I like
Right.
that JT put it in. He saw me put it in. He goes, you know what?
I
Send.
got that.
Let me send
CONCACAF.
it.
Yeah, I
Ballistic's
did.
a
I
stud
took it.
though. If he gets the ball 3 times on his feet in the box, one of those are going in the net right now. He's so dialed in. He's such a good player. So that's my pick. Anyone else have an early pick?
Do you have some-
Washington? Anyone have
I was gonna
Washington?
say, do you have anything for the football game tonight?
I mean, I'm playing Washington. I don't remember if I have them in a money line, 4-way parlay, and then I have them plus 7.5 for my safe play. So I bought points in a 3-way parlay. So yeah, Washington tonight. Sharp money's on Washington. The trends are in Washington's favor, and Washington showed me that they can play against a good defense and bang in a game that 2 teams won it. That Steelers game last week. And Philly is good. They're playing sneaky defense. They're running the ball well. I just think Washington's ready for this game, and this is where they take the division. Plus, that division like flips so much. It's like historically in the division, it makes sense that Washington should win this year. So, Washington and USA and Pulisic are my early before we get to it.
Okay. What do you got? Anything over there for you guys? D-Dub's got one, right?
I do.
What do you got?
I got Jaden Daniels under, I believe it's 41.5 at DraftKings. Rushing.
Be weird if it was passing.
You can get it a better number, 43.5. I took it at 41.5 at DraftKings because it's down to minus 105.
Okay.
And so I'm not too worried about 2 yards for that kind of money.
Sure.
So
Daryl, I like it.
I don't think he's. I kind of feel like he might be. They might have told him stay in the pocket. You know,
Well, here's the other thing.
them ribs ain't right yet.
He's proven that you have to spy him, and if you think about defensive rosters, I mean, Philly's got some of the faster linebackers too. So when it comes to a spy scenario, I think Philly would have the best spy scenario out of most teams too. So I kind of like that. That's sneaky.
There you go. I didn't have enough time, Jimmy. I've been very busy.
Yeah, very, very busy.
Very busy.
Yeah.
But I do like I like the Eagles. I hate to say that, Jorel, but I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles in a few different ways, but unfortunately I didn't have time to get it in. But I would say probably the money line. It's not going to pay you, but like
It was 156, I believe.
yeah, not the best.
You're saying Philly?
I think Philly.
We're
I
against
think
each
Philly.
other.
People remember Philadelphia at the end of last year, kind of fizzling out the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season. And but you got to remember they were one of the best teams in the league prior to that stretch. And right now they're playing like that team last November.
Here's the other thing. Just like Kansas City, they're not even playing the greatest football, and they're winning a lot of games. So when that team puts it together, just like Daryl said, they're scary. That's a playoff team brewing because they were a playoff. That's a good team, definitely. So when they put it together, they can beat anyone. That's actually one of the NFC teams I'm scared of.
Something I heard Brent Musburger say tonight
Yeah.
on a podcast.
Okay.
He said there's only 2 other teams in the NFC that could go to the Super Bowl beside the Lions.
Philly.
Yes,
in Washington.
Niners,
No.
probably.
I can.
Probably Niners.
San Fran.
Yeah, oh yeah, San
Yeah.
Fran.
Those are the only 3 teams in the NFC that can do it.
I think so.
I don't know. I think San Fran.
Well, Green Bay, don't
Missing
count Green Bay
here.
out. They went to Dallas. I know that ain't saying too much, but they went in Dallas as a young team and smacked them last year as a 7-point underdog.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You can't put Green Bay out. If maybe Jordan Love's a little hurt right now, but I just say Green Bay deserves to be in that talk too.
Sure.
Definitely. And if Baker has a healthy team, I mean, they were in the playoffs last year. They could do something sneaky. The defense is okay if the offense is rolling.
Right.
But I don't know. I think, there's only like those 3 teams. I think it's out of those 3 this year in the NFC.
I could see that. Dom, you have something for tonight?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. All right, let me get down with some trivia. And I sent you guys. Oh, Dom, I sent you the link, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you sent it to us.
All right, so here's tonight's trivia question. This will determine who's buying the beer next week, although it's just going to be either... no, Rich has to buy the beer next week, right? Or Tones?
Tones.
Tones does, okay. Yeah, so this really is not for much of anything, but we'll do it anyway. In which year was the last time that the Commodes, Redskins, Washington football team, whatever you want to call them, they won their division? In which year was the last time that the Commanders, Redskins, Washington football team won their division? Everybody's thinking about it. And we will give you that answer towards the end of the show.
No, I'm going with the year that I'm trying to think of. I just got to remember when he was. Oh my gosh.
Oops.
Oops.
I went to the wrong.
Well, you went to put a pick in.
Is it is the exchange? Is it trivia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'll let them go ahead and do that. In the meantime, I'm going to give out College Football Joe, our college football expert, who is 18-15-1 against the spread. Every week he gives us 3 picks. These are College Football Joe's 3 picks. First one, BYU -3 at home against Kansas.
Wow, Joe, the Sharps are on Kansas. He's
Sharps are on
against
Kansas.
the smart money this week.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
That happens for him.
That's why he's college football Joe.
That's why he's College Football Joe. He really is pretty much the sharp when it comes to college football. The sharp. Do you have any thoughts on BYU?
Yeah, I got Kansas.
You got Kansas?
I'm
Okay.
on the,
All right, you're on the other side?
I like that Jorel's saying sharp money, but I think it's a little too much of that. Too much of everybody saying Kansas, and now I'm on Kansas.
Now you're on Kansas?
Yeah. Kansas, BYU got lucky last week. They're due for a loss.
You playing it?
I like Kansas.
Against College Football Joe. All right. The last man that did that probably won. No, would have lost, theoretically.
About a
Daryl, I
50-50.
didn't. You said you're playing Kansas?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Kansas.
he's going
Sorry,
Kansas.
I was. He's playing my bet, so he was asking me who's going to score tonight. He's playing the USA Pulisic bet. I like it.
What do you think?
I think I'm going to take Kansas too, but I'm going to put them up to 7.5 in whatever I do, just to be extra safe.
Tennessee +10. Wow. On the road against Georgia. Any thoughts there?
My buddy Nino, I went to his office before this because we always like to talk all the games. And as soon as I said my safe play has Georgia money line in it, it's like a 5 or 6 team teamer. And he looked at me and he goes, "Really?" So it makes me think like, damn, Tennessee might hang around in this game. I don't know. To me, it feels like Georgia's going to smack. I don't know. They're going to come out so mad. So I don't know. That's a weird one.
Well,
I'm confident in Georgia though.
everybody I heard on that one says Georgia.
What's the spread?
man.
What's the
But
real
I
spread?
don't like
10.
the way Georgia played
Oh, it is 10.
last week and the way they've been playing the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
They are scary. Like you wouldn't be confident, right?
nope.
In a big game. They're both 11 and 12. This is for the playoffs. Whoever wins this can get into the playoffs, correct?
I heard a low-scoring game, Jorel, and I heard a sneaky pick. Tennessee team total. It's like 17.5. Take the under.
Ooh.
17-20 type game.
What's the total for the game?
40.
I would guess 44.
Holy
2 or
shit.
3 or so. I don't know.
That doesn't
I don't
bode
know
well
either,
for
but I would
Tennessee.
guess 44.
No, they're 10-point dogs.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, good point. I'm going to have College Football
Man,
Joe next year.
Daryl
He's going to have
always
to give us
has
a write-up.
Always has that sneaky angles
I
on
watch
those.
a lot
Like,
of
this
TV,
don't make
Jorel.
sense. Yeah.
That's right. When he's not shopping at the Mr. Rogers store. The next one, last one from College Football Joe, who again has
I mean,
a
you
winning
shop
record
at the jerk
every
store,
year.
so go to hell.
Oh, yeah, shop at the jerk store. That's funny. I'm
I
a big
love
Steve
it.
Martin fan. I like that movie. It's a good one. You ever hear him play banjo? He plays a lot of banjo, Steve Martin does.
Get
I like
out.
the sound of it.
It's true.
I like the
It's true.
banjo.
You like the banjo? You should
yeah.
listen to Steve Martin. Plays a lot of banjo. You got Illinois -2.5 at home against the Michigan State University, of which there's one alumni here. What do you think about that one, D-Dub? 2.5 laying.
My sources are saying Michigan State, but I'm not getting on that wagon. But I think Michigan State has the better coach. I just don't know that he's got the better team. I wouldn't touch it, but I've heard a couple people say Michigan State this
Say
week.
Michigan State.
I really like Illinois. I'm playing them this week too.
I thought that too, and then remember last
I
week
just
we
don't-
were
I think
talking
Michigan
about the
State.
Minnesota game, and then Minnesota,
Yeah.
sure enough, they won that game.
They won
were
that game.
favored. They won.
Right. Go figure. Yeah.
Jinx,
Cheers, pal.
you owe me a Coke.
Give me a Coke. All right. Dom,
It's a
you
Pete and repeat.
who was left. You got any thoughts on the Michigan State game this week?
Can I just say, I think, was it Illinois?
Yeah.
I think Illinois is going to win.
There you go.
Me too. Yeah.
But I'm also biased.
You're a big Illinois guy.
Big anti-Michigan State guy.
Oh,
Anti-Michigan State.
unexpected.
But wow, what a seat for him to be
Descent?
in. That it would be just like a Tones thing.
He
like,
is. That's
Yeah,
why
Tones is
Michigan,
pretty okay.
Detroit. Like Tones is going. That's so funny.
Tone specifically said, "Have Dom sit in my seat." 'Cause I think the reason was because he knows that.
I think
Anti-Michigan
State.
I think Tones is indifferent about Michigan State.
I just don't
Yeah.
think.
I don't think he's anti-Michigan State.
Michigan
What
S-
happened? Who hurt you?
I don't know. I've just never been a Michigan State.
Michigan State needs Childs to win this game. The better roster is on.
I think
on
if Michigan
the
State
other
wants
side.
to win, they need to put Tommy Schuster in the game.
I saw that, and
Hold on a second.
I wanna root for
we
the
might
kid.
get into a fight after this.
I know I want to root for the kid. Believe me, he's local, but
That was my quarterback.
he
Really, that's pretty cool.
I don't think he's he's like the greatest D2 quarterback of all time, but I don't know that he's ready for the Big Ten.
Well, it's crazy that he played D1 his entire college career.
Was that? No, he didn't. Or well,
Yeah, he did.
they
A?
they don't call it the same thing anymore, right?
Well, he played for what? An
They
FBS
call it
school?
the Bowl BCS or B
FBS.
whatever FBS.
Yeah, he played
and
for
he's
the
not
D1.
in the
FBS
FBS. What's that?
He was in the FBS.
I don't think so.
He was in. He was at North Dakota. That's a D1 school.
I
I'm
don't
telling
think that's
you.
right.
Or FCS, one of those two.
I think
Was
he was
he?
at North Dakota State.
He wasn't at North Dakota State.
No.
I know that because Carson Wentz went to North Dakota State, and that's not where he went.
Sir, he is no Carson Wentz.
Uh-oh.
I think he's better
What
than
kind
Is there
of
a
Childs.
flag?
What
We need a
kinda-
flag for this or no?
More importantly, what kind of stats did you guys have together? Anything good?
No.
I mean, he was a sophomore.
He was a sophomore QB. You were a senior.
Yeah.
You play receiver or tight end?
Me, I played O tackle.
Oh, you were his lineman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was his blind side. I kept him safe.
Yeah, it's not easy. I played as a sophomore too on varsity, and I wasn't. If I had to grade myself that year, I wasn't. It's hard. It's hard
Well,
to go up on football.
We beat our rival for the first time in 13 years. In the
That's
regular
cool.
season when they were super good, and we went 5-0 to win out and go to the playoffs.
That's cool.
But then his senior year, he went 14-0, won the state championship. So went
That's
perfect,
awesome.
13 for 13 in the state championship game.
And by you having to take one for the team, him playing as a sophomore is what helped him get to that
Exactly.
state finals.
Think Aiden Childs is the next coming of Christ. I'm sure, just like every other Michigan State fan on the planet.
I'm a big quarterback fan. I think he's going to be good. I do.
Got some potential, but he's
I
only
study
like 19
QBs.
years old.
Yeah, I think he's going to be good, especially with his coach. But who knows with this portal in this recruiting world?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a real good point. Well, I'll tell you what, that College Football Joe's Picks really sparked some good conversation. On the
Yeah, I'm
numbers guys this week.
against Joe on most of it besides the last one.
2 out of 3. You're against him on 66.66% of them.
2 out of 3
Damn,
ain't
he
bad.
makes me
No,
not
that's
as
right.
confident in Georgia now though, because Joe's good, man.
He's one of the best.
He picks good picks.
He's one of the best. Okay, we got real quick. Snoop is in the chat. Snoop, where you been, buddy? Normally you're blowing it up. I missed you tonight. He says VW Volkswagen. Or no, I think he means DW. DW
Oh,
buried Kamala. Rest in peace. I'm not sure. Oh,
Sounds
okay.
like-
Because you're at a
funeral.
funeral. You're at
Yeah.
a funeral.
sounds like
Okay.
an Eminem song.
I get it. Yeah, it kind of does.
I'm cleaning out my closet tonight.
Every time my wife cleans out the closets, I sing that song. I think it really pisses her off because she's like, "Why don't you just help clean out the closet instead of sitting there singing Eminem songs?"
I'm
How much
hyping it up.
cleaning?
Yeah.
How much closet cleaning do you need to do? I mean, like, what is there to do?
Yeah, I don't even think I've ever cleaned a closet. to
You've
be
never
honest.
cleaned out a closet?
No, what is
Oh,
there to do?
like
I'm in
empty
there
it
for 2
out.
seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like maybe
Could be a metaphor.
What can we get rid of? Yeah.
could be a metaphor. I think it is in that song. Yeah. And then GMac 2284 says, "JP,
Yeah. My
JP,
bad, Jerry.
that's Jerry Mack."
Yeah. Awesome football mind. Awesome football coach. His name is so weird. It looks like a bot. GMac with some numbers. Mm-hmm. Like he's in radio. He's a Specs Howard grad. He's like a stud when it comes to this stuff. And you'd think you wouldn't have like a bot looking name. So I was a little confused when I seen it.
Was that the dude that like FaceTimed you that night, the last time you were here and we were talking to him a little bit? Was that dude? That
Can't
couldn't believe
remember.
that we've never done this before?
No, that wouldn't have been Jerry. No.
Okay. Well, anyway, shout out Jerry. Hey, if you ever want
And
to
his
come
dad-
take my
his-
job, it's all yours.
He's really good as host. He's awesome. He loves doing it too. He used to have a show. He used to be Big Bear Media Productions, but he got busy and had to do some other stuff. He got it into it with the MHSAA, which was kind of cool. Like he was doing the coolest thing, broadcasting games for high schools.
Okay.
So like you're on vacation, your kid's playing, you get to watch it.
That's awesome.
Because of Jerry, that was possible, right?
Yeah.
So Big Bear Media Productions was doing this for schools, and the MHSAA coming in with all their bull crap. No. So he got in a big thing with them
Well, we still do
and
that.
kind of exposed their monopoly in a way. So good job, Jerry. I'm proud of him for that too. But you got to change the bot name.
We did they change it since? Because we stream it on YouTube.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of schools are now. And I
Yeah.
think maybe he was the stepping stone that helped it because it wasn't that long ago either.
Okay.
It really wasn't. I'm trying to remember. It wasn't that long ago when he was doing it, but really, really cool. But great coach. He's one of the first people I go to when I have a play or I'm against a defense or, like as a coach, I have questions to get better. He's one of the first people I hit up. He's awesome football man. His dad was my high school coach, actually. His dad gave me a shot as a sophomore, too. His dad also coached the best Utica team in Utica history, too.
Wow.
Coach McElrath.
Okay.
You got ties there. Daryl.
He was there a long time.
You got ties there.
To where?
Utica?
Do I? My buddy's
Last I heard.
my buddy's
You had some ties there.
my buddy's son plays quarterback right now for the varsity team.
Oh, really?
Eagle.
That's cool.
Quarterback. The dad, he's the OC, I believe. He might have been at the Chippewa when you were there, possibly.
Probably.
Good guy. He was a legendary receiver at Eisenhower back in the early 90s.
Who'd you say?
Hegel, Scott Hegel.
Scott
Great guy.
Eagles stud.
Yeah, great guy. His son is playing quarterback at Utica.
I've seen Eagles films. I watched all the films when I was there.
Yeah?
I watched everything.
That's awesome.
all the way back. They had all the films.
I think the twins were there at the time, the Youngblood twins, I think.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a quarterback and one was
Joe, in my opinion, is the best quarterback in Eisenhower history.
Was that the older brother, though?
The one that went to
was
Central.
That was the one from
Yeah,
the
you're talking about Tim.
late
You're talking about
80s.
Tim
Yeah.
and can't think of his.
Tim and
Jeez.
Tim and Ted, or I want to say.
But yeah, Joe was. I watched all the films. I think Joe DiGiorgio, if anyone remembers that, he was a quarterback for Eisenhower. I think he's the best football player ever to come out of Macomb County.
With DiGiorgio?
Yeah, but
I'm thinking of John.
well, John's the linebacker. He was the one that played in the NFL. His older brother's the best
Yeah, for the
football player I've
Bills.
ever seen, though.
He was my PE coach or my PE teacher.
That's cool.
Yeah, he coached at
Coaches
Chippewa.
at Chippewa.
But
He
Youngblood,
did.
he's got the first
Now he's
He
win.
at
might be back.
He's at Ike.
Is that right?
Yeah,
John was their head
I
coach
saw
for a
him
while.
at a daddy-daughter
Or
dance
offensive coordinator.
last year,
his bald head.
and seemed like a great guy. He
Yeah, he's
was
really
at,
nice.
was he at
They're
Lutheran
amazing.
North for a minute?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was their head coach for a while.
all our
He
nationals-
went from Ike to
all our-
Lutheran North back to Ike.
Oh, is
All
he
our
back at Ike now?
national people are kind of
That's the
not
John.
sure what we're talking about right now.
John is the best linebacker in Michigan history, and his record will never be broken. He had 254 tackles in a season.
Jeez.
It'll never be broken.
No, I can imagine that.
Even Lamar Woodley couldn't do it.
I have a rookie card of his that I had signed my freshman year of high school.
But
That's
when he was on the
cool.
Bills, he picked off Romo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John and Joe, the best Michigan brother combo probably ever. But we were talking about Youngblood. I think Youngblood's the best quarterback ever to come out of our high school ever. But Joe, who played quarterback, is the best football player to come out of Michigan. Right, for sure, Macomb County, there's some good Michigan players.
Right.
But if you go back and look at high school film, there's no one that did what Joe did in those games.
Even Bryce Underwood?
Bright. It's different. Yeah, Joe was like doing similar stuff, I guess, but not on a passing level, just on a takeover level, like more of a Tim Tebow type vibe. But I haven't watched enough of Underwood, but I get that they're putting up the numbers.
Well, speaking of Bryce, you know who just offered him a crazy NIL deal?
10
is
and a half
Michigan.
mil? Yeah. 2.5 a year.
Does that make you feel any certain way?
Yeah, I heard that he was at LSU last week.
Yeah. LSU will just be like, here's 2.6 then.
Well, when you're the number one recruit in the nation for 2 years or whatever it is, you
I've kind of
anywhere.
learned
You can go
that-
anywhere.
I've kind of learned that doesn't mean anything.
Really?
Every time you hear something about that, especially from the state of Michigan, if I want an athletic
nation.
quarterback, it's probably going to come from the South.
You think?
Historically, I think you can take that to the bank.
Well, no, you can't. I got
No.
some. I can
What do you
argue with
mean,
it.
no?
Look at Jake
I
Fromm.
can argue with
he
it.
wasn't the number one, but I mean,
If you want to line up the state's best quarterbacks, like the quarterbacks that come from every state, Pennsylvania is for sure winning.
I'm talking about in the modern era of football.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah.
I'm not talking about Dan Marino and Joe Namath and
Montana, or is Montana from Pittsburgh?
but even
Yeah, I
then
think so.
though,
There's
you
a lot
think
of good
about
ones.
like the extrinsic factors of it. Like he's playing in Michigan, so he's in the Midwest. He's playing in snow. He's whatever it was, 36 and 0 up until the state championship game last year when they lost to Southfield A&T. Like he's got the diversity in terms of
that's
climate.
fair. That's all fair. But here's what I would say: Dante Moore, are you familiar with his work? He leaves too much of a bad taste in my mouth to want that.
One guy though.
Well, but that's like saying J. Rue Campbell leaves
one
a bad
guy.
taste in your mouth too because
They're
he's slamming
they're very
bodyguards.
similar looking players.
Yeah, but they're not, every human has a different brain.
Sure, that's fine. I just think that everything that I've heard about both players is kind of very similar. And so I'm too much stuck on Dante Moore as the backup at Oregon after playing a couple games as a freshman.
Sense.
I'm not saying he's not going to be good, but it's just like he's off on the...
No, I get you're saying going overboard, putting the player on a pedestal.
He's not. Are you telling me he's going to be...
97-1 made some good points too. If you go $10.5 million and you land that talent, right? What happens to your 4-star that you have Bruin in the mix? What happens to you're married to that guy for 4 years now?
But are you though? Because I mean, look at Archie and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, they're making so much money because of Arch. Though it's a good investment. They spent like $10 million to get him.
Okay, I guess that's true. But
Arch is you don't even want to get me started.
I mean, your backup, your backup though is making that much. He's making more money than your starter.
Yeah, because he's better. Ridiculous. I think he's better.
I think he is too.
They're just being loyal to Ewers and helping him. I think
there's better ways to spend your money. You know what I mean?
Than Arch Manning? I'll spend my money on Arch Manning.
I would rather go get 4 or 5 offensive linemen if that's what you're going to have to pay the guy.
Well, that's what Valeni just said. Valeni said $10 million for the quarterback or 10 guys for $1 million each. You might have 10 NFL players. You do have 10 NFL players. So, I don't know.
I mean, I've been saying it since last year.
I love this, though. College football is the pros now, and I love it, and it should have been this way. I told you guys on the show previous, when I was down at Purdue talking to the Purdue coach, helping my niece move in, I was like, what is going on with recruiting? And she goes, it's nuts. She goes, we have 3 kids that we're recruiting that all forfeited their senior years because they got agents. Because now not only are they looking for a scholarship, they're looking for, can you get me commercials? Can you blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I love it. Why can't you make money? Johnny Manziel's the best example. Johnny Football would have made $100 million in college. He would have made more money than he did in his NFL career, and you took that from him. It's bullcrap.
Sure.
NCAA's criminal. I hate him.
In terms of Bryce Underwood, though, before we get off this topic, I have been saying for the last year that I think he goes to LSU because he fits their scheme.
Oh, good point.
Jamar Russell type.
Good point.
Yeah, I think he reminds me. No,
Do you remember Jamar Russell?
Jamarcus Russell?
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell, one of the biggest arms.
The biggest NFL busts of all time.
Yeah.
You know how many rookie cards of his I have?
One of.
I went through them all the other day to see what I had. I had like 40 of them. And it would have been great if it...
I don't think he was a bigger bust than Crouch, though. Crouch was dead immediately, and Russell got a little bit of a chance.
Crouch. Eric Crouch?
Yeah, he was supposed to be like...
Was he the
I'm
one
thinking
that-
of Ryan Leaf. Am I thinking of Ryan Leaf?
Yeah, Eric Crouch was the one that they wanted to play safety from the get-go, I think.
No, I think I'm thinking of Ryan Leaf. Either way, both of them were pretty bad.
I mean, there was a conversation at the time. Jimmy's bored over there, but the conversation at the time was whether Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning was to be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, great.
And the same thing happened this year in the sense that it wasn't even a conversation. It was Caleb Williams and then Jaden Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, it should have been a debate.
My
right?
debate.
At the bare minimum?
You think it should have been?
Obviously.
My debate was the draft Bo Nix.
Obviously, Jaden Daniels is the better prospect now.
Yeah, looking at hindsight. But yeah, I get what you're saying. In the moment, like back then, that's what it should have been. Yeah, it should have been a debate. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, 100%.
I had Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels above Caleb.
And that's great. Bo Nix, I wouldn't have seen that coming.
Well, you should, though, because he's the best RPO quarterback the college has ever seen. And that's where the league's going. And you have Sean Payton. Like, to me, it made sense.
Including the illegal offensive lineman downfield.
What?
Is that the rule that they keep calling that's related to the RPOs?
Yeah. They get downfield. You're supposed to run sideways so you see the movement.
That tells you that the NFL is trying to stop the RPOs from being the
good luck.
Premier
it's about to get
offense.
It's about to get more creative than kids on Madden right now. Like what they're about to start doing is nuts. I love this creativity in the league.
That's why I like watching the Lions.
And the Chiefs. The Chiefs do the craziest stuff ever. Like, I love watching how creative they get. They've been boring this year, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was going to say this year hasn't been as like cynical as the Lions.
It's because they've been grinding. They've been like having to win
almost
these games.
lost like 5 games. Yeah.
I don't know. It's the NFL's team this year versus America's team in the Super Bowl, guys. It's Kansas City, the NFL's team versus... I just think the Lions could defy the odds.
Let's continue on then.
Yeah, sorry.
That way we can talk. That was good. By the way,
Did we get off tangent?
GMAC, a little off script there. That's okay. Just read the teleprompter in front of you. That's all you got to do.
Sorry.
Jerry Mack says, I'm
It
sorry,
wasn't my
G-Mac.
fault.
Well, wait a minute. Now, we got GMAC 2284 says, bot name, somebody get JP a nipple for that beer. No fucking shit.
These are 9%ers.
taking
What, am I going to bong them?
It's hard when your mouth's
said
moving
two.
so much to drink
straw.
it. And then Jerry Mack says, Smash Mouth football coming back full circle.
Yeah, he's the
There
one
you
that
go.
he's the one that made me realize it. He said that it's coming full circle. Like all these Smash Mouth teams, like the Chargers and the Lions, are going to start taking over the league again. Everyone's built to stop Mahomes. Fast linebackers, guys. Now you better start filling holes, or the Lions are going to run over you.
Sure.
So he's right. He's been calling this out for like 2 years. It's coming, and the Lions did it at the perfect time too.
And he did change
Philly's
his name, by
kinda
the way,
there,
to
too.
Jerry Mack. So I think you had an impact on him. He went from GMAC 20.
Yeah, I don't need a
284 to
nipple
Jerry
for my
Mack.
beer. You even admitted to your wrongs. So come on.
Hey, you like this? Look at that.
It's the NFL Against the Spread Challenge.
I like
The
coconuts.
numbers guy and Jorel.
I love coconut. This is actually really good.
He doesn't like them. He loves them.
Oh, he loves them. So, Jorel, you want to explain how this works for the folks at home that maybe haven't seen the show before?
I called out Daryl one day. I was like, why don't we do a challenge? You guys versus me. I'll pick 4. You guys pick 4. And bada boom, bada bing. We're fighting for the Chi-Chis.
There you go. 4 against the spread. You have something to say, Tommy?
This is a little bit unrelated, but when you asked me who hurt me with the MSU, my mom texted me and said it was probably you that hurt me when you got me a cheerleader outfit when I was like 1 year old, an MSU cheerleading outfit.
That's right. You did.
You got him.
I forgot about that. I met Dom when he was born as a newborn baby.
And I have
Newborn
pictures
baby?
of me in a
Yeah.
female
That
cheerleading
was
outfit
at
with
year
pigtails.
one. Yeah,
when I
that was my
like 1.
fault.
Yeah.
That's all I could find at Meyer.
I'm done
Yeah.
with the Spartans, too.
But then he ended up having a beard by the age of 3. So it was,
Well,
we knew at that point that cheerleading outfit wasn't going to work.
not in today's America.
No.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jim was voting for Kamala back then.
Yeah,
They
so
would
the
have
way
been Clinton.
Guys, I could be in trouble here. I already finished this 4 Roses.
here.
I finished 2 of them.
9% down.
Wait till
No,
you
no,
finish
I
your
got-
hop slam.
I
I
got
finished
3
2 of
other
them.
beers
I'm going
to
to go
finish
for
first.
another one because you guys drink. There's 2 beers here that are disgusting. Pabs and Hop Slam.
9%.
Does anyone want this last one? By the way, does anyone want this one? Because it is good.
Oh, yeah. Well, Daryl probably want it.
No, I think Jimmy should have it. He should bong that.
I should bong it? We
Yeah.
don't have
On
a beer
camera?
bong here. Otherwise, I would. I would
You
totally-
want this
of course
one?
I would.
What do you
Yeah,
have
I'll take
over
that.
there?
Sure. What's that?
Daryl, you got
This
tabs?
is
waiting.
the Chi-Chi's Cup. So, by the way, the winner of this, it's us versus Jorel. The 4 of us, numbers guys, versus Jorel. Against the spread, NFL only, using ESPN lines. The winner, the coveted Chi-Chi's Cup. And Jorel, if you win, I'm going to exchange the pina coladas for strawberry daiquiris.
Ooh, I like
I'm not
it.
going to give you the satisfaction of having the pina coladas.
Damn.
Yes. And let's take a look at the...
Trent, I'll have the satisfaction of pouring them on ice and bonging them in
Yeah,
front
no,
of
you
you.
should. You should. Let's take a look here. Here's what the standings are right now. God damn it, we were winning up until last week. We were winning up until last week.
You guys were up 6 3 weeks ago.
No, we weren't up 6.
Yeah, 16-10. You guys had me
What?
smashed.
No, I
You
thought
guys were
we were like
smashing me.
2.5 or 3.5 was the maximum.
I think it was
3.5.
deeper.
3.5,
I think I was
yeah.
way down.
Anyway, here we go. Numbers, guys, 24-15-1 for NFL against the spread. And then Silk, the greatest handicapper in the world, quite possibly, 26-14-0 gives him a plus 1.5 advantage. That was after a 4. What was it last week? 3-1 was Jorel. 1-3 were the numbers, guys. All right, buddy. So you're here, so I don't have to call you, which is kind of nice. Your first pick. Whoa, why is it happening there? It's 2 of them there. All right, how about this one? Commodes plus 4.
Am I really getting 4? I thought it was 3.5.
It was 4 when I did this at like 12:30 today.
It's okay. I'll take 0.
No,
I'll take 0.
I try
for
to
the
be fair. I
boys.
give everybody the best line at ESPN.
No, that's my upside of the week, anyways. They proved to me that they can play in a big defensive game. I was telling people that I thought that Redskins Pittsburgh game would be a playoff atmosphere. So I wasn't sure. I took the Steelers in that game underdog just because I thought of the playoff atmosphere. I didn't think Washington was ready for that. But they showed me they are. And they had like there was for sure like 3 or 4 drops I can think of that changed that game. So, like, when I think back on that game, Washington kind of won the game, even though the score didn't show it. And I know Philly's getting better and Philly's getting hot and starting to roll, but I just think Washington's offense is ready for this average Philly defense. So I think Washington's going to win it outright, so I'll take the 4.
All right, buddy. Do you have any idea how good our combined record is this year on this? If you put us both together, I mean that's pretty insane.
Yeah, we're
how
crushing.
good our combined record is.
We're crushing.
Okay, next you got the Lions minus 14.
What, now it's 14?
It was 13.5. Yeah, but it went to 14.
It's all right.
I should have asked you if you still wanted it.
No, I'm thinking about, I almost, on our pick section for the units, I almost did sell some points, make them 16.5 since we're beating teams by 17.
Yeah.
How are we not going to beat one of the worst teams in the league without their starting quarterback by 17? Lions, by the way, needed this game. We need that off game, relax, coast through it, which I think they might do. Why 14 scares me, but this is our average margin of victory went down a little bit because of that last game, but we were averaging 17-point victories, just under, going into last week. How are we not going to do that to a dog shit team? So
Did Trevor
Lions
Lawrence,
mushroom, like I like to say.
Did Trevor Lawrence play against the Packers?
Last week?
No,
No,
they
no,
played
no.
the Vikings last week.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did. I think so.
Because this game scares me.
Really?
Yeah.
Like as in a loss scare you or a cover?
And a loss.
No,
Almost.
how they're not stopping our 1-2.
I don't know, because the Packers and the Vikings both won. Both are supposed to be really good teams. You know, the North, besides the Bears currently,
And they
you know,
battled
they were
them.
frauds.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they only won on last minute field goals.
But we're that much better than the Packers and Vikings. We're a playoff
You're
team
right.
that's pissed off. But this is that off week. I think it's like that week where it's like we know we're going to beat them, and then just still win in the end, kind of like be very vanilla. That's what scares me.
Right. 'Cause
And Jaguars are hungry.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Dan Campbell said in a press
point.
conference, I think 2 days ago, he's like, yeah, every team that we see is going to be, you know, every team that we play, doesn't matter if they're good or bad, they're hungry teams. They're going to be
Yes.
playing, we're going to see their best football.
Dom's making a good point, and Etienne is up on the verge of like bursting. Like he's been that fantasy fail for people, but he's been banged up.
Yeah, big failure.
And he looked healthy last week, so shoot, if he breaks 1 or 2, then it's a game.
Right. And Mac Jones, I mean, that's their starting quarterback this week, right? Mac Jones?
Yeah, Mac
yeah,
Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones. I don't think, I mean, it's Mac Jones. But
we set up quarterbacks very well to throw that pick. Like we set them up to,
Right.
here's a window, just kidding. Like we're really good at that. So I just don't know. You got to play us 4 quarters. We're going to play you hard all 4 quarters. That's a team identity. So I think we get to our average. That's but I see all your points. They're valid points, especially if Etienne gets one off. Then that is kind of scary.
Well, think about it.
But we get Z this week.
we do.
It's
Forgot about that.
I know what you're
Is Decker
saying.
back? Because, I mean,
Oh, I don't know. That's a big point. That was
my
supposed
buddy
to be.
made the greatest point in the world
It
during
showed.
the game last week.
It
He
showed.
said, we need to call Dan Skipper the usher because he is just ushering people to the
Yeah,
quarterback.
yeah, that
I mean,
showed
he was a
last
revolving
week.
door. That was ridiculous.
I have to say their coach dialed up a game plan on us. They stuffed that
for
run.
Ryans,
I've
yeah.
never seen our run get hit in the hole like that so many times. It was driving me
No,
crazy.
Petree's a good player. I mean, he's
Awesome.
like a diamond in the
My
rough.
cousin.
Not really though.
No, my
No, but
last
think
name's
about this.
Petree,
Okay,
but
we play the Colts next, so it's not like it's a sandwich game, right?
no.
We're not coming in. We got to, we're
It's
going to be playing them.
let's stay healthy, boy, games. Yeah, let's just stay healthy
Yeah.
in these 2 games.
Well, I think it depends too. You know, speaking of the future, who we're playing with the Colts? Is it going to be Anthony Richardson or is it going to be Joe
Richardson.
Flacco?
How do you think that
Well,
matters
I think
for
they
this
said
week,
AR is
though?
going-
It's not
I
like they're
think
going to take it easy because they got a hard opponent next week.
No, and I don't think the Colts are by far. I think the Colts game is going to be more in our favor than the Jags game will be.
Oh yeah, I could see that. And then the second thing is,
We play with the
I
Bills.
mean, I
after.
think we'd
Or no,
probably all
we play
agree that
Bears.
if the Jags don't win, or at least aren't competitive, then Peterson's going to be packing next week.
They've been saying that every week since.
They
before.
got to get rid of him. I mean, they would have
Came
to,
back
right?
from Britain,
Well, yeah. From
and he didn't have to.
I thought he was going to get the sack, as they
Yeah,
say over
everybody
there.
Man, that's
in
not a,
Britain.
said that.
We were talking about like head coaching jobs that are sneaky. Like I would love the
There you
Browns
go.
idea, but there's talent over there.
Yeah.
There's weapons on that team. Man, that would be. I didn't even think about
look at
Peterson even losing his job. I didn't even think about
Trayvon
that.
Walker
He's gotta be gone.
especially. I mean, I wish. Speaking of the Lions and Jags, you know, combining or tying it all together, I wish we would have gotten, and I've been saying this for weeks too. Before we got Z, I wish we got Trayvon Walker. I think that was a big.
Oh, from the Jags. I never even
Yeah.
heard anyone say that. That would be. Me
Because
too. Now that I
you
think
think
about
about it, logistically thinking and financially, it makes so much sense because he goes number 1, Hutch goes number 2, both on a 5th-year option. re-sign players like Kirby Joseph, who we need, obviously. I mean, he's the
Best
interception
safety
leader.
in the
Yeah,
league.
exactly. And then you don't got to pay those two for another 2 years, and now you can pay them both at the same time when your cap space is better.
That makes a lot of sense. I like the Walker idea. Wow.
Plus, I mean, he was very raw when he came out of college. Took 2 or 3 years or whatever, because he was used to playing 4-eye. He took 2 or 3 years to really gain that pass rush, that edge role, and now he's like moving up in sacks every game. I think last time I looked, he had either the same amount or more sacks than Z and Myles Garrett. Wow. So between him and
maybe they
Black
believe
Josh
in him
Allen.
that much though too. Maybe the price was more than we wanted.
It might have been. I mean, he is a rookie.
I didn't
still
even
on his
think about
contract.
that. That's a great GM move right there to go after him. Which
But
I'm
that's
sure
what
our guys thought about it, or maybe
I'm
tried.
sure they did. I mean, the big names were Max Crosby, which don't get me wrong, I love Max. That's like one of my favorite players.
Of course.
That would have been a cool signing. It would have been sell some capital, but
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like
Maybe worth
realistically,
it.
I think Trayvon was up there. I think Ojulari was up there, and I think probably Z. I don't think Myles Garrett. I mean, those unicorns weren't up there, but I think those three, especially Trayvon, who has the opportunity to be a unicorn, but still on his rookie contract, still learning, I think he would have fit really well.
yeah, I liked Bengals DN too.
Hendrickson.
You don't think that makes him super valuable to the Jaguars?
Well, I think the Jaguars honestly should be in the same boat as the Cowboys right now. I think they should just be in the sell boat. They shouldn't be in the.
But aren't there certain players that you're supposed to build around?
I don't know. Look at their
Well, the other
numbers.
thing
the only player they have to build around is Max.
You can't really go into the sailboat though when you paid your quarterback all this money. You got to try and win
Yeah,
with
he's
them.
got a field named after
Telling
him
you,
and
that's
everything.
the failure in the league. Pay Mahomes numbers and goodbye.
Yeah, look at Dak. It's the same thing.
Every
Yeah.
team,
I mean,
team that paid besides Mahomes.
the three. I mean, Dallas has
Bengals are struggling too.
3 players on their team that account for what 50% of their cap space. That's ridiculous.
No, you can't do
That's
it.
stupid.
Can't do it. Look
You
at
should
all
be
the teams.
GM of the Lions.
Dynasty has taught me a little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got some awesome points.
All right, here we go. Next
like
on
Brad Holmes.
the list, Packers -5 against the Bears.
I know, like Richie, I'm sitting in Richie's seat too, and he always says, "Stop thinking," or he says it's a week-to-week league. He always says that, and he's
He
so
says
right.
that they're
Any given
their own
Sunday.
entities.
But
Entities. Yes.
I mean,
He is the white Sharpie now.
I
Don't
think
forget.
green.
Wow, he's white.
I know, but I thought, okay, either way, the Sharpie. I like that
He's the
name.
white Sharpie.
But
You actually coined that, Jorel.
the Sharpie,
the
yeah, those are
Sharpie,
good
yeah.
ones because he does come up with a lot of sharp picks. Like he's on the Sharps ideas.
He's brilliant.
But the Sharps,
to be
actually, this is a
pretty
sharp
sharp.
pick, actually. Green Bay, the Sharps are on. And
Well,
so all the trends,
the Sh-
everything's
the
in their
Sharps-
favor.
Sharps are on Green Bay?
Yeah, the Sharps actually are on -5.5, which I was surprised to see.
No. The game was 6 just a little bit ago.
Well,
It moved down to 5.
yeah, it was at 5.5 all since Monday, since I've been looking at it.
Oh, it was at 6 a couple days ago.
But anyways,
I don't know.
the Bears suck. Caleb, what's he going to do with the Bears? Green Bay's defense is athletic. They get turnovers. They're going to run the ball well. And Green Bay has been not as advertised. They're supposed to be really good, and they've been playing down football. I don't know if Love is still banged up, but I think that's why they've been playing down football, because Love's been down. I just think this is the Green Bay breakout party, like a 37-10 type mushroom.
Just a big stamp.
Yeah.
Stamp of the mushroom.
3 TD passing type game. Just Love finally breaks out. I don't know his health. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Figure he's probably.
But if he's back-
after the bye, 75%
It's
maybe. Right?
it's one of them breakout parties for them. They gotta like start showing the world that they're good,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
because
it
they're
depends on
not
what's
showing the
wrong
world
with
they're
them,
that good.
Because you think about it, I mean, we didn't know Amon-Ra was hurt, week 6 last year? And
Oh
he
my
had a
god,
broken rib.
He's supposed to be out for the year. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So,
No,
like,
his
it
thing was
depends on
torn
what's
from
wrong
his
with him.
bone.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. So like, I guess it depends
Unbelievable.
on what's wrong with him. But I mean,
It's his groin too, which is for a QB is massive.
in the Packers,
For anybody.
defense,
Oh,
though,
it's his knee. Never
Sorry,
mind.
I'm going to interrupt just for 1 second, Tom. Hold that thought. I just want to let everybody know we're still watching Chips, and I think there's probably a football game on. Or getting damn near.
My niece is playing too right
Yeah,
now.
so we could probably turn. This is some inside baseball. We watch Chips, like the California Highway
Actually,
Patrol.
we love to watch
Chips.
Washington right now.
We keep that on unless
That's
there's
Fez.
a
Who's
sports
into the
on.
car?
Yeah, sorry.
Rosie Greer
Okay,
was
Tom,
on
go ahead.
last week's episode.
I was going to say in the Packers' defense, though, Caleb Williams, I saw a stat, is playing arguably worse than Bryce Young was his first 9 games.
That's
He has
crazy.
like 2 more sacks.
Yeah,
or
it's-
he was sacked 2 more times than Bryce Young.
He started off the year with a lot of turnovers, which he started knocking down. But wow, I didn't even think about that. He is.
He's playing worse than Bryce Young.
I called this out way before even the draft. That the kid, you cannot be 6 foot in the NFL and have bad feet. They'll keep you in the pocket, and the 6'6" guys are just going to laugh at you. And Caleb, that's what they're doing. I dare you to make this throw like Drew Brees had to.
I remember you
Good
said
luck.
that.
Yeah.
You were here. I think you were here in person that time.
This is why I'm dead on with my quarterbacks yet again. Bo Nix, RPO, he understands how to run it. I don't care about it. Oh, he only completed 5-yard passes his whole college career. Cool. He runs the RPO like a champion. And Jaden Daniels was just that Michael Vick. I'll put my team on my back. Let's go. The only argument people gave me about LSU was he had 3 NFL wide receivers. And I was like, yeah, and they're all damn good. They're all going to be at the top of the list. But Jaden Daniels put the team on his back and was a Michael Vick in college football. Like, that he's going to be just fine. And he made the throws. Like, he makes that. You know how I like to see the point turnover?
Oh, that's your thing, yeah.
And he just was an NFL quarterback. So I had Jaden Daniels number 1, McCarthy number 2, and Bo Nix number 3. That's how I had
I
it.
think JJ's that good.
I think he's NFL ready, yeah. I think his brain is there, and he's got the 4.4 speed, which he plays faster than most people. And he did make the throws. He made every NFL throw. He made the comeback. He made the dig.
4.4 speed?
Yeah, he's a 4.4 guy. A lot of people don't know that. He ran 4.4.
Let me ask you this, Jorel. Is Jamar Chase a 4.4 guy?
Yes.
Not in the combine, he wasn't. The best wide receiver in the NFL today.
You think he's the best?
I do. I think he's ahead of Jeffrey. Well, here's what.
Who's better?
We're going to
He's
get
right.
off on another tangent.
All right, well, this is more important. I got to stop this for 1 second because James Mayer has subscribed. Thanks, James Mayer.
Oh, that's
Appreciate
one of my
it, buddy.
buddies.
It's
That's
one
a
of your
good friend of
buddies.
mine.
Thanks,
Waiting on the
appreciate it,
world.
Insurance
to
guy, too.
change.
That's
Is
that John Mayer?
Oh, gosh.
No, sorry.
You need
My
good
bad.
insurance. Holler at James.
He's okay.
He's a great insurance guy.
Great insurance guy.
Where is he? I don't see his messages.
It shows up over here.
He texted in?
No. It's a weird thing. There's a little mini feed that shows who's subscribed, and it's James Mayer. So
Oh,
thank
he
you.
didn't say nothing?
Is he related
James
to
Mayer.
John?
He hasn't said
all my
nope.
friends.
He's also
can roll
good,
with this if you guys want.
a buddy of Tones. Tones knows James.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think
Yeah.
it depends on what you're grading them on.
Well,
I think if you're talking about purely route running, I don't think if there's a question, it's got to be JJ. It's got to be
Everything.
Jay
No,
Jettis.
what ball does he drop?
Jamar.
Yeah.
But if you have so let's
They're
say
very similar.
but let's say you have
I thought Chase was a better
And a-
route runner.
a sub-average
Agree.
quarterback
Well, they're about the same.
in Sam Darnold throwing you the football. I don't
No, I
think Sam
agree.
Darnold's all these cracking.
Chase has had Burrow top tier. Number
Exactly.
1, tier 1.
Kirk Cousins was throwing him the ball.
Yeah, no, he makes a great play.
I hate
They're I think they're tied because you can't be better than Chase.
Yeah,
You can't,
I
you
think,
can't
I
argue
think it
better.
depends.
When it comes down to this argument, I've had this argument with people because people always think I'm crazy when I say that. Jamar Chase won the Blitnikoff Award as a sophomore.
Yes.
All those guys were around. All the Oklahoma receivers,
Yeah,
CD,
JJ was there.
Hollywood,
Jetta was there, yeah.
all the Jefferson was
Yeah.
there. All the Alabama receivers,
yeah.
and he won. He was
Still
the
had-
best. He was the best around.
In Dom's argument, he still had Joe Burrow.
If he was the first, he was the first.
At LSU, that's funny.
If he had been a year older, he would have been the number 1 receiver taken off the board that year. But unfortunately,
I can't. I'm with you on the argument, but I can respect the argument of Jay. I think those two are just tier 1 by themselves.
Why did Jefferson fall to what? I don't know what he was picked.
No, you're right.
20th
Even his
overall,
recruiting
something
was
like
there.
that?
But watch him play. His catch radius is stupid. He don't drop the ball, and his routes are the best there is.
What was the recruiting or what was the draft class like? Was it a defense or offensive heavy?
I don't know. Jefferson, though, probably ran a faster 40-40 at the combine, a 40 at the combine. But Chase, they say when, however they figure out the speed that you run in the game.
No, I can see he might not be a
Chase
4.5.
is-
I can see that he's not a.
I'm thinking Chase ran like a 4.56 at the.
No, I think you might be right. I can
And
see
then you
it
got
too.
offensive linemen that have run faster than that.
But I ran a
So,
I
like-
ran a 4.5 electric at the best I ever been. But so a lot of people were faster than me. But I'd smoke everybody in the 10, in the 15. So if you have a good first step, then that's all that really matters at wide receiver. 1-2 step.
Well, and that's where I think
And he has
honestly,
an explosive first step.
But I want to know. You're talking about Caleb Williams.
Yeah, 6 foot with no feet.
What? Not you, Jorel. This is for Dom. You're saying he had a worse year than at this point than Bryce Young.
Stat wise, yeah.
Bryce
through his
Young's
first 9
rookie
games.
year.
Based on what stats are we talking
No,
about
Bryce Young's
here?
rookie year, though. He
It
said,
was
not this year.
Interceptions, incompletions, touchdowns,
And what,
sacks.
So what? How are you merging them all together?
Daryl, you're
What do you
missing the point. It's his rookie year, not this year.
No, I know,
Okay.
I know. Because this year, obviously, Young would be worse. But I just saw something the other day that he's only having like the 4th worst Bears season as a quarterback. Like
Well,
there's 3 other guys on the
but
Bears.
then that's a testament too to the Bears, because I think it's a terrible organization currently. I think their whole cycle of 3 years, you have an OC for 2 years, draft a rookie quarterback, let him play under 1 year, fire head coach or OC, draft a rookie quarterback. I think that's just the Bears themselves.
Yeah, you got it. He needs a little bit of time, and I don't know that you can measure.
Yeah,
It's hard to measure the rookies.
Well, and I think
but-
you're seeing it right now with Justin, because I think Justin Fields was a great quarterback for the Steelers to start their season. I mean, why couldn't he have done that with the Bears? I mean, when he played with the Bears, it's not like he was horrible. I just don't think they were using him in the system that he needed to be in. And I think you're seeing that with Caleb too.
So I have a dynasty fantasy team.
With the Carringtons?
Think so. What's that?
Dynasty, the show.
Nope, not them.
Blake Carrington?
It's a fantasy football league. It's dynasty. So you get these guys. If you draft a rookie, you have them for 5 years. If you,
Okay.
everybody else is you got a
So you're stuck with
contract.
them?
Yeah, and I had the number 1 pick last year. So who do you think I took?
Tell me it wasn't Caleb,
I took Caleb because
not Jaden.
well, I mean, I thought that Jaden was the better player, but it's like in terms of a value, what are you gonna do? And also they kept talking about all the weapons that the Bears had.
Well, and they
brought
do,
in.
and that's what's so surprising. It's because offensively, in first off, their defense is still good. I think their defense is still fine, but offensively they have Darnell Mooney, they have Keenan Allen, and
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Yeah, it looks
Mooney's
like,
on Atlanta.
okay, so Mooney.
Cole Kmet's the other
Yeah,
one.
Cole Kmet, but Waldron sucks. Cole
And
Kmet
the
should
kid from
be-
Washington.
Like Cole Kmet is a really good tight end, especially receiving, and they don't use him at all.
And you know what's
that's-
funny? He's like the way that the tight ends year has been so down. He's still like 4th or 5th in tight ends in fantasy.
Exactly, and I have him on my fantasy team, or at least I did, and then I dropped him in our league, and
So
he had one game with like 20
I can
points.
see in a dynasty, Daryl, where you were like forced to take him
Yeah.
because like look at all 3 of his receivers.
yeah,
Swift and a tight end.
yeah.
I was all over
I
Jaden.
thought early on, well, it's not looking good. Obviously, Jaden got off to a great start. I mean, he's
Hasn't
been
stopped.
great. He hasn't really stopped. And then all of a sudden, you saw that Caleb was making some strides, and you thought, this guy's going to be a pretty good. Probably if he keeps on this.
You're talking preseason or in
No,
season?
at the start of the season he was bad, and then he got progressively better.
So I was gonna say, when he
and
just
then, like,
ran backwards
after
for 40
2
yards.
weeks ago, and then it's kind of been all 3
I'm
weeks
telling
ago.
you,
It's been all downhill.
if they're 6 foot and under, if they don't have Drew Brees' feet or close to, they are going to struggle. I've lived by this forever when I like scout quarterbacks myself, and it's been generally dead on.
And you say he had bad feet.
Horrible.
I thought you
The
were talking
worst
about
feet.
bunions.
Yeah, his bunions were killing
Ingrown
him.
toenails.
That's
Right,
why he was
ingrown
painting
toenails.
his nails to hide the
Hide the
bunions.
bunions. To
hide the
yeah.
feet.
All right, let's get to your next pick here.
they call him Tenderfoot.
Try that.
Yeah, we're taking forever. huh?
Yeah. How about the Bengals plus 1.5 against the Chargers?
So the Chargers have been my team now. I've been on them for like I think 5 weeks in a row, I believe, and they're one of the best gambling teams against the spread. I think they've covered every spread.
You and Tones both.
Great team. Well, Tones for another reason. I
Tones
think
loves the Chargers, man.
Harbaugh. He loves Harbaugh.
We miss you, Tones.
But so originally I was thinking this is a good spot for the Bengals. They're pissed off. They just lost a game they shouldn't have against one of the top opponents. They've been trying very hard to be relevant. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And the Chargers, I love their brand of football. Pound it out, great defense. They're going to keep a game close generally, no matter who they play because of their style. But the Sharps are betting on the Bengals, so I started thinking, like, why? And it just makes sense. The Bengals are offensively ready, and they're gonna outscore almost every team in this league. Even though the Ravens defense is a bad example, they're gonna bang with anyone. And I just have Joe Burrow. I actually have Joe Burrow and Herbert in tier 1. I only have 3 quarterbacks in tier 1, and it's Burrow, Herbert, and Mahomes, and it just feels like a bad spot for the Chargers, and they've covered every spread this year. So it's like my mom always says. She always says, you'll show her a stat 12-0 against the spread, this and that, and she always responds with, "Well, then it's time."
Then it's time.
So that's my reasoning on that. It's just I think these are two good teams. I just think it's the Bengals need it more, will want it more, and they showed they want it. They showed they want to win football games by how hard they fought with that Ravens game. So I hate going against the Chargers because that's like my new team.
I
Right
know
now.
what you're saying. Yeah, and I know when White Sharpie says that each game's its own entity.
Yeah.
I think what he's trying to say is the NFL's a regression league, right?
Always regressing.
Always regressing. So, and like your mom also says, if it's been 10 games against the spread that they won, this is probably not going to go that way,
Yeah.
right? D-Dub?
That's some intellectually disabled stuff.
One of my picks later has Bengals plus 7.5 and Bengals money line. So
All right.
I pounded them.
Well, I'll tell you what. I like most of your picks this week, Jorel. I said that last week, and you went 3-1. All right, let's see what we got. Here's what the numbers guys got for the Chi-Chi's challenge. Dubs went first this week. He took the Packers lane 5 against the Bears. That's a duplicate against Jorel's there.
Me and
You want
Dubs-
anything you wanted to add to that?
Me and Dubs collide a lot.
Great minds think
Yeah,
think
yeah,
alike.
we do.
Yeah.
That's why you're on fire too.
There you go.
Could be.
That's why we're
Yeah.
the sharks out here.
Do you ask Jorel what you should pick? Is that what you're doing
Hey,
now?
Low key.
that's none of your business.
After the beer and then the other place we go to for a beer, me and Daryl go to another place.
Oh.
Yeah, third place.
I'm not
And
sure.
that's-
I know what that third
That's where
place-
we figure
it's
our
called
picks
the
out.
Wardell. Is that what that is? Is that where you guys go? All right. Bunch of half and halves over here. All right. So you don't want to add anything?
What do I want to add? What am I pick? That was the game I looked at the beginning of the week, and it was 6 at the time, maybe even 6.5. In fact, yeah, I got in on it.
Yeah, you're on the
6.5.
wrong side of it, actually.
I got on that thing every which way you could, and it
just
was
a
the
way-
wrong.
It's a
wrong
way better
time.
team that has to win. They haven't been winning like they're supposed to, and they're gonna do it. That's all I think.
The Bears, I think, are done. I don't think they're going to win another game. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it's going to come this week.
You just made up a good point about being done. Like the veterans, a couple of veterans even said, like, can we get Badgett in here? Like, can we get Caleb out of here? So, like, yeah, there's a negativity in that locker room too. So
Sure. And
Should
speaking
never-
of veterans, we missed Veterans Day. So shout out to all the people that served our country.
Yeah,
I forgot
thank
to
you.
mention
We
that.
kind of talked about that last week.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I brought up.
I might have missed it.
like I got my camo
Remembrance
shoes
Day,
on.
You're right.
and
You're right.
also Veterans Day.
Yeah. Okay.
What happened was on November 11th of the year 2011, or no, 1911, the World War I was going on, and they were trying to decide when they could all stop bearing arms.
Oh, all right.
Everybody could go their own way, and the
They had a right to bear
Europe.
arms.
yeah, in
Or
Europe.
armed bears.
And
as
so they
it might
said,
be.
what we'll do is on the 11th hour of the 11th minute of the 11th hour
Mm-hmm.
of the 11th month of the 11th year.
Oh, Jorel just started drooling. Okay, next pick. This is mine. I got the Browns plus
Sneaky.
1 against the Saints.
Terrible.
I think this is the pick of the week, and I took notes here.
Horrible.
You want to know why? Want to know why I said this? Cleveland's coming out of the bye. Obviously, Nick Chubb, 100% this week. Right? Did you know that? He's going to be feeling great, ready to run.
Sounds like you've
Nolans.
got some inside information.
I don't know
over
him
there.
personally, but Nolans, they're not really good against the run. You should know that. The Browns offensive line, well, I'm wearing a Browns hat, all healthy this week. 5 guys ready to dominate the trenches. That's going to happen. Last week, Carr, remember that? When I picked New Orleans and everyone was like, oh, you suck, and then they ended up winning.
I was one of
What
those
is the
people
game?
that told
Am I
you
right?
you
guys remember
suck
that one?
too.
And that was because of the coaching bump and because of the fact that the Falcons get no pressure at all. And
That was one of your best bets, New Orleans.
I didn't make it a best bet. I made the pick in the Chi-Chi, so I should have. Clean pocket for Carr last week. Not going to be a clean pocket for Carr. A clean pocket for Carr this week.
Why is Z's gone?
What's that?
Z's gone.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Offensive line on the Saints is not anything
I
to
don't
write
know
home
what's
about.
going on here.
Okay. I said Dennis Allen gone. Okay, that was.
I'm switching, by the way, my Facebook picks. I'm switching to Browns too. You talked me into it before the show.
I did.
It makes sense.
I did.
Damn.
Tillman's balling too.
Then you, sir, are a damn fool.
And the
Yeah,
Browns.
I'm
A
gonna take
damn
the Browns
fool.
too.
Yeah, the Browns are the sixth best against two tight end sets.
Wow.
Can we talk about Tillman too, man?
Yeah,
I think-
yeah, that's true.
Tillman is
Tillman.
balling. I think he's the number one
Tillman?
receiver over the last
Not
2
Pat
weeks. No,
Tillman.
the
No,
young
no.
stunner on their receiver.
Yeah.
He's got like 3 touchdowns, probably 200 yards in the last 2 games.
This one's a no-brainer. It was definitely. I think it opened at 3, +3. I got it at +2.5. It's now flipped the other way, +1 for the New Orleans Saints.
Sharp money.
Sharp money. You heard it here first. Okay, so that was my pick. Next,
The Sharps are actually on the Browns.
yeah, Sharp's got to be on the Browns. The Brincos. This is Richie's pick, -2.5. Dubs, you want to give an impression of why Rich might have picked the Brincos here?
Falcons lost last week, so I think the Broncos are probably going to beat them this week.
No, but remember, each week's its own entity.
Oh, shoot.
He wouldn't have said that. No. All right, we'll leave this. Dom, what do you
dang it.
who do you like on this one?
The
It's the
Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos versus the Falcons.
Yeah, I like the Broncos. Just defensive. I think. I mean, last week they almost took down an undefeated team in the Chiefs, who I think are
They pretty
potentially
much beat
frauds.
them. They pretty much
Yeah,
beat
they're
'em.
potentially frauds, and I think the Broncos are just too good. I think Bo Nix is playing good. I think their defense is playing really good. Obviously, just like last year.
Javante's been looking good.
Falcons let me down playing
Me
the
too,
Ravens.
man.
Yeah, me too. But I think the Broncos got it.
All
It
right.
feels right. And -2.5, that's Vegas saying, like, you'd be stupid to take Atlanta.
Yeah. All right, and we got one more. This is Tone's pick. He took the Lions laying 14. We've already beat this one to death.
Love
So
it.
you guys are on the same side of this
Let's
one.
go, Tones.
I got the Lions -20 and 3/10, I think.
20. How'd you find that?
3/10.
How did I find it? No,
If you move the slider on some of these just right, you
No,
get
that's
tenths of a
my
point.
that's my number.
Oh, I thought
If
that's
I
what
was
you
the
have that
bookmaker,
pocket.
I'd
Yeah.
be offering the
3/10.
Lions at -20.3.
Okay. I got you. All right, so that's going to be our Chi-Chi's Cup picks. If I had to make a call here, I think we're going to come out. It's going to be tied, 3-1, 3-1 each side.
I'm due to get smacked, and I'm not confident in my picks this week.
No.
No.
All right.
I got some weird shit going on. But I said that about the Chargers a couple weeks ago, and bang, they just smacked whoever it was. So we'll see.
You guys want to try to go through almost every NFL game in 30 minutes?
Sure.
It's going to be a quick one because we talked about almost every.
Yeah, I think we'll be quick at it.
Yeah.
Let me see what I got here.
I am.
It's 14 games, too.
I'm Richie, and in my neighborhood, we have a train that comes through.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo woo!
And I'm JT, the whole NFL, and possibly the ghost of Andy Rooney
Why are there patches on suit jackets?
in 30 minutes. You good?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm out.
Shout out to Dale Dubb, who provided the voice of Andy Rooney in that particular segment there, or bumper. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to read each game. If anybody wants to talk any more about it, let me know. We talked at length about a lot of this stuff. Commanders, Eagles. Anybody want that one?
Why isn't that on the TV, by the way?
That's what I'm saying. We're still watching Chips here. Although this is a great episode.
No, this is terrible.
I like the Eagles.
I don't even know what Chips is.
Jorel likes the Commanders. It's going to come to a head tonight.
Enough said.
I'm indifferent.
All right, this one we haven't talked that much about. The Ravens at the Stillers. Let's put this one on the clock. Here we go. Who wants it? Jarrell, start with this.
Bet the under. I don't know. Bet the over, right?
I think I'm going to take this too.
The over is the
What
play.
what are they, like a little brother? They're our little brother, man. We're what, 8-1 against the Ravens or something stupid.
Something ridiculous.
And
Absolutely.
the Steelers showed they can bang with a good offense last week. Russ is letting his playmakers make plays, and we have one of the best D's in the league. When I say we, I'm talking Steelers. If you're new to this, but I just think the Steelers are ready, and they're gonna be at home. They're gonna get Renegade going. If you guys don't know about the Renegade, that automatic free turnover basically when they play that song.
The jig is up.
And yeah, JJ just ruining lives. Steelers win outright.
I agree. I think the Ravens only have a good offense, and I think Steelers' defense is just. I think it matches their
Scary,
offense
right?
pretty well.
Scary.
And I think Steelers' offense is better than Ravens' defense. So I think the Steelers.
Could you argue with the way Najee's running right now that the Steelers' offense might not be the Ravens' offense, but it's close? If Russ plays a good game too. I guess with Najee and Russ, they can be good.
I mean, I don't think Najee
Offensive
and Russ
line.
are comparable to Lamar and Henry.
No, but George Pickens picks up slack. Freiermuth picks up slack.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close, especially considering what
They're not the Ravens
what
offense.
the Ravens have been doing with their tight ends lately. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so because I mean they have hardly still used Mark Andrews. They've hardly used Isaiah Likely.
Well, Andrews is hot now. He's got 6 touchdowns the last 4 games.
Yeah, I was going to say after the last couple of games, but start of the season, they have 2 great tight ends and they're hardly using them.
Another guy I'm really high on, and Richie is always stabbing me with, is Deontay Johnson. I was kind of excited to see him go to a team that could win one.
Jimmy's a big fan of his.
Deontay's a stud.
Didn't work out last week though.
Deontay's a very good receiver.
Sure. Anybody on this? We're running out of time.
I've heard that the over has been for the Ravens has been like whatever. How many games they played in? They've only gone under one time.
Yeah, they get scored on and they have to score.
Is it already baked into the over? I mean, it's 48.5. So
that is a Steelers-Ravens slugfest. It might go under.
I think it goes under.
They pound the rock.
Defense is great.
Yeah, I love the Steelers D.
I mean, they're bringing it back to steel curtain type stuff.
I think the Steelers are where the Lions were like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think the Steelers are going to be super scary shortly.
Oh boy! All right, we got to move on here, guys.
So a non-playoff team is what you're saying?
No, they're in the playoffs already.
Like 14 years straight or something.
They have like a 20% chance to miss playoffs.
Aren't you saying that they're the Lions from 2 years ago?
But like
they're a non-playoff team.
Like scary good team.
No.
No, they're in.
Packers, Bears talked about it. Browns, Saints talked about it.
We all agree Packers is a mushroom, right?
Okay. You know what? I didn't.
Jimmy, let's hear your opinion on that one.
Yeah, you didn't talk about it.
I'm indifferent to that. It's not a pick. I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I got.
You just think it could be a good game?
At 5, I'm starting to like it a little bit more for the Packers.
He really heated the
I play devil's advocate sometimes with you. You know that, right? I just try to give you the other side of the story.
D-bag?
I wouldn't say a D-bag.
But Chicago has the weapons.
No, Chicago has the weapons. Here's the thing. If Chicago actually shows up to play, they're going to cover.
Yeah, they're
going to cover. There was a shakeup, right? Offensive coordinator's gone. Right, we all know that.
Waldron, he's gone.
Which means they're going to let Caleb do more things that he wants to, generally speaking.
Well,
there's a flip side to that. Defensive coach.
The flip side to that is DJ Moore has been rumored to say he wants Caleb benched.
Yeah, and you know Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was like this on the sidelines last week.
I do have my notes here. It's a divisional game. I mean, that's going to probably should be closer because of that. Also, the Bears are on sale because of the recent performance. Shake up at the OC, Brown for Waldron. You got to watch the Bears' offensive line injuries. You had Jenkins, Jones, and Wright all not necessarily playing. If they're not going to play, or if at least 2 out of those 3 aren't going to play, I definitely lean Packers on that. And then, will the Bears show up? That's really what it is. If the Bears show up, then they should keep it close.
One of my best friends, who I think's watching, just texted me, "Sneaky Bears,
Sneaky Bears."
Yeah, but you know what started all this though?
What's that?
A Hail Mary?
By your boy.
No, you're right. That seemed to demoralize that team more
just
like anything I've ever seen.
Standing in the end zone, talking crap to the stands,
and then
turn around and watch yourself.
Yeah, come on.
Right. Yeah.
To be the one taunting and then tip it into them.
That's Belichick. Bye. You don't have a contract no more.
Right. And as much as I'd like to disagree with Daryl for ratings. I'm leaning. I would lean at 5. I'd lean towards the Packers there. At 6, we're starting to talk. If it got to 7, I would certainly be on the other side of that.
27-10.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
I don't hate it. I didn't put a pukey face on that one.
That team sucks. Puke face.
Didn't put a pukey face. Lions we talked about. Colts, Jets. Nobody's ever mentioned this one. What do you guys think on this one? It's by the way,
Colts?
Jets 3.5 to 4.
This is
laying, and then 43.5 is the total there. Tommy, you want that one?
This is a game that you could see them playing not in America. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, every game this year. This is just one of those games. This is just going to be a terrible
in Germany
7 a.m. game. Yeah, this is a stupid game. With that being said, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly,
I'm gonna tell you what Jorel.
I think Jets. I think the Jets. I mean, have the pieces, but like, you look at Devontae Adams. He went from a worse team to an even worse team, and then the Colts have just been a dumpster fire for the last 2 years. So I don't know.
You want to say it together, UW? What Jorel would say? That the sharp money's on the Jets?
I'm gonna say what Jorel's mom would say.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to talk about
the
Jorel's
Colts are 1-8, I think, against the spread. It's time to bet the Colts.
Oh man, I am sick of the Jets ruining me. They got the pieces. I believe in the pieces. I believe in Rodgers, and they just keep failing. I'm gonna give the Jets one more week, and take the Jets. They're
It
the
is a
better
little-
team,
Makes you wonder a little
and
bit.
they can stop the Colts' best weapon. Jonathan Taylor looks really good this year when he's on the field. He actually looks like top tier. There was a lot of weird fantasy people that I like in my leagues that like are the magazine guy that read the magazine. I seen Jonathan Taylor get drafted number 1 twice this year. So it's weird, but I don't know. I'm going to ride the Jets one more time and hope they get... Remember, I told you guys on the show last week, Rams and Jets are going to get hot, the two wily vets, and both of them lost last week.
Because you say the Jets one more week makes me think Colts.
Yeah, I know.
I would never say to bet the Colts ever, but
I'm
not going to do it, but bet the Colts.
I think I got a sharp angle right
just
here.
one
Watch
more,
this.
just one more really kind of throws me.
Yeah.
Towards the
I hear
Colts.
you.
No, you're right.
I
And
hear you.
the smart money says exactly what you're saying. Let me read this stat. I'll try and find it eventually.
Text your mom and see what she says. If
Yeah,
she's
let
got
her-
a
I'd like to hear
opinion
Mrs.
on
My
Mrs.
mom will
Jorel.
lean towards Rodgers. My mom likes good quarterbacks. She don't bet on inconsistent
smart.
quarterbacks.
Of
a
course.
little bit surprising.
No, she's smart. She knows like, okay, what's the defense going to do and what's the quarterback going to do, and those are the two things that her mind's on. She's a sharp. She knows her football.
I think I can't do anything with this.
Yeah.
Flacco's been a fucking disaster, as
No,
predicted.
it's AR now.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
but now,
Anthony
so now,
Richardson.
now you got Richardson in. I don't think that's necessarily really an improvement.
No,
Believe it or not,
Flacco
over
calls
Joe
the right
Flacco.
play. Yeah, Flacco calls the right play every time.
Yeah, there's nothing. Time's up. Oh, let me
Just get out of here.
I can tell you what the model says. By the way, I didn't do it the last time.
7 a.m. overseas, like Dom said.
Jets.
This is one of them off the Richters.
Okay, the model is Jets -1.
Barely to win.
Yep, Jets -1. 42 is the point total. It's at 43.
Yeah, and it's -1 because they have a
Man, there's a sixth stat, and I wish I could find it, but it's something along the lines of
God, you should play the Colts here because of the model. And then Snoop says this must be from last week. Trevor Lawrence is out.
Thanks.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is out.
I think we mentioned that.
We
maybe
might have mentioned that
once or twice.
All right, he's just tuning in. We love you, Snoop. Okay, so we got the
Just make sure we do.
the Raiders at the Dolphins. Raiders at the Dolphins, and now this is interesting.
so interesting.
Man, 7. You think they could ever get below 7? I don't think so. So you got the Dolphins laying 7 at home. Nice home field advantage there for the Dolphins. 44 is the total. We haven't really talked about this one. Who wants this one first? I'll give it to whoever wants it. Jorel, he's looking like he's salivating over there.
It's just such a weird game, man. Like Miami, like we were talking about before the show, they still have the same thing that they had last year, and they're starting to click. It all rides on Tua, and I think Tua finally got a couple games under him. So it's just like one of them things where, okay, if Miami shows up as last year's team, they should smack this team. The Raiders' talent isn't so much there, but I like the brand of football that they're playing. It's really weird that they like. I expect the Raiders to get blown out every week, and they play good football. So like, 7 points for two bad teams. I took the Raiders in my picks, and I want to stay with it, but I could see Miami absolutely just blowing the doors off because of if they show up like they did last year. So
I think it all depends on how Tua plays. If he wants to run headfirst into piles and brick walls.
Yeah, did you see that shit?
Yeah.
Last week?
he's a football player, and it shows because he could walk away with $90 million. Instead, he'd just rather die. I'm going Raiders in this game. I took the Raiders. I'm going with the points. I think they play a good enough brand of football versus a bad team.
But even after
This is
selling
an under.
everybody,
Who?
I mean, they sold Devontae. They sold not Max. Who was their other big name player? I forgot who it was.
Yeah, but that's.
I mean, because they sold 2 of their top 3 players.
Well, Adams wasn't really even playing anyway, so it's not like they got hurt by Adams leaving.
I mean, he's got Gardner throwing him the football. I mean,
True.
so I don't know.
And Miami's just playing good defense too. Mm-hmm. Miami plays great
Plus,
defense.
they have the weapons on O. I think it depends. I mean, it all comes down
I hate this game.
I agree. I don't think it's a great game.
But if I had to pick, I'll take the 7 points with 2 bad football teams on the field.
Yeah.
But Miami could blow these doors off. What's the over-under? 44, probably?
Yeah,
44.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's the perfect number.
But Tua's only been back 1 or 2 weeks, right?
This is his third week. That's why I'm thinking he might start rolling. He started hitting some throws last week. I don't know. Man, this makes me want to change. Remember I was saying before the show, 6.5 is a bad dog. 7 or 7 above is a good favorite.
It's a good fave. Sure.
And they've been hitting this year. What do you think? What are you saying? Miami?
This is a tough one. I'm going to take Miami. But
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to Miami too, actually. Daryl,
I'm Wong and the Dolphins. That means taking it 6.
All right.
Teaser brings it down to 1.5 or 1. Where's it at DraftKings? 1?
Yeah.
-1? Perfect.
All right, I'm going to end up going. I'm going to take Miami -7 too.
I'm going to pull up the model.
I think they're going to get it. This is a breakout game for them. This is one of them breakout party type games because the Raiders do suck.
yeah, against a team that they should destroy.
Number comes to
They play decent football though.
Miami -5.
Daryl, you got any tabs over there?
I got one. Sure.
With a point total of 41.8. 44 is obviously a key number. I might play the under here.
Okay.
I might play the under here.
No, give it back to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get the other beer.
Sounds logical.
It does.
Oh, you're taking it?
And I'll catch up on the chat while the camera's on me here. Snoop said that Trevor Lawrence is out. That was breaking news. He also says, the beast will be coming at you. I'm not sure what that means, Snoop, if you want to clarify. And he also says Pittsburgh always covers, which has been true a lot this year. And then likely is a mystery why they don't use more. Obviously, Isaiah Likely
Oh.
is what I
thought
think
he was talking about.
No, I think that's what he's
More
talking
than
about.
likely.
Right.
Yep.
Part of my job here is to figure out what these comments mean sometimes.
Ice cold beer here.
Oh, how about you got any hot dogs? Yeah, I'll take one. You throw. I give D-Dubs a Nagasaki. What do they call this? Oh fuck!
Nancy-Gansett?
There it was.
That's a good
That was
spill.
pretty
Though.
good.
That's a good spill.
Yeah, it could have been a lot
You can
worse.
switch the camera over to me and I'll talk for about 4 minutes.
No,
if
he
you like.
smelled good. It's not even a bad one.
Yeah, could have been worse. Give me 1 minute here.
It's funny
Could have been worse.
on these cameras, Dom. It looks like my hands are like way too big.
Where are we at right now?
For
I was
my
a little
body.
thirsty.
You know what they say
Where are we
about
at
big
right
hands?
now? What are we talking
I
about?
believe they say big brain.
Big gloves.
Oh, that's different. Yeah, it's freakishly big looking.
The skins, boy.
So yeah, you got Jorel's gonna be celebrating tonight when the Eagles only win by a touchdown. Down by 7 right now to the Skins, the Commodores, if you will, Commanders, Comanches,
Redskins.
Commodes,
The Redskins.
Commodores.
It's the Redskins.
Son of a gun.
I like that the two young guys are saying Redskins.
It's stupid they changed
It's a shame, but you know,
Is
What
it
do you-
true
what do you think's
that
gonna
that-
happen right here?
Is it true that that
Oh.
tribe is suing them?
Tuckus push.
So
Is that internet
to change it
bullcrap?
back?
Or yeah, they're saying no. That's our warrior that we
yeah, I've
have
seen
pride
that.
in.
I've seen that a lot.
Supposedly,
I don't know
that's
if
a
it's
real
true. I
guy.
never researched it. Yeah,
I never did either.
so I
but
hate.
I've heard
That's why I
a
hate
lot.
the internet.
Yeah, I've heard that's. I mean, I've heard for almost 2 or 3 years that that's been a lot.
Guys, have you ever seen
That's been what they've been saying.
the Eagles fake the Tuckus push?
No.
No, but you know it's coming like in a big game.
Well, they just did it here. They just tossed
Actually,
it.
why fake it? It's 100%. Like
Well,
they
they,
can't
they,
stop
just,
it.
they just tossed it to Saquon
since-
for 3 yards.
Since Kelsey retired, I don't think it is 100%.
Good point, but it's 100%. Imagine Josh Allen doing it. Well, I guess Hurts is the same thing. Hurts
I can't wait
squats
till
like
we get to, I
600.
can't wait till we get to that game.
Oh my
This
God!
is
They
the
just did a
most
double. Let's go.
ridiculous. So what just happened there? If you can
Double-
describe it, Jorel.
A double reverse flea flicker pass sack.
Yeah, not everybody's Ben Johnson, all right? Settle down,
That was ridiculous.
Nick Sirianni.
There was a situation there in this game.
What's funny? I bet you they show downfield and AJ Brown's sitting there doing jumping jacks.
We're talking about the
Watch, here
Commanders
it
and
is.
the Eagles.
There he is.
They
Let's see him.
literally
Number
did a
11.
double reverse, and then the
He's
last
sprinting.
pitch
He's
was
sprinting.
almost in the
Flea flicker.
arms. The
They didn't
last,
show the deep man.
the last pitch was almost in the arms of the.
Oh, that'd have been
Commander.
sick if he picked it to the house. You ever see those highlights of like kids picking pitches?
Sure.
So cool when someone picks
Yeah,
a
they
pitch.
just don't break stride. They just keep going.
They, like
Yeah.
it looks like the quarterback pitched it to them. I love
What are
that.
you doing? Second
What
and
topic were we
23.
on, guys? Before we got to this game?
We were doing NFL in 30.
Oh, okay. So we're getting to a new game, or what game were we on?
Yeah, so we just
Steelers
finally
or
put
no?
the Skins and Eagles.
What do you
game
guys
on
think,
here.
though? Can the Steelers actually like?
I think they can.
The defense can.
We were on Dolphins Raiders.
Yeah, that was actually a topic because what a weird game. Like I can see the Dolphins blowing it off.
Like that's what I was saying before the show. You know, this week is so hard to bet on because you've got all these games that should have. Yeah, I agree. You got all these games that should be played at 7 a.m. in a different country, and you've got all these games that should be prime time because they're just two behemoths and just juggernauts playing each other.
I got a feeling that you're gonna low key like one of my picks next. I got 14 parlay with 4 dogs, and then they all make sense. So this is a hard week, and so was last week. I looked at that card. I went 8-6 last week, which is my worst this year. And I looked at the card. I texted Jim right away, like, what a hard card this is. College too was hard too. So I tried to narrow it down to like 4 or 5 games. And wait, Georgia lost last week? Yeah, that was my dagger. Georgia and that's it. Georgia was my dagger. I had them overly pounded.
Yeah, and sorry, folks, about that lapse at exceptional content that we just experienced.
Oh, they missed it.
Kind of
wow. 51-yarder.
Made a mess here.
Every kick this year.
All right, we didn't talk. Next up, we got Rams and Patriots. Rams and Patriots. Who wants this one? It's 4.5 Pats plus 4.5 at home, plus 5 actually at Bet Rivers at minus 110. Oh, you can get 5.
I think it's Rams all the way.
43.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Nakua back. That's really all they've been missing, I think, all year.
He was there last week?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So week 2 of having Nakua, they won last week, didn't they?
No, they fucked me. They got their dick kicked then, actually.
By who?
The Rams were Monday night.
Dolphins.
Oh, yeah.
Dolphins, 28-10 or something. In dominant fashion.
That's the very game that
was that the game that Puka got kicked out of, or
No.
2 weeks ago.
Before?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
That's the very game that your father here has been giving me a hard time because I was on the Rams, and he didn't like that because I was giving up 1 or 2 points, and they lost by 7 or 8 points.
Yeah, you don't.
So it was almost a 10-point swing.
This is a weird
which
game.
he didn't like. He didn't appreciate.
Well, it wasn't
that.
a 10-point swing, but we call it when you get D-dubbed. That's when you take the favorite and they lose outright. That's when you get D-dubbed.
I've never heard that.
Oh, you haven't heard that?
But
you got to pay attention to the comments.
If we would, I get all the comments and I get all the DMs.
Jorel, back to your
and they
point
say
about
that
the Dolphins and
Chi-Chis.
Raiders. I feel like last week would have been the breakout game then, because the Rams.
That's why I
by no
lost.
means are a bad team.
Oh,
yeah.
And by the way, Snoop in the chat says, I took D-Dub's Rams and ruined his perfect record.
That's great,
Boy.
Gary. I did
You
it
good.
for you because that's
You did it on purpose?
it was one of those, Gary's on board. Squash him.
So I can't find the stat, and I wish I could read it to you guys, but like a team this late in the year that's supposed to get hot, like I've been saying, I think the Rodgers and Stafford will get hot. So last week I gave a dud on those two because I thought both were going to win. And there's a stat saying if both those teams lose in that spot, they're getting slaughtered this week. And I can't find
Gary
it.
was also on board
So like
with
the Jets and the Rams are both bad bets on speaking historical terms. Stevie Blanco in the chat, I see. Silking it.
So,
What's up, Steve?
There's one team I like out there I think is going to probably go undefeated the rest of the way out.
Chargers.
Niners. I think the Niners.
What does that have to do with the Rams and the Patriots?
Wow, he's saying that
We're talking about hot teams.
It's the Rams for sure. I mean, the Patriots are terrible. They're awful.
he's saying that Stafford
This shouldn't even be a
and
game.
Rodgers are going to be the.
This is another 7 a.m. game in Germany.
You know,
I missed
hot
it.
team.
My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry
you're
about
right.
that.
But I do kind of want
You
to
got a
put
lot going on over there.
Don, what
I
you
do.
said in check a little bit because they manhandled and dominated an NFL team last week. I know the Bears aren't that good, but you agree they play good defense. It's a good defense. So Patriots might be a tough team. I wouldn't say dog shit. Or would you say? You basically said dog shit.
Yeah, basically.
And I believe that. I've been betting against them like crazy this year, but they might be showing me that. And if Drake May makes the throws, Drake May actually was another quarterback I had over Caleb. I forgot about that one.
But how much of that is the Bears coming off that last loss to the Commanders and being demoralized?
Yeah, they've
compared
been canceled since that game. Yeah,
Right.
They've gave up since that game. I watched Keenan Allen sit here like, why did I come here? Like literally, I could just see it on his face. But oh man, I don't know. New England might be tougher than people think. I think they might have a good brand of football.
All right. And the idea is there's the 2.5 minutes on the clock. We talk about the game that's on the clock is the idea for that segment. I don't think we talked about that game at all.
I said that they were terrible.
I mean, as long as you
Garrett,
don't
me too.
spill your
7 a.m.
drink,
game.
we're fine.
Well, I know I made a mess. Actually, I have brown beer dripping on my balls right now. It's a little uncomfortable. Not gonna lie.
I almost brought Honey Browns if they didn't choose. I
Oh,
was gonna
Honey
bring-
Browns. That's
You
one
guys
of
ever had
Richie's
that?
favorites. Yeah, oh yeah. Honey
That's one
Browns
of
are
Richie's
great.
favorites?
Yeah.
Mine and my mom's too.
You guys are like, you could be brothers.
Do they still make Honey Brown?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do.
they got it. It's
Remember
one of-
we used to drink
it's one of
those
the
at the
best
golf
beers out
course
there.
back in the day. I used to take all those beers all the time.
It's one of
We
the
used to
best
bring
beers
them.
out there, man.
Incriminate
I don't know
yourself.
what a
Oh,
Honey
it's
Brown
nothing
is.
illegal. It's just
Try
I thought
one.
the
You'll like
rule
it.
was we
They're
had
good.
What is it?
the pro shop staff
What kind of
always
beer
had
is it?
free beer.
What kind of beer is it?
A Honey Brown?
A wheat?
Ale.
Yeah, it's an ale, I'd say.
It's good. I promise
Yeah.
you had it. Mad that you bought it. It's like
No,
drinking.
I had it 30
it's like
years
someone.
ago.
What's that Jamaican beer? The Red Stripe. It's like someone handing you a Red Stripe. It doesn't taste like a Red Stripe, but it's like, oh damn, this is good too. You know, like unexpectedly
Come to
good.
Jamaica, man.
Jamaica man.
Irie.
Speaking of Jamaica man, is USA smacking the Jamaicans?
We got to find out.
Is Pulisic scored? Where's
Rasta?
Nino? Are you in the
we got?
chat? I need updates. I asked
We
you
need
guys
updates.
for updates.
Yeah, we're
man.
watching the football game.
God,
we're watching the
I think-
football team.
Gary, can you wiki that?
I'm
They
on
didn't know
it.
he's right, but I think this week it also goes to accept 2 with the Packers beating the Bears. Because
Okay,
the
1-0. Pulisic,
Titans
please.
were the only ones that have won after they played the Lions because of the Honolulu flu or whatever you want to call it, the Lions hangover. But I don't understand. I don't think that's a true stat. I think that's just a
Against the spread, it's
coincidence.
8-0.
Is it?
It's a true stat. And
Okay.
until New England, did New England win last week? No, wait.
I don't buy that.
No, no.
We've talked about
No,
this.
I've watched it since San Francisco in the NFC Championship. They lost to KC, right?
Yeah.
So it was like 6 in a row that the team lost, and then finally the spread didn't cover.
The Rams in
Tennessee
week 1
finally
lost to
covered.
the Lions, and then they came back in week 2 and they lost again.
Smacked everyone.
Then in week 2, the Lions lost.
lost to the Bucks.
So then the Bears, the Bucks lost in week
And
3.
that was the week that the Lions had the Buccaneers flu.
Yep. And then the
And-
Buccaneers lost in week 3 to somebody else in the South.
Well,
Right.
regardless, the only team that's won the game after they played us is the Titans.
Yeah, Titans, but they didn't cover. So now I'm extending it to covers now.
Oh,
Because
you're
they have
making your
covered.
own
No,
blue
it went
flu.
7-0. The team lost, or 6-0, whatever it was, and now it's like 7-0 or 8-0 against the spread.
Yeah, but Snoop's in the chat right now. He says teams
Covered
that play
by
the
half,
Lions
too.
always lose the following week, except for once. I still, you would have to be able to take that and apply that to other scenarios.
Yeah, you guys were calling me out on this last week. Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably Jim.
like why didn't the
That was
Bears
me.
do it, or why didn't
And I think-
the Niners, or who was the other good team? The Rams, the greatest show on turf. Why didn't any of those 4 teams, the 07 Patriots, that they're comparing us to?
I think that
Yeah.
gets squashed this week, though, because like we said, I think the Packers win. We talked about
If
that
they
one.
don't,
Packers, Bears.
then-
I think the Packers.
Okay, I'll
beat
tell
the
you what.
Bears.
If they don't, then I'll believe it.
And then,
No, we
but
played
yeah.
the Texans. Sorry, we played the Texans.
Okay, yeah,
But
if
the Packers
Houston
had a bye,
loses,
so I
if
think that
Houston
counts.
loses
to
Dallas, then
that's a 7-point dog.
if that happens, I will do the show with no pants.
That's
on
why I
next week.
forget. I was trying to tell you why I took. Remember we were talking. I took
Don't- you
Dallas
look
7.5.
excited, Daryl.
It's because of the Lions curse.
Because
That's
the
why I
Lions,
took
okay.
7.5.
Yeah.
I think in terms of just win-loss, it's Packers win. I think Houston wins, and there's 3 that haven't, or that
There's
haven't
no way
lost
he's
the week after.
that defensive
Or the 2
performance.
weeks after, whatever it is.
The Texans
Exactly.
just showed. There's no reason they should lose to the Cowboys.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's continue on with the order of business that we're on right now. How
Jimmy.
about yes, sir?
You remember when we were kids, there was that commercial for traveling to Jamaica?
Come to Jamaica, man.
So Pulisic didn't score the goal
All
yet.
right.
Yeah. It's because you're stoned if you go there.
I wasn't
No, you weren't stoned. Neither was I. But okay, so we got the Vikings at the Titans. We haven't talked about this one. 6 is the number. That's what the Titans are getting at home. One of the biggest home field advantages, by the way, in the National Football League. 39.5 is the point total. Who wants it? Let's keep going. Somebody.
Jimmy, the Vikings are due for more regression.
I agree.
The Titans, how can anybody ever bet on them? Leave this frickin' game alone.
I think it's a trap game. I think the Vikings have been frauds since week 1. And
Yes.
I think the Texans are better than what people think that they are. So I think
The Titans?
Oh yeah.
Or the
I don't-
Texans? I just
No,
said Texans.
no, the Titans.
Oh,
I think the
okay.
Titans are better than what people think they are, and I think the Vikings are frauds.
I agree.
Vikings didn't really
I think-
look like
I think-
a fraud against the Lions. They look like a pretty
Yeah,
admirable
but
team.
it's a conference game.
It's
Or
not.
divisional game.
It's not a It's not college. It's not high school. This is the NFL.
It doesn't
Division
matter.
Doesn't mean anything.
If you look at it every year, though, they're always close. I mean, look at us when Dan Campbell was our first year head coach, and who did we beat? The Packers. That was the only team we beat.
They lost.
Ended Aaron Rodgers' career in Green Bay.
They lost last year too. A couple games that they shouldn't have lost.
Yeah, and then we beat the Bears with, more when the Bears win the turnover battle. So
Maybe
it's like,
I'm wrong. I just don't feel like at professional level, the division means as much.
I think
as,
watching as much podcasts as I watch on.
You don't think
like
the
Players
division game
Podcast.
means as much?
I think it means. A
I
lot.
don't. At
It means
the professional
more
level, I just
beyond
think,
a lot. I think I'm with you, Dom. I think the division game. Look at look at the playoff teams over the last say 6 years, and then look at them in division games. Even if it's like Pittsburgh versus Cleveland or Baltimore versus dog shit Cleveland.
Like last year when we had the opportunity to potentially play the Packers in the NFC Championship, I was like, I really hope we don't play the Packers. That was what I was reading.
Right,
I was
'cause
like, I
it's
hope
a
we don't play
divisional
them.
game.
Because it's a divisional game, and
Penn
I think that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could have killed us.
No, and I've been on what your tone of voice is with Vikings. I think the Vikings have been overachieving. I think they're the team we thought they were last year, a good, tough team that's well coached. But once guys like Sam Darnold in the NFL gets this film, you better be able to adapt, or you're going to come back down to reality like he has the last 3 weeks. And I've been saying that Minnesota is a beatable team, and holy crap! When it was 14-14, Tennessee looked like a good team against us.
Exactly, yeah.
Rudolph was dropping dimes though when they were catching it. Who went off against us? Ridley? Yeah, Ridley.
Yeah.
So
And he got hurt, yeah.
I can see Tennessee at home +6 now that I think about it. See, I was looking at Minnesota -5 in money lines. Jeez.
There we go.
I'm not switching my pick. I'm staying with Minnesota. I think they're the better team.
I think Minnesota's equivalent to
I
the
totally-
Eagles last year at 10-1 and then losing out.
I totally see Dom's points right now. But they are well coached. Better coached than Philly.
I write notes down for everything, and
What you do that with a crayon? I'm guessing.
no,
right?
I type them out. Of course, it's all filled with beer
Oh,
right now. But
wow.
here's all I have for this game. Actually, I have Titans +6 in pocket right now, -110.
I feel that too.
I have solid defense against the run. Aaron Jones not 100%.
Yeah, you need to stop their run to get that game going. Yeah, and they will stop the run.
And then my thought was Darnold will continue to regress after overperformance early in the season / overpriced Minnesota.
They are being advertised bigger than they are.
That's what I got.
I
Okay,
fully
next
agree
up, we
with
got
that.
the Brincos -2.5 at home up in Mile High Stadium. 44 is the total. We don't really talk much about this one. Who wants it first?
Who are they playing?
Oh, I'm sorry. They're playing the Falcons.
I like that they got their run game going. They definitely play good defense. The spread's 2.5 for a reason, man. Atlanta is got enough weapons to win this game, but it's in Denver. Denver's gonna outcoach them. 2.5 feels right, and it's so weird because you want to think that Denver sucks, but they don't. I like Denver 2.5. I'm gonna take Denver. I'm gonna stay with my Denver pick 2.5.
I'm gonna say Denver, but just because I think Kirko's a better quarterback than Sam Darnold, but I think they're having that same realization that the Vikings are having.
Yeah,
At
the
this
league's
point.
figuring it out.
Yeah, at this point in the season, I think that's what's happening.
Especially when that's a good coach in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got a couple comparable teams. Denver's at home, and 2.5 doesn't mean much. Likely they'll win by 3. So
Daryl, that's a good point. Comparable teams too. And don't you think Denver's defense is a little bit better though?
I think that Denver's got a better defense, and
they are comparable teams. They got Drake London, but they got Cortland Sutton. They got Bijan, but Javante's supposed to be as good as Bijan.
I think it's a pick'em situation, but I don't get excited about 1 point, 1.5, 2 point, 2.5. Denver's gonna win by a field goal, and that's where I'm at with that.
I have the Saints D, not a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, you brought this up earlier.
Yeah, I think I did. And then expect the opposite here, yes, as the Broncos blitz a lot and generate pressure. And you got Kirk Cousins.
And
Yeah,
on top of the blitzing, Broncos have arguably the best corner in the league right now.
that's very true. And also that Denver should win up front, as the O-line should have some success, which will further open opportunities for
That's
the
a
Knicks.
good-
Who's that cornerback again?
Surtain.
He'll never be as good as his old man.
He's proven that he's better. At this moment in his NFL career, he's better.
I don't know, but maybe.
No, I'm saying for games played, he is better than his dad. His start is better. But yeah, you're right. Patrick Surtain's a very, very high ceiling. But, I mean, this kid is balling. He's locking everyone down.
Hey, I said the same thing about Ken Griffey Jr. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I think this is a top
And who
pick.
cares? That's like...
Top pick. Take the Broncos. Oh, wow. We got a lot of sound effects all at the same time. I'm going to go with the chat here real quick.
Hey, Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
you wouldn't tease the Falcons?
I didn't tease the Falcons. You're saying to cover the field goal?
No, to get 8.5.
Not to say I wouldn't,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I didn't.
8.5 would make a lot of sense in that game.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Snoop says, "Our Peepee." Oh, that's the Sam Rapepi. Our
Yeah, he's the
Pepe?
one that scored. Yeah.
Sam,
You remember Sam Rapepi?
I sure do.
Yeah, it's going back.
was he a judge?
I don't remember.
Rapepi.
No, Judge Jacqueline.
I have
Joe
a
Jacklin.
I have a
Jammin'
healthy.
Joe.
I have a healthy bet on USA, Washington money line, and Pulisic to score. So
Okay.
I really need that Pulisic.
Well,
back
apparently
in
Follow
Our
the
PP.
football?
Not really, but one of my
world?
best friends, who's one of the best coaches coming up, Vittorio Sobraco. I was just in his office before this, and they're like, "You didn't bet USA?" I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, "Who are they playing?" They're like, "Jamaica." I go, "That seems like a free goal for Pulisic," and they both were like, "And Vittorio's like a soccer mind, right?"
Vittorio Sobraco?
Yeah.
Another fine Irishman?
No, Italian.
Oh,
Dago.
Boo.
Dago as hell. Paisano.
Also, Snoop says Vikings got hockey.
who said that?
Stoop.
Hawkinson.
Snoop in the chat.
Stoop in the chat.
Snoop on a stoop. He also says bad call in Dallas gave us Rams. Minnesota has good defense, and Denver gets 3 for the home team advantage,
Gary,
as does everyone else.
Snoop, I don't know if I agree with that 3-point home field anymore.
Not me.
No, you shouldn't.
It's knocked down to like 1 point.
Yeah,
Maybe 1.5.
It really
1.5.
has.
I think 1.5. If you're going to take it
I
across
don't even
everything,
consider it anymore.
1.5.
In KC, I considered it a little bit. In Seattle, I considered it a little bit.
Sure.
And now in Detroit. Detroit's fucking...
Detroit's big. Tennessee has one of the biggest home field
but
advantages.
right now, Detroit for sure has a playoff atmosphere.
Yes. Yep.
No-brainer. That's 50 years of losing behind those chairs.
I agree. But yeah, 3 is no longer a
Where
good
did
number.
the Lions
speaking
lose
of
their
that-
only game this year?
Tampa at home. I know, and it
Yes.
pisses me off because my prediction was Lions go undefeated at home and we go 15-2. So I already missed my first prediction, and I don't even think my 15-2 can happen because we're gonna clinch here soon.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
We're gonna clinch here soon and not even care about the rest of the year.
Being at that game, though, we did have a lot of stupid things happen. Like Glasgow had like 2 or 3 false starts.
You were at the
Bucks game, yeah.
It's like sort of a humble brag you got in there, isn't it, Jimmy?
Well, Elizabeth's family has season tickets, so I go a lot.
Snuck it in there.
Also,
You know, being
why
at the
doesn't
game.
my dad have season tickets? You might ask.
Was that the game we outstatted the shit out of them and lost? Didn't we
Not
outstat
really.
the shit out of Tampa and lose?
That was the game that we had like 20 trips to the red zone and didn't score. a single
Yeah, I think we
time.
outstatted
Or
the shit out of them and
scored 3
lost.
times or something. Yeah.
That pisses me off because we're supposed to go undefeated. Now KC is going to be the first 20-0 team.
Interesting, guys. You know, if we're talking about
Jim
the
hated
Lions,
that one.
Nah, that's not true.
if we're
You
talking
should
about
have heard the chants after
the
that.
Lions for a moment, what was their biggest like? Where did they just cream somebody? What was the biggest one this year?
The Titans?
Titans. And what was the game that scared you the most?
The Rams.
Same game, the Titans.
No, the Rams
Titans
scared
scared me
me.
the most.
Defensive front. They in the first 5 minutes of the game they hit.
Oh, you're saying
Goff.
as the game was going on? Yeah, it was 14-14. They were
hit him, what,
battling.
like 3 times in the first quarter alone.
I think the game that scared me the most was this last week.
Wow.
I don't know.
I think
mean,
if they lost that game, who
Yeah,
cares?
the
They
whole
lost
way.
the Texans.
We were supposed to lose that game
Yeah,
last
but you
week.
lost. You lost to a team that has
Yeah.
nobody on offense.
The
currently.
Texans was the
You
scariest
have
from the
Tank
gate.
Dell and
From the kickoff,
Stroud,
was
See,
the
and that's
Texans.
it.
I know what you're saying, but to me that makes me think right now that the Texans, if everybody's healthy in the NFL, the Texans might be the best team in the AFC.
Nope. No.
Yeah.
Nah, their defense ain't stacked
I mean,
enough.
right now they're missing Diggs. They're missing even arguably the best receiver,
Arguably
Collins.
the best receiver in the
and
AFC,
they
at
lost
least.
their best defensive player, Anderson.
I know. They did that to us. They stuffed our buns like that without Will Anderson. How many times have you seen our running backs hit the hole and get stuffed like that? Never.
Not much.
D'Amico
Although I
Ryan
will
dialed
say,
us up, man.
In that Buccaneers game,
Yeah, that was a
it
good.
seemed like they just wanted to throw the ball into the middle,
We threw 50 something
55
times. Yeah.
times.
into the middle in that soft part of the.
Do you know how terrified I was that Jared Goff was going to have over 30 passing attempts last week?
How terrified.
Oh, so he was. I had him under 30. I was like 25, or yeah, it was under 30 for passing attempts or something like that. And I was like crapping my pants.
It felt
because I was like, there's no way we're down 13. We're gonna lose. We're gonna have 90 passing attempts.
I like that we stayed loyal to pounding the rock, even though we were getting stuffed at 2 and 3 yards, even in the third quarter. I love that we stayed with, okay, this is what we're still gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that Belichick Atlanta game. Like, here's our game plan. We're gonna stay with it until it's out of hand.
Because if you look at the Bucks game, it was almost the same scenario.
But we should have stayed with it.
First play of the game, Jared Goff throws a pick.
Yeah.
And then guess what? 3 plays into the Texans game, we throw a pick.
And then what was it? The next week, we pound the rock out with Montgomery in overtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the week I came on the show going nuts. Why didn't we do that in the fourth quarter?
Oh,
we could have just Montgomery them in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes on the clock.
Our third week was the
That's
Seahawks.
our identity,
was it the
man.
Hawks? Was it Seahawks?
That seems right.
But you know what
we won that game outright. I think it was like 14 or something. Right?
What was crazy is
yeah.
What's his face? Gibbs was over rushing yards last week.
Yeah, he was, and you know who wasn't? Demo.
That was cutting it
Yeah,
close,
it was cutting it
though.
close, but he made it over.
I
right?
needed that last run.
Yeah, you did.
To get the over.
And then
D'Amico Ryan fucking dialed us up.
Yeah,
that was a great defensive game plan.
All right, this has been Michigan Minute. And by the way, Snoop says he doesn't buy the 3, but the books do.
I disagree.
Right.
I think the AI disagrees. The
Yeah, I think
algorithms
so.
disagree.
I think they're a little more sophisticated than us.
In the words of my
nowadays.
mom last year, I did the research on away versus home, and it doesn't matter.
Can we have your mom on next time?
She's the first grandma caddy in Michigan history, like honors caddy, where she has her pro card, and she wouldn't even
Wait,
go
you
on the
mean
news for
like
it.
a caddy, like
No, she's
like
a professional
golf
caddy. She
Evan
got her
Scholar?
Yeah, Evan
She got
Scholar?
her card. She caddied like for Jerry Rice, for example, my idol growing up. He played at Oakland Hills.
Yeah,
She's the first honor caddy in Michigan history. Grandma caddy.
Yeah.
The news wanted to do a thing on her, and she wants to be forgot about. Who is that woman is what she wants.
Oh no! Well, see, me and D-Dub, we have a long
But I
tradition
would love
in
to get
the
her on
clubs
here.
of Michigan.
We have to get her on here for like a playoff pick where it's just a few games.
I'll tell you what. If the Lions make the playoffs, let's get Mama Jorel on.
Yeah, and she's
Or
gonna. What's funny is
If or when.
here's
Or
one
when.
thing she
It
always
should be
says.
when, yeah.
This is my favorite thing, and it's as a handicapper or wanting to be a handicapper, you know not to pick overs or try to avoid the overs. That's like the public number one, right?
Sure.
And her thing is, when in doubt, take the over. She's looking at because she likes to. If the game's on TV, she'll put something on it so it's a little more exciting. And if she don't like it, she'll just be like over, and she'll do like the 4-teamer where it goes down 13, and it'll be in the future tennis and shit.
Okay.
And it cracks me up because it's like
Yeah, 'cause she's a big tennis bettor too,
the
right?
best in the league.
Yeah.
She's so good at it. It's unbelievable.
Does
But
she
like,
bet ATP or WTA?
all of it. If it's on, if
So I like
all
to
of
go
it.
against her WTA head to head. That'll be the next Silk Challenge.
I got my money on my mom.
Okay.
She's a monster.
That's a mistake.
Mind on your money.
You know what else
and
me
your-
and my mom learned about tennis? When they start signing the deals, like Coco Golf, doing all the commercials,
Yeah.
start taking the free money against like plus 400 against Coco, plus 300. Yeah, you might lose a few, but you're going to hit enough to where the money keeps getting higher and
Yeah.
higher.
No, I can see that.
How about that?
These commercials ruin athletes.
How about that? The gal that won the Olympics,
Which one?
Chinese gal?
I thought you were talking about breakdancing.
No.
Oh,
Ray
the tennis
Gun.
Ray
player.
talking about Whoopi.
The tennis player.
I thought that was what we were talking about.
The tennis player.
Yeah.
She's a stud, too. What has she been doing?
I don't know.
That was
I don't know.
impressive,
I didn't
actually.
I didn't have her in my top 3, Jimmy.
I got to ask my mom about her.
No, I'll tell you what though. We're at 2:12. We haven't even made it through.
Are we running out of time?
Yeah, we're way
I'm
out.
running out of time. I'm running out of beer over here too. I got a warm PBR sitting here. That's not going to get me very far.
I got a cold.
There's a cold one up there. Did someone take it?
Nancy.
All right. Let's continue here. We got the Seahawks 49ers. We didn't really talk that much about this, did we?
No, not at all.
Niners.
No? Okay. It's San Francisco laying 6.5 at home and then 48 is the total. Jorel, why don't you lead us off here?
I'll go quick too. I think I'm just on Seattle, just based on San Fran ain't fully back yet. I get that they freaking said, okay, McCaffrey, you are back. We're gonna ride you. I just don't think. Man, Ricky Purcell's touchdown looked really impressive too. But I just think Seattle's going to run the ball enough and hang around to cover 6.5, even though I hate 6.5, so I like 7s. But I'm going to take Seattle plus 6.5. I'm not confident in it, though.
I think Seattle hasn't been playing their greatest football, so I'm going to take the Niners.
And I was mentioning before this, the Niners, I think, are
winning out.
Going to get hot. Going to get real hot. Now, somebody would say what happened last week. He had McCaffrey, and it didn't really look all that impressive. Well,
it's his first week.
Give him a week. Give him 2. I think 49ers cover, but it is a big number. There's reason to be concerned, but I do think they probably will cover. Play the money line. What's the money line, Jimmy?
Oh, money line is
298. Yeah, sure. Put up a couple.
298.
And can my man Brock Purdy get his flowers? Like, his whole team's been down and he's still balling. The guy's putting up 2-3 touchdowns every week. He's a good quarterback. Everyone shut up.
Nothing wrong with Purdy.
Purdy's a good quarterback.
Seattle's out of the bye. Seattle D
That's
is healthy.
why I like it.
They're healthy. Got rid of Dodson. Who the fuck does that? Your leading tackler? You want to dump his ass?
I forgot the rest is why I like the 6.5 too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so you got some rest. You got the defense are going to be playing for their jobs. And then really, what did anybody see from San Francisco last week against the Bucs? Did anybody see anything that you like on the offensive side of the football?
Anything impressive last week?
CMC, the best player in the league. He looked good.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm on the
Metcalf back, or
I'm on the Seattle Seahawks on this one.
Metcalf.
Oh,
DK. We didn't talk about this one either.
Is DK out, Jim?
DK should be be playing.
Yeah, I think he's going to play.
He was out last week.
He could have played last week, but he didn't, so he should be healthy.
He
this
should be
week.
healthy. Yeah.
So that helps. Talks that he was saying he wants to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Oh, DK said he wants to be traded.
Yeah, come to the Lions, man. We needed.
He said that he didn't want to play there anymore, or something like that.
I guess if you got Geno Smith throwing you the football, that might be a problem.
Yeah, here's your dinosaur.
How about the Chiefs at the Bills? This is going to be 4:25, still in the 4 o'clock window. We got to hustle this up a little bit, guys. The Bills laying 2 to 2.5 at home, and then 46 is the point.
I'm guessing this is the game of the week.
This is. And
with
Chiefs
Troy Aikman and Jack Buck.
You're going to see a team with a fresh loss in their record, and they're going to be whatever it is, 8-1 or 9-1, something. Bills are going to kill them. I think Josh Allen's going to kill them.
There you go, Tommy.
I think the Chiefs are barely squeaking by.
I heard you say earlier frauds.
Yeah, I think they're barely squeaking by. They should have lost 4 or 5 games, and good teams find a way to win or whatever it is, just like the Lions last week. But I think the Bills have had their number regular season for the last 4 or 5 years. There's no reason the Bills should lose this game.
Just like they should have won it at home in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are not frauds. They're finding ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
They got the best defensive coordinator of all time, the best quarterback of all time. And I think they're starting to get hot. And when they add Pacheco next week, woo, watch out. This team might go 20-0. I really believe that this team can go 20-0.
I don't think they have the O-line for that.
You know my prediction, Don? We haven't talked outside of today. My prediction at the beginning of the year was that the Lions are going to be -5 in the Super Bowl and lose to the Chiefs. America's team's going to lose to the Chiefs. Vegas cleans up. The 3-peat is just too much money to keep the Brady talk alive, blah, blah, blah. 20-0, I might be ignorant.
I just think the Chiefs having to get past, with no offense, getting past the Ravens
But they
defense.
do. I disagree with no offense just because Mahomes knows what he's doing, and he hasn't had a turnover in 2 weeks now.
But they just don't have an offensive line. Like, their offensive line is mediocre at best.
It's supposed to be awesome, too. The 2 guys they brought in to replace the studs, yeah, you're right. The O-line is dog. Wow. But the Bills' D-line isn't what it was 2 years ago either.
That's true.
This is a great game because I can see the Bills just absolute mushroom stamp, bringing everything at home. Bills Mafia, you know what I mean? The whole thing roll the team that needs to get rolled.
Yeah.
But Mahomes doesn't get rolled.
Like a joint. Roll it. What do you
Roll
think,
Mahomes
D-Dub?
like a
You wanna
doobie.
Chime in here? Or
All right. Am I right? Dom likes the Bills?
Yeah.
And Jorel likes the Chiefs.
I love the Chiefs.
I'm with Jorel. I hate to say it, but what you said, good teams find a way to win.
But I don't think they're a great team.
They play good defense and they have the best quarterback.
You don't think the Chiefs are a great team?
Anybody?
How many great teams are there?
Yeah, and
I think there's probably 3 total contenders, and I think the Chiefs, just because they're the Chiefs, I don't think they're a great team, but I think it's one of those teams that like everybody is going to play down just because they're the Chiefs and they're, whatever it is, 2-time reigning.
I get it. I would just say that the Chiefs, Jim, you can take your clock and you can stuff it up your
been able to get a word in edgewise lately.
Let me just tell you,
this week.
Take your clock and stick it up your, you know what?
I got a lot to say this week.
Okay.
My vas deferens. I don't think it's you.
Let me just say this. What'd you say?
I don't think it's Dom.
No, before that.
Vas deferens?
Don't
Is that what
say
you're
that.
talking? We
Don't
said
ever-
shove it up your whatever.
Don't ever
know.
say that, okay?
Your urethra?
I don't like that. Just
Is that what
say
it is?
arse.
You're talking about my ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Into
Take
my
the clock,
rectum.
stick it up your arse.
I thought you
okay?
meant you want to go on the front side with
No.
that.
God, why would you think that?
I don't know.
That's freaking
Say it.
weird, man. That's freaking weird.
All right, what are you saying?
I'm not
What are you
familiar with
saying now?
social norms when it comes to where you shove
Your top 5 teams, Kansas City's definitely in it.
He's in it, yeah.
Top 3 teams, no, I get it. I get what you're saying, even though they're undefeated.
I don't think they're not in my top 3. I just don't think they're top 2.
Well, so you think there's only 2 great teams? Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'm not saying that. I just don't. I think there's teams that potentially could be better than them.
Well, here's what I would say is that at some point you're playing a different. I think the Chiefs may be playing a different game. It's the end game, and the idea that they're just doing what they need to do to get to the end where they want to be.
I think there's a lot of suspect things that are happening.
I agree. They have an unfair advantage.
I think
for
at
sure.
if you look at the first 10 games of last season, Chiefs were probably like 6-4. I'm guessing.
Well, I think they end up with 3 losses on the season. I don't think they go undefeated.
I just think that they're playing the game. They know what they know what they need to do to get to where they need to be. They're still
and that's
if they don't-
what I've heard too is that the Chiefs at this point. I think it was Pat McAfee that said it. I think the Chiefs at this point they're not worrying about November. I think all they've worried about all season is January football. Sure. And I think that makes sense.
all season.
Yeah.
All season. I agree. I've been saying this for years. The Chiefs' offense is nowhere near what the playoff offense is.
Mm-hmm.
They run this like double RPO that I've been trying to figure out where they play teams 9 on, or they play
Yeah.
teams at 8 on 11,
You're talking about the most creative offensive coach in the league, right?
and a creative quarterback.
And so all he's got to do is turn that Denny's menu upside down. He's got a whole other set of plays that we haven't seen yet.
Moves
Right?
over
Have
Miami.
you-
That's
It's one of
right.
the best. Yeah.
no, but
Plays we haven't seen. You got me there.
okay, but then let me ask you this, Dom: if the Chiefs do win this game, can they go undefeated? Would you start? I know you think they're frauds. I know you think they're good, but they're not what as advertised is what you're saying.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So if they win this game, would you consider them for 20-0?
Could I say something though?
Which means
he-
the Super Bowl
Before
too.
he answers
Maybe.
this though, can I just say one thing, Jorel? Do they care about going undefeated? They don't care.
When it's a three-peat,
If they
Brady
get to-
talk,
I
yes.
don't
I think
No,
if
no.
they
In the
clinch-
Hollywood
I think if they
grand
clinch,
scheme
they
of
keep
things,
them,
yes.
they keep them healthy.
No,
This is Hollywood.
When they get to 15-0, they're going to say
The
rest.
Chiefs- No.
They're going to be 15-2 or
Mahomes-
16-1. They don't care about going
Mahomes has to
17-0.
get
Snoop, I
grabbed.
hear you, Snoop.
Mahomes has to get grabbed from his pads in preseason off the field because he wants to play.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Jorel because if you look at last year,
This is a
with
Hollywood
the Lions.
story.
With the Lions, we clinched the playoffs and we didn't sit any of our starters. And then what happens? Sam Laporta gets hurt because it's a Cinderella story and it's the Hollywood ending that everybody wants to see as the Lions win the Super Bowl.
And you can't argue that Mahomes
I could
is
see
better
that.
than Brady. Mahomes beat Brady twice, or Brady beat Mahomes twice, right? In big games. You cannot keep this Brady-Mahomes argument alive unless he has something miraculous like the perfect season.
Yeah,
So if
which
they
Brady
get into the
couldn't do with
playoffs
one loss, yeah.
undefeated, going undefeated in the season's kind of easy for them because they have the greatest coaches and player of all time, in my opinion. And if they get into the playoffs, they're not losing. It's going through KC. You're not going to beat them in KC. I don't care. Mahomes ain't losing at home.
I could be wrong.
I'm going to be so mad that America's team's going to lose as a 5-point favorite in the Super Bowl. I've been calling this out for almost a year and a half now.
I think if it's Lions Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I think we win.
We're built to beat them.
I think we win. I don't think there's any reason we shouldn't, unless maybe the addition of D-Hop. I think they have big
And
plays.
no holding calls.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the DPIs, yeah, I agree. But I think the Lions still figure
Actually,
it out.
now that you just said that, Terrion Arnold in the Super Bowl, two pass interference calls.
Yeah, that cost us the game.
It's already been set up. The script is written. You guys somehow had it.
Sure. No,
Somehow
I can see
had
that. Let me catch up here on the chat. By the way, it's
Gary's going crazy.
Yeah, largely snoopified. He says
The luck runs out.
Denver. Okay, well, I read that. Can't wait to watch Zadarius on a winning team. The Beast, by the way. And then he says Buffalo is in the AFC Finals. Houston couldn't score on us for the second half. Very true. And he says Whoopi just announced that she's withholding sex. Do you believe that? Like anybody was Whoopi Goldberg. Like anybody was lining up to have sex with Whoopi Goldberg anyway. But that's what Snoop says. He says Buffalo, baby, Buffalo here. KC, luck runs out. And then he says that 9% alcohol got VW looped. It's calling you a VW.
Somebody's hitting the microphone with their hands.
It's not me. I have pretty good mic.
I was over here trying to get comfy.
Ease up off that microphone a little bit.
Yeah.
Gary, no comment, okay?
That's fair enough. Fair enough. All right. We're actually on the Sunday night game now. The Bengals at the Chargers. Did we already talk about this one enough? Or do we want to continue on?
Which one? We talked about it at all.
Sunday night. We didn't talk about the Bengals at the Chargers? No.
We ran the tape.
To me, this is the game of the week.
Okay, here we go. Bengals at the Chargers.
Chiefs
You got the
Bills
Chargers laying 1.5.
This is a big game.
At home. No home field advantage. Wow. My buttons just turned off. Okay. And then 48 is the point total. Who would like to lead with this one? I'll give it to whoever wants it. Jorel. Okay.
So I said earlier, and I've been saying this for years, there's only 3 tier 1 quarterbacks. It's Mahomes, it's Burrow, and it's Herbert. And now I got to hear these excuses that Herbert, just like the Lions, has to just hand the ball off 30 times and then throw one pass. He's still Justin Herbert, and since he's been in the league, he has Mahomes stats. He's a tier 1 quarterback on a team that, yes, can run the ball. But I think in this scenario, keeping it quick, the Bengals are hungrier because the Chargers have overachieved their expectations. I think these teams are very similar. Bengals a little better offense, Chargers a little better defense. I just believe in Joe Burrow in a big spot. And my original thought is the Chargers because I've been taking them for weeks. And now that I think about it, the sharps are on the Bengals. All the smart money's on the Bengals, and I think I'm going to ride with them. It makes sense. And the Bengals had a battle with the Ravens, one of the top teams in the league. They almost got them last week. They were 2 yards away from
but you know why?
A big win.
You know why? Because it's a divisional game.
Exactly.
It's a good point.
I wish they would have kicked it and went to overtime.
Divisional games are important.
Very important.
Very important.
I got nothing for this game. This is a game that I don't care about, and I'm not going to watch.
What would you pick, though? If you had to pick, who do you think is going to win it?
I could see Joe Burrow taking it home and Jamar Chase.
T. Higgins is
More
back,
firepower.
Yeah,
I forgot about
T. Higgins
that.
is back, yeah.
And they over-rested him, too. He should have played last week.
Sure.
Plus 1.5. Yeah, I could see the Bengals.
We're kind of
like
a ridiculous
going to-
number, I would say.
It's not like LA fans are that. The LA fans suck.
No, there's zero home field advantage there.
Dodger fans are actually
you want to
sick.
add to this or no?
I'm just looking up real quick what you could get for the Bengals minus 2.5.
Ooh, I like that. Sneaky. Sell the puntas.
Bear with me a second, Jimmy, because this could be interesting.
Josh Allen in tier 1.
Okay. Not yet, because you don't win in the playoffs.
I'll tell you what, I'll go through my
You
notes.
gotta be a playoff.
I got it. I'm ready.
Are you ready? Okay.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm. Burrow's won in the playoffs?
Yeah, he went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Shit.
Minus 2.5.
With the worst O-line ever.
Plus 125.
No. No.
Plus 125 is all you get at minus 2.5? Just take the money line.
Yeah, take the money line. Chargers haven't really had to play from behind all season. Since he has a season on the line here, they do.
Yeah, their life's on the line, too.
And, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, you want a little sucky? A little sucky? Okay.
I don't like this at all.
This is getting weird.
That's got to be at least a little
getting
big.
weird.
A little big gay.
I think it has gay overtones, but it's not
Strange
explicitly
overtones.
Gay. What'd you say?
Did you wipe it off at least?
Huh?
Don't make me
Like
laugh.
No, I already drank
Like
his
the
beer.
communion
It's
cup
all right.
at church?
Yeah, that's the fucking weirdest thing about being a Catholic, isn't it?
You got a St.
You got
Mary's
like
Queen of
swap
Creation?
spit with everybody in the whole
I'm
church.
glad I laid off this over 7-3 at half. Dog shit.
All right.
Divisional game.
Snoop says he's laughing. And he says Chase is a beast. Of course he is. And now here we go. We're going to Monday night now. Thank God. The Texans at the Cowboys. You got the Cowboys.
He's talking about Crook and Chase, by the way.
Or Hook and Chase. Was that a game for television?
No, I think it was a country music, like a show that they had on the Nashville Network.
You know what I was reading a lot about last night was Hannity and Combs. You remember Hannity and Combs?
Hannity being
Sean Hannity.
Sean Hannity.
And Alan Combs.
I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I'm not that old.
You don't remember that?
Is he the guy that was on the Letterman show?
I don't know if he was on the Letterman show, but he was a progressive liberal sort, right? He was also a comedian. And this was the show that put Fox News on the map, was Hannity and Combs.
Oh.
And I couldn't help but think about me and you.
Damn, you missed it. I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm a kind of a conservative fella.
Yes, you are.
Smart guy, and you're kind of just a liberal comedian in all. No, seriously, it's funny. And then Combs died in 2017, and Hannity did a really nice tribute.
I was thinking of Crossfire.
Yeah, that was Tucker was on there for a little bit. Remember that?
He was great.
He was great. He's the best. He's my favorite. But yeah, anyway, we're getting off topic.
I can't think of a more disingenuous.
Gary, I just think they outplayed them. I think they outplayed them, so go to overtime. I think they were the better team on the field that day, so go to overtime. That's just my thinking.
Oh, Snoop says yeah.
Go for 2 on the road. I get it.
Not kicking an extra point.
But
Ravens. You talking about Ravens?
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely. I had my biggest gambling week last week. If the Bengals pull that money line off, I smash the whole book. I smash everything if Bengals pull that off. I had them enough to where I covered it, but I'm talking smash. Like I had 5, 6, 7 team parlays that started with the Bengals money line.
Jorel, let me tell you about, for purposes of this show, my single game parlay, which would have paid over 4 to 1.
4 to 1. Yeah.
Was 2 yards short.
No.
By Derrick Henry.
You just needed 2 more yards.
2 more yards, and there was 5 minutes left in the game. Couldn't get
sure
it.
You could thank Lamar for that one.
Yes, I can.
Here was one of my silky freaking parlays last week. It was Bengals over, Bengals money line over.
Okay.
Burrow 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase 1. It was, I forget the odds, but it was beautiful. And all they had to do was get that 2-point conversion.
It was a beautiful pick.
It
but didn't happen.
Almost was. I wish they would have went to overtime because they were the better team that day.
You know what's funny is we could spend like 15 hours talking about all the bets that we almost would have won.
Dude, he's
Think
been
about
getting
that.
Don's been getting the 1-teamer mushroom stamp.
Yeah,
like crazy. He said.
There's always one. We say that on the show.
I hit
There's
5 of the
always
6.
one. Right?
It's always one.
Hit 5 of the 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
But the one, but it's not even the one that's like super out there. It's the one that should be obvious. Like I was telling Jorel, it's.
When it jumps off
like
the page.
Demo to have 40 rushing yards, but then he gets 32. So I have Demo 40 or more rushing yards, 5 or more receiving yards, and then Jared Goff one passing touchdown at like, I don't know, I think it was like plus 450 or something like that.
You just reminded me. My one buddy hit that $29,000 parlay I was telling you guys about, right? The $200 6-teamer.
Yeah.
His cousin had a similar bet. I think it's 27,000, similar bet, right? I think it came down to Daniels kneeing the ball to win the game. Has the rushing like 40 yards, goes to 38. Mm-hmm. Or he has 23K or whatever it is.
I had a buddy that had that.
In the NFL, that's a negative rush. In college, I guess it's not.
No, it is. In the NFL, it is. Because I had a buddy that bet that in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and that's what happened. He was at exactly the 40 rushing yards, took the knee, and it went down to 39.
In college, they don't count it, I believe. In the NFL, they do. It's vice versa or whatever.
That's right.
He was just telling me the other day. I swear to you.
No, the NFL counts it as a negative 2-yard rush. Mm-hmm. And so does high school. I remember my backup quarterback
taking a knee at the end of the game.
He lost on Jaden Daniels taking a 2-yard knee.
Oh, maybe taking a knee. I know a sack doesn't count against.
That's not a negative rush. No, that makes sense.
Taking a knee at the end of the game to knee it out. Yeah.
It's a negative rush. So
anyway,
you're 40
Texans,
goes to 38.
Cowgirls. I got the Texans.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing Lions hangover. I'll make it easy.
Thank you, Dom, for keeping this moving.
Good shit, Dom.
You want to go home at some point? Is that what you're saying?
I do work at 9 a.m.
Okay, yeah, you work at 9
a.m. at 7.
I'll keep it quick, too. I'm doing Lions hangover.
Nah, I don't believe it, Jorel. The Cowboys plus 7.5 against the Texans, and then they're actually in Jerryland. 42.5 is the total. Who wants it?
Yeah,
Jorel starts us off.
I just said Lions hangover. Dallas wins outright. They got no kneecaps. Houston's kneecaps are gone. The only kneecap that's going to be out there is Nico because he's been gone. He just got his kneecap fixed. So the only kneecap out there is Nico's, but no kneecaps. Forget about it.
And we'll see this a little
Lions
bit later.
hangover.
We'll see this a little bit later, but I
Lions
think it's the Texans. I got Texans money line. I think Mixon scores at least one. I think if Nico's back, he's getting one.
Yeah.
Like
should be a Houston mushroom.
Yeah, it should be no brainer. You're taking Houston, especially in Jerry's world. I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb who can't see. He's going blind. He's seeing. It's like he's playing in Hiroshima in the 1940s.
Too far.
He can't
You
see.
went too far on that.
Speaking
We have
of
a lot of Asian subscribers. So.
trying to keep it quick, but I just traded CeeDee Lamb for the farm right before the injury. I got the
Really?
farm. My team's winning the championship.
I still have CD. He's just
And
on the
I gave it
bench
to a
this week, I
team.
think.
I gave it to a team that I think could make it to the championship by
CeeDee Lamb, I'll tell you, I liked him in college, but I always liked Hollywood Brown
I did.
better
I'm with you.
when he was in college.
He might be back for the playoffs too. Chiefs are gonna win
You were
it all.
saying
man.
that I didn't think he would possibly come back, but yeah,
I
that'd be
think
awesome.
him and Pacheco are gonna boost him that much because Hollywood Brown's that could fill for Rice
They can score here.
and Hoppy's gonna ball.
It's up to me. Can I say something this time?
No,
I mean, what do you want to say?
yeah, 50 seconds.
I'm going to say that the model comes to Cowboys plus 4.3.
Wow,
It's 7.5.
Take the boys.
I wouldn't do that. Not in a million years.
Would you like to tease the Texans, maybe?
I think I did tease the Texans
There
in
you
my
go.
one of my top picks.
There you go,
but
Jimmy.
yeah. All right, so
Lions
that's going
hangover,
to
guys.
finally complete. What am I trying
I'm
to say?
pretty high on the Texans, but I don't like the Cowboys, and I don't like the Bears.
How are you
and
guys
I
gonna bet on a
do
team-
like that? You wouldn't interrupt me.
Dude, they have no kneecaps.
I do like the Niners.
And Snoop says Henry's his boy.
They might have one.
He also says
Okay.
that,
They
that
might have one
VW.
kneecap.
They have two.
Are you are you the Scirocco? Remember the VW Scirocco? My grandpa had a VW Scirocco. Or the Rabbit? All
The Rabbit, I
Volkswagens. You
That
remember
was
the Scirocco?
The first
It was a hatchback, a two-door hatchback. You remember
Wasn't the
that?
Rabbit like the first four-wheel drive car?
I don't know. He says
Sounds like
Henry's
a
his boy.
John Deere.
Hit a nice parlay. Montgomery touchdown. Mixon touchdown. Lions minus 2.5. Those plus 375.
Love it.
And then based on the trend, Dallas wins.
Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah, the trends are in Dallas's favor too.
Strongly disagree with that.
But
one.
you guys, how are you gonna bet on a team with no kneecaps?
I think the Texans could have no arms or legs and still win this game.
Yeah, fuck decaps. They could have no extremities at all.
All right. And then all of a sudden, Zeke Elliott's gonna go 2 carries for 1 yard and a touchdown.
It's still Cooper Rush, right?
Best game all year.
Yeah, and
Still
it's gonna be
Cooper
enough
Rush?
to win.
Cooper Rush and Trey Lance.
No
yeah.
kneecaps.
You
I've
can't,
seen.
you can't forget last week the one package that the Cowboys had with Trey Lance.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would be
I'm
going Trey
curious how
Lance.
much I would put a little more opportunity in the Cowboys.
No, I think Jerry's done. I think his brain's withering away as we speak, and he's just
No, but Darryl, were you
turning to
saying
mush.
more opportunity as in the quarterback is better than the other quarterback?
Yeah, because
Me and-
Cooper
me
Rush
and
is
Jim
sort
said that
of
earlier.
the very bottom of the.
But he might be better than Dak.
Like if you think about like Flacco, for example, and Anthony Richardson, right? So Flacco, there's like no the ceiling and the floor are like the same, right? And with Richardson, there's a high ceiling, but there's
which I don't understand.
the floor starts at
That's a
the
different
ground. In Cooper Rush, there's nothing to really.
He was like 5-2 last year, though.
What I'm saying is like with Lance, there's opportunity. It's
The
out
ceiling's
three
higher.
teams, though.
The ceiling is higher.
Than Cooper Rush, yeah. I think his ceiling's higher than Cooper Rush, but he's already played for 3 teams and hasn't done anything. I mean, you had Mr. Irrelevant that stole your job in San Fran.
Yeah, I would be curious if you did you went to ProReference.com and you looked at Trey Lance, just how many games total he has experience in the league.
It's probably more than Anthony Richardson.
I'm thinking 6.
I think it's
Damn,
more
I-
than Anthony Richardson his entire
Probably
career.
the same.
Dom, I get
It's
hammered for
probably the
ignorant
same.
call-outs on quarterbacks, which have pretty much all come right. And one of them was when Purdy was the third-string quarterback on the Niners. I was like, that's the best quarterback on the Niners, going to take the job. And I got hammered for it all year. And then here he is, top 7 quarterback in the league, top 5 actually, since he's been balling.
Now, I will say, Jorel, you were a quarterback in college. You played college football.
Junior college, and then I played it in the Canadian League.
In the Canadian League.
I played arena football too for a little bit, but
You played in the CFL?
no. But I did have the Toronto Argonauts recruiting me. I remember when the coach spotted me. I remember hearing it out of the corner of my ear, like he said something about my footwork. Because when I matched up against quarterbacks, no one had my feet. I have the best feet ever.
Yeah. Callus, no callus.
I fully
No bunions?
No, I'm talking like any camp, Michigan, any of the camps I went to, I had the best feet there. And credit to Capesha on that one.
Okay.
And I remember him saying, he was there scouting other guys on our team, and he was like, what the heck's with this kid's feet? And I always had a cannon of an arm. So I had Toronto recruiting me, and I kind of wish I would have pursued that, but the gold business started, and young kid making that kind of money, I was just like, yeah, let's do this.
Right. It was like me when the shoe shine business started. Now, let me, maybe we should make this bet more interesting for the Chi-Chi's Cup. So what if we win? Me and Dom get to try to tackle you open field.
Like a Oklahoma drill?
Yeah,
I'm
kind
down.
of like that.
I'm down.
You want to do it? No pads, though.
No, that's fine. Oklahoma drill where it's like whistle. No, wait, how would we do that? How do you do that 2-on-1? Usually I get a blocker. Usually I have one blocker.
Daryl can block.
Yeah, Daryl blocks. Although he's going to be biased to the numbers guys, though.
Or we could just do one whistle.
Yeah, he'll just be like Dan Skipper in the last game we played.
We could just do one whistle like Oklahoma where Dom's at 5, you're at 10, or vice versa,
right.
and I just got to score within the pads.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm down.
And now what
We're
happened?
not going to hurt each other.
No, I'll try to drive your face into the ground. And then what if we
Got to
win?
get me, though. What?
I did lead our
I
offensive
can't
line.
believe you're not that. You couldn't be that fast.
I'm quick.
You're quick. See,
And
I'm quick.
still in
I'm
the
not
gym.
fast, though.
I'm actually in decent shape for my life.
No,
right now.
you're in probably better shape. Than
Remember,
me.
Alice, look at the I Love Coconut video, and then look at me right now.
You're looking good right now, buddy.
I'm
I gotta
down
give it
30
to you.
pounds. But I think Dom is scary in that scenario. I think I got you.
I think Dom's probably scarier than me.
But
in that
if
scenario,
you start at
know.
5 yards and can get up off the ground,
This is like a Tyson versus Paul sort of situation here, is what I'm thinking. Like, you take
can
the old guy.
I feel like Dom's going to get me, but I am athletic. I'm a very good athlete, so it's going to be hard to not let me score.
Can I
Like, I'm
weigh in?
scoring.
Yeah, sure.
I like Jorel.
That's a fair
So
assessment.
hold on,
Because
hold on.
I'll tell you, in
Daryl.
1998, or 1997, when I was a freshman in college, so my buddy Brian Middlestat, this is the last name, Middlestat.
I don't know him.
He played a little high school football, but he's a beautiful mind type. He's a coach extraordinaire. He's coached football at the junior high level. He's coached basketball at the JV level. He's coached girls soccer. 2-time state champion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Stony Creek. He's a pretty sharp fella.
Sure.
And he when we were in college, my freshman year,
G'day.
in the winter, it had snowed a bit, and
Did you mean he was using cocaine?
no, it snowed a
Oh.
bit. Like it actually snowed.
Oh, it actually
outside.
snowed. Okay.
And we're outside his apartment, and there was the quarterback of the 1995 Anchor Bay Tars, Dave Kirsten. He was talking a lot of smack and saying, the 1-on-2, that the one should, if there's a blocker. Okay, so there'd have to be a blocker on Jorel's side.
No, there doesn't have to be, but
I'd strongly advise it.
The original drill is I get one lineman.
Yeah. So 2-on-2, one blocker with guy with the ball versus two guys. It's always going to be the guy with the ball.
It
And
should be.
I proved it that night. I had the ball.
I could see that.
Dave Kirsten, the quarterback, blocking against Brian and Rich.
Oh, Rich.
You were the runner, Daryl?
I was the runner.
Wow.
You scored?
I scored.
My man.
So
And people say you're pretty quick.
I'm not that quick.
No.
Although at that time I
They
probably
say you're
weighed,
fast.
What
not quite.
positions
Say
did you
fast.
play in football?
I probably weighed 145 pounds at that point.
Yeah, you used to be a smaller guy.
What'd you play in football?
I played freshman year. I played.
No, what position?
No, I'm getting to my point is that I didn't really play. I played it my freshman
And
year.
you still did it.
I got walking pneummonia and I quit. I gave up.
You were
Yeah, we'll say
Walking
this.
pneumonia.
left
No,
out.
I was low key a really good runner because I had the vision. Like, a lot of my teams growing up, I was the punt returner and kick returner, and I'd break through and then get tackled at like the 10 or the 5 because I wasn't fast enough. But I was like that like big body receiver that could see and break tackles and catch the ball. So I was a really good returner. I'm a good runner, I am. I got the vision, and I'm tough enough to lean forward. Like, I don't care how big someone is, and he's a lot bigger than me. Like, if he gets a good hit on me, I'll find a way to get 2 more yards. As long as I'm close to that goal line, I can find my way in.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll make it.
This will be fun.
From the 20, I'll be a linebacker. Dom, I think you'd probably be better off as like a safety sort of cornerback.
Yeah,
sort of,
second help. Yeah, I think I can fly.
So
and take
you-
it
I think
off.
you might have a little more speed
It should
than
be
me.
it should be a 20-yard field. You're right, small sidelines, and then you're laying at the goal line. No, is that right?
We're laying backs, like helmet to helmet. type thing?
Me and at least the first tackler. Actually, both people have to be on there. Both. It should be whistle. First 2 get up, and then when the second guy hears the whistle, he gets up.
All right, now if you win, then I will, without a helmet, I'll try to go against the goal line defense of you and 7 of your friends. Just me trying to dive through it with no helmet.
Can I make a point real quick?
Yes.
Last time I hit anybody without pads on playing football, I did knock them out.
I wouldn't want to be
And
a
they
I'm
part
sat
tough
up.
enough. I can handle it. Scooter just broke my arm. Basically, I'm still an NFL linebacker. I'm still injured from a month ago from him doing drills on me.
All right, so is that fair then? So then we have to be goal line.
No, I'm down.
I basically
How old
do.
are you?
25.
Okay, 13 years. Holy shit. Yeah, he might hurt me.
Yeah, he's pretty.
I
pretty.
will-
And
I
he
will
looks.
say, too,
He looks fit.
Last
in good
time,
shape.
When
He's in a
I,
lot better
when I
shape
played
than I am.
football, when I played football my senior year, I was probably 245 at our weakest offensive lineman, and was still getting recruited D2.
My
I've
playing
lost a
weight
lot
was
of weight, got a
187.
degree in exercise science, and do lift a lot of weights, and can still move, still play football in my spare time. So
No, I'm training. I'm training
Except I play
athletes too,
running
so I'm
back
not
and
as
corner.
dog shit as
And
I
he's
look.
got some anger issues too.
I'm a little more worried
Yeah.
about if he wins. What am I going to have to do? I mean,
that's a you
If
problem.
I win,
I mean, no, if I win, no, I already got it. If you win, you're going to get murdered out there on a 20-yard field.
no, I think I'm going to score.
I don't think you're going to score.
That's wow.
spilled
That's
my
2
beer.
party.
I know, there's a
2
lot of
party
beers
fouls
being
tonight.
spilled.
What's
Yeah.
going on, guys?
because
that's 10%.
You're going to get
handle it.
past me. You're probably going to be able to juke me a little bit. I'll try to dive at your feet.
You know
You'll
what
be
my
like,
you know what my
"Oh,
greatest
yeah, I'm great."
But you know what my greatest attribute is actually in this scenario is I have a really good stiff arm to where I can keep myself. I can push. Coach Lance used to always say, "Be strong enough to push off,
Sure, I
push your
get
own
that.
body weight."
Yeah.
So like that's how I'm able to get myself 2 or 3 more yards. I have a really good enough stiff arm to where like. So he would have to shoot very well.
Either that, or I just take my defense, offensive line coaching that I've had for 7 years and control that wrist.
Yeah, and there you go. That's a good move. That's what. Oh my god.
C clamp.
I wish I had.
Dip
Yeah.
down.
I
grab
wish I had a
double leg.
video of what Scuda did to me, because I brought him over to like teach our varsity and all our guys like defensive stuff.
Sure.
Oh, if Scuda's an average linebacker in the NFL, this is what I've been saying now since he left that practice. The NFL's not safe. I don't know if Scuda's not even an average at linebacker. He's above average because he's a
Yeah.
$20 million contract.
Sure.
But what he did to me,
It wasn't right.
I've been around
saying.
pros of all levels. I've been around very good athletes my whole life. I haven't seen this level. And he goes, I'm at 12% body fat. He goes, when I played, I was 4. I was running a 4.4. He's like, I'm probably at a 4.6 right now. Like, he's years out of the league. And what he did to me, like, I'm playing left tackle. So I know the technique, so I know how to
You
do
were
it.
playing left tackle?
I'm doing examples for,
Oh, okay.
Like,
I was
I'm
gonna say,
showing,
there's
like-
no reason you shouldn't be playing left tackle.
no, but I'm doing the example of, like, he's showing what I'm supposed to do as a D lineman.
Gotcha.
So I'm trying to play left tackle exactly like you're supposed to. So I kick step,
Yeah,
I kick step,
hands in.
and I'm waiting
Sure.
to like get his chest at the right moment, and I do it almost perfect. As soon as I do this, he does that, like you see like the double tomahawk move.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like he grabbed my arm, but he grabbed my arm with both hands, pulled my face almost into the dirt. I'm still injured right now. When I picked something up like this from a month ago, and he was right to his spot and made me look like a bitch. I'm not a 300-pounder, but point being is like I'm around athletes, and technique-wise, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
What can I tell you?
What a fucking animal.
People think. This is the coach coming out.
Yeah.
People think you got to do these kill shots and you got to
Technique.
extend and punch them right in the chest. No. Chest to chest, dick to dick. You can hold.
Yep.
Nobody's going to call anything. Keep them inside. You're good.
Yep. And
You
that's
don't
what
need to punch.
Actually,
There's no kill shot that needs to
D-Dub-
happen.
No, that's what I was going for, though.
was in
Point
a-
being, I was going for the grab, but as soon as literally they came out, that's when his hands came out and got me.
Good
Weren't
technique.
you
But
in a
you're
vi-
right, technique. I love seeing my
Defensive
kids.
line,
Weren't
they
you in a-
want extension.
You were in
on
a video called Dick to Dick, weren't you, at one point? Was that?
No,
No, that wasn't you?
no.
Oh, okay, I thought that was you. Dick to dick. All right, let's continue on.
Why
We're
would you
losing
suggest that?
Top picks, I think that's where we are right now. We got a long
top
way
picks.
to go.
Okay,
You're
look at this.
questioning my sexuality?
No, I would never do that. Now look at this.
No, he's questioning your assholeness, like a dick to a dick.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's exactly
A little
what I meant.
more respectable.
Thanks, Jorel. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's painted green in one of these columns
Daryl,
here.
mushroom stamping everybody.
Mushroom stamping. All right, so Richie down 2.72. This is for NFL only, by the way. Last 30 days up a little, or I'm sorry, down a little bit. See, I forgot to change the color on that one, too. Oh, hey, Browns fan. Hey, what's going on? 5,000 subscribers without videos challenge. What's up, man?
We got Richie, the white Sharpie. We got Daryl,
White
the
Sharpie.
mushroom stamp.
Yep.
We got to come up with one for Tones.
Tones. I can't think of anything for Tones. I love
Hometown
He's one of my
Tones.
best friends.
Hometown Tones.
Yeah, hometown Tones. You're right. Hometown Tones. That's a good call. Now D-Dub doing really well right now.
Murders Row. Killing them, Daryl.
Plus 103 for his lifetime. But look at this last 30 days. You want to talk about a heater? You want to
Wow, I
talk
think he
about a
might be
heater?
beating me.
Oh, it's insane. It's almost unnatural.
It's too bad I got ripped on that SGP last week. 2
It's too
yards.
bad. You were up 19, I think it was like plus 19. Yeah.
But no, I lost one too. Jimmy, don't you know how numbers work?
I don't pay that close
It'd
of
be
attention
5.
to it, but
It'd be a net 5.
well, that would have been nice,
The
man.
negative
That'd have been
1
nice.
plus 4. It'd be
Wow, good
5.
D.
Now look at my last 30 days. In contrast to you, I'm down 10.47 for the last 30 days. However, I'm only down 3.89 for the last 90. Not good. Not good if you're me.
Well, let's see. How far does 90 days go back?
3 months is what they say. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the NCAA. You got Richie. He's still. I got to change the colors on this shit. Jesus Christ, JT. Down 0.65. Rich last 30 days down 0.103. 90 days down 4.12. Tones, he is still positive. He was up like 9 going into the season this year, wasn't he?
He had a good season last
He
year.
did. And it
I don't
hasn't
know what
been-
that was related
Yeah,
to.
well, some people might say it was
Hometown?
to the Wolverines. I don't know. Plus 1.68 down 9.58 over the last 90. D-Dub, your lifetime down 2. But the last 30 days, still going good with the streak here. Plus 3.52. And the last 90 days, plus 4.41. And let's look at everything overall. And oh my God. Hold on. We need a air horn. What else do you want? You want some applause?
Oh, I like him.
All right, I'm gonna give it to D-Dub here. So Richie down 28.86. He was not in the basement last week. He found his way back down there. D-Dub, this has been 70 shows, I'd say, since I had the honor and the privilege of saying D-Dub is in the green, plus 1.95. You are positive. I mean, I'm gonna give it to you again, and a little more applause. People were saying they were losing confidence, including myself. I said, he can't get out of that hole. Because I think you were down, what did I say, 32 at one point? 33? You came out. You came out of it. So that's what I'm saying.
You were that deep in the hole?
He was in the hole
I was around
30
30. It was
plus.
pushing 30.
You're pushing. You were over 30. And he did it. He came back, and I'm very, very proud of that. And that
I rode that wave.
Yeah, that should give some hope to both Rich and Tones. Tones down 23.44. I'm up almost 30. I'm down 10 plus from my high.
Talk about variance for a bit, though, Jimmy.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
Like, who's to say that you just caught me at the wrong part of the timeline, right?
You could say that, but we got 300 some each now. So the last few weeks really doesn't matter.
Is that what you really feel?
Oh, yeah, that's what I really feel.
Can you pull my
intellectually
numbers?
disabled.
You want me to pull your numbers?
My Facebook post?
I don't have a Facebook
And
here.
Did you acknowledge Angela in the chat by any chance yet?
And I will. Okay.
No, have you?
Let me do that.
Angela, I saw you out there. I meant to holler at you. She says, ask Jorel why he's getting his ass kicked by a girl in the fantasy league.
Oh, yeah, she did say that. I saw that.
She beat me. I think I have the best team ever, but she beat me, and she might win her own league this year, Angela.
Yeah, and Angela, you will know that
So here's
we
two
read the
birds
chat.
for you, Angela.
Probably too much.
Disrespectful. I don't like to disrespect women, but fuck Angela, because they're so good. And I think that's her brother. Are you the 5,000 subscriber without video challenge?
I like 5,000 subscriber video
I
challenge.
think
And now
that's
is the brown
Evan,
hat.
who I
There we
just
go,
bet.
baby.
I talk so much shit. That's her brother in this league. and I've never hammered anyone more in a fantasy football chat than her brother. But Angela, I love you, but 2 middle fingers because you do got the squad.
And
mine's good too, so I think I'm going to see you in the chip.
It's kind of like what's going on in our league.
And by
though,
the way,
with JT. Everybody's hammering him.
5,000 subscribers without videos challenge says, also, Jorel, don't advertise your podcast in my league again. And it gives you some cryy face.
That's not your league. It's Angela's league. We kicked you out.
I would just remind Jorel to keep his hands
now I
off
know
the
it's
microphone.
Evan. Yeah, I'm loud over here. I'm touchy.
It's very loud.
Yeah, it's
very loud.
Now I know it's Evan because he thinks it's his league, and it's not his league.
That's not, what's the guy from Hilltop that I like?
Darko?
No, the other guy.
Chase?
Yeah, it's not Chase, is it, by chance?
No.
Because I want to have both of you guys on the show at the same time.
Oh, you see how hype me and Chase get against each other?
I've never heard anybody talk more shit
between
the two of you guys.
Me and him are like
but
brothers.
Like in a serious
Me and
way.
him are
It's like, I hope you fucking die on the ride home. Hope you get in a horrific accident and your head gets chopped off, you piece of shit.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It's amazing.
It's not like it. The shit talking's that extreme.
It's out of love, though.
But it's not that kind of comments. It's more like,
I think when we were playing darts, he wished that you died. Yeah, I think he said
in the dart game, maybe. But like Chase, me and Chase got that's like a brother. You're arguing with your brother. It's funny. Me and him want to beat each other so bad.
Me and my brother don't argue like that.
Time with Tones last week of the game.
I gotta figure this out. Somebody is making a lot of noise. On
My
the
brother always has
microphone.
to cheat because he's sick of losing to me.
Gotcha.
And I think
Unless
it's
it's basketball.
but I want to make sure.
Well,
I don't
I've
know
been
if
touchy
you guys
touchy.
can't hear that, but it's just driving me nuts here.
Angela says
Mom
that there's
talk
more drama
Yeah.
in my fantasy league
She's
than,
right.
her mom talk group chat.
Wow, it's that bad? Yeah, I guess so. We've done this league has had like I've already done like 9. I've probably done 11 trades in this league.
You
And
guys
now-
trade?
I'm the annoying trade guy where everyone hates. Like
Yeah, I try to trade, and then nobody accepts
I'm the
anything
guy
or
that
looks at it
everyone
'cause
hates.
Half the people don't even play.
JP shitty offers is what everyone calls it. Tuesday morning, you wake up to a JP shitty offer.
I will say, in our fantasy league, we're not all that engaged. There's
No,
maybe
when
not as
Jimmy
much as we
does,
should
when
be.
Jimmy wins the league, he's very excited, and when he
I think
loses,
there's
he says
there's
he didn't do
collusion. I
anything in the league.
think there's a certain two people to my left that have two teams in this league that maybe
Oh, no.
hiding it a little bit in the
I
closet.
have to be honest with you 100%. I have no idea what my son's doing. I haven't paid any attention to
okay,
it.
I'll agree with that because he
didn't
hasn't.
start a team last week.
He
My
did.
son?
He's just had Brandon Ayuk in his starting lineup.
I know
for the
you.
last
I
3
know you
weeks.
don't mean that.
However,
but
That's embarrassing.
the other one,
I
I
would
feel like
put-
there's a little something fishy going on
I
there.
don't know.
Randomly picking up D Hop 3 weeks
Oh,
ago.
you noticed that?
Oh, I did notice that. Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at Joe. I'm like, dude, we got to do something about this.
And the only
My
two.
other son.
Well, and it's crazy because now he's second in our side.
I thought
I don't know.
After having, like, one-
Daryl's
being
not a
1 and
collusion
5.
type guy.
my son, though, I think was ahead of Jimmy last week.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, dude.
Now it's me, LJ, JT, and Holden.
Okay.
It's not.
Because the week as of last week, in the middle of the game, Jimmy was behind Holden,
Yeah.
He might have been.
which
But
was
see,
pretty
I'm
sad.
like you. I think we should
If
play
he's
the
that
full
set in his
season
teeth.
before we start declaring victories. You know what I'm saying? Like let's play the whole season. now,
Yeah,
you know
let
what
it
I'm saying?
finish.
Right. Don't start saying
Hey.
how good you are now. You know?
I was 1 and
I
6
would rather
this
say
year.
how good you are before
second
somebody
on their
else
side, I
says
think,
that the
behind,
guy isn't setting
Tones.
his team. So you're beating
Oh,
up on a
no.
kid that doesn't set his team?
He didn't set his team.
No,
And-
he
and
didn't.
I'll say it.
He
I
didn't.
didn't
What
set
kind of
my
credit
team.
you
So you guys,
And
here's-
LJ
you
set
want
his
me to
team.
He's had
pat you on the
a
back
starting
for
for
that?
3
I
weeks.
believe,
Yes.
I fully believe this because I believe in honesty, and I think a commissioner or the league should come together. Like, say I'm playing you, and your tight end is who was the guy last week that everyone got screwed, or 2 weeks ago where he literally was marked out right before the game. Bills receiver stud, Amari Cooper.
Yes.
He was last minute news, and I saw a lot of teams in my leagues. I saw 3 teams with Amari Cooper in there. I think the league should have an agreement that nobody can have an out guy. Like the commissioner should have to at least put the next best guy, or the guy within those minutes can say, "Let me put this guy in."
Yeah.
I don't believe in free
know.
wins. I get that your money's on the line and you should do the right thing as an owner, but
But I think it's more
I don't
so
believe in free wins.
the team manager.
Yeah, you put
I
your
think
money
it's
on the
their
line.
job.
You
I think
you
it's-
should.
I think it's okay. I need to pay attention to this because I mean I'm in 2 leagues
Here,
and one of the leagues
and
I'm
you
not
bought
paying
in.
any attention to because there's no money involved.
Is that ours?
No,
Oh.
I'm first in our league. What do you mean?
No, you're doing really well.
Yeah, so what you're saying
lost.
is you should be a free win for not paying attention. I agree because your money's on the line or whatever, but I think as a honesty factor, like a full lineup should always be in. My Dynasty League, I miss it a lot too because I've been busy, but if someone messaged me within the few minutes and they're like, I wanted this guy in, he's going in.
Well,
and my league knows that. Like,
will-
I'm not going to let anyone have an out guy.
I will say,
Because we play for point money too.
I saw that Holden didn't set his lineup. I was looking
You
at
didn't
it.
text me.
No, because I needed him to lose. Now, if it
doesn't
didn't
matter 'cause
matter,
you guys
I
are
would have
tied.
texted you.
No, but see, I've done it where I set the guy's lineup and I did lose because I believe in the honesty factor. I just believe what's supposed to happen is supposed to happen, right?
Okay.
See, maybe
Okay.
I'm biased because I requested a trade for,
I don't let
for
the
Scary
money-
Terry.
Oh,
And
man, what a monster.
I was giving him what he needed. He was giving me what I needed, which is a receiver, and there was just no reply. So,
Oh, I gotta get the chat going here. Angela's one of my favorite people.
Her
She
strategy
says,
is
I love this lady. She says there's her strategy is to never accept Jorel's trades, which is probably a good strategy. And then, well,
see,
Saquon's
my honesty
going.
said you can do it,
Saquon's
Angela.
going. He's going.
You see what she said?
and then he said, well, she continues on.
She's the
That-
GM.
Yeah, I was 15 minutes late to switching him out against Jorel, and he let me swap him. Even without him, she would have won though.
Yeah, she
and then gave you a
her team
tuggy
beat the
face.
shit out of me.
Right. So thanks for nothing is basically what she's saying.
She appreciates my honesty.
And
She
then-
just didn't need it.
And then Snoop says A+ Richie is last. That's right. He was talking about his A+ draft. He's in last place in our league.
Who was his
Remember
first
that?
pick? Who was Richie's first pick?
Ooh, I don't
It's,
remember.
To go last, he had
I'm sure
to
it was
have
a pretty
taken
sharp
like
pick though.
he was probably one of them Jonathan Taylor guys.
Yeah, it might have been a JT.
There was only, 8 teams in our
We have
league?
8 teams. Yeah,
teams.
it's a close.
I
It's a
took
close knit
Gibbs on
league.
my
We
first
really have
pick in
6.
every league.
High stakes, $200,000 buying. And then Gary also says he
pick
almost
was probably
beat me without Ayuk. That's right.
Andrews. Or no,
And
his
then
first pick had to
Angela
be
says,
CMC.
"I appreciate him, just messing," and she's laughing.
No, she does. Angela's my homie.
No, she's cool.
You guys should
Angela,
hear her
next
sing.
week you're on the show. Come on up.
That's Angela.
When you're in
D?
Michigan, get on their show, Angela. You'd be good on here. You guys should hear her
Oh,
sing.
she's not from Michigan.
She's from here, but she lives in Oregon. She's on the West
Oregon.
Coast.
Oh, okay, Angela. Next
Oregon.
question: do you say it Oregon or Oregon?
Yeah, teach us how to say it. Send a soundbite to the text message on the screen, and we'll play it.
Yeah, or actually, you can. We have a on our website. We have some sort of
What's the number?
ability
No.
to do that. What's the
Voice
number
text,
for the website?
Voice text you right now. The number to text into us.
Oh, number is.
You could play her voice text, right?
Yeah, I
Teach
could
us
probably
how
do
to
that.
say it.
864-548-3007, Angela.
Yes, Angela.
I don't
Text
need
it in with the
anybody
voice
to
text.
teach me. It's
She got a
Oregon.
voice of an angel.
It's Oregon. There's nothing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oregon.
But it's not, Oregon would be Ian, correct?
Oregon? You're an idiot.
Yeah,
no
I say
offense.
Oregon
I mean, I
too.
sounded
Well,
out.
is it spelled
G-O-N.
O-N or E-N?
Yeah, I've tried
Yeah.
to say it Oregon,
Oregon.
to
Yeah, it's
avoid
Oregon.
the ire of D-Dub here, but I
Yeah.
think it's probably Oregon.
No,
It's
That's the way I would
Oregon.
say it.
absolutely not.
I think this is what
Oregon.
happens
I
when you
say
get
Ian.
an education at
I
Michigan
say
State.
Ian myself, actually. Oregon is
Hey.
how I
Oh,
would
you
say
say
it.
Oregon? Yeah.
But it is on. It's Oregon.
That's hurtful.
Yeah. All
Let's
right.
see,
It was
Angela.
meant
Tell
to
us.
Anyway, we gave D-Dub his props here. And then, hey, Jorel, smartwatches are flags? What does that mean?
He's calling me gay for wearing a smartwatch.
Oh, they're for fags.
Oh,
Flags.
I'm sorry. If I have a problem or I need GPS or anything I need in my life, I can just tap it
I
here.
might have.
Good job with your Rolex. Let it tick-tock.
Oh, you got a Rolex?
No, but I like the
His
I
Rolex.
love, I
I'm
love
just saying.
watches. I'm a big
This
watch
is
guy.
more valuable.
It glides.
This is actually more valuable to a human than a Rolex or a Breitling because I can do so much more from it. It could save my life.
But I feel like a watch is meant to tell time, and I have my phone to do the rest.
Yeah. You're not gonna get a lot of love for smartwatches here, Jorel.
But
Just
it's
saying.
not rainbows.
No, it's not rainbows. And Snoop says San Francisco's running back. That's gonna be Christian McCaffrey. Okay,
Yeah, that was CMC.
Here we go.
That's who Richie picked first.
Oh, here we go. Did Pulisic score, please? He didn't. It's probably a 1-0 stupid-ass victory. I'd be so sad.
These are the top picks.
All right, Jorel, you're
Gary,
up,
you
pal.
were
Look
supposed
at
to
this.
tell me if Pulisic scored. Did he, man? He didn't. Gary would have went nuts for me. Damn it. 0 for 1. Down 2 units. Next pick.
Oh, did we didn't win that?
I don't know.
And by the way,
Pulisic
5,000
has
video
to
subscribers
score.
out of videos challenge. She's laughing at that.
Hello there. How goes it? Halftime.
Dr. Chow.
What is this? Oh.
No,
And
final.
Snoop says Richie,
He did not.
He had
did
first
not
pick.
score.
I'm down 2 units.
and then Angela sent the message.
USA did win though.
They won, but
All
damn
right.
it. I
All
should
right.
just bet USA.
So here you go. We had a multi-sport parlay. There's a lot of them here. Go ahead.
yeah, Lions, obviously, mushroom stamp.
It wouldn't let me parlay though, so I still did win.
Texas, college. The Packers and Lions, I think, are the two most guaranteed wins this weekend. Texas shouldn't lose the game. Georgia's going to come up pissed off. And the Ducks, the smart money's on Wisconsin, but the Ducks are still going to just win the game outright. This was my safe play to try and get some money back because I got some crazy picks coming up. I'm already down 2 units because of Pulisic. Pulley, you got to do it for me, man. Anyways, that's pick 2.
All right. You
I think I got
you
2 more
cost me
picks.
like about $20,000 on that.
I see, and I know
pick
you
or
put
whatever.
20. You literally go,
Classic.
I'm putting 20 down.
I put 20,000.
He goes, fuck it, 20.
Yeah, I didn't tell you how much. How many zeros were
You
at the
said,
end of that?
yeah, I know. Washington money lines looking good. Pittsburgh. This is actually a pretty cool pick. You get 30-1 on 4 good teams, like winnable teams. Washington's looking good right now. Pittsburgh has got the defense to win any game in the NFL. KC is the best team in the NFL. They've been playing bad football, and they're the best team in the NFL. And then Cincy, I think, is just hungry and still a good team. I think this has a very good chance. So $10 to win, what is it, 301?
300. Yeah, $300. Sure.
No brainer.
Okay.
I would say no brainer, but
Kind of like
that's risky. It's risky. And then I kind of went back to the well. Cincy plus 7.5, I think they're going to keep it close. Pittsburgh's defense and 7.5 points should win any bet. And then Washington 7.5 is looking good. So this was my try and get some units back because I was aggressive with the other. We're already down 2. So that was my kind of. I have 2 safe plays that I think will get us there. But I low key kind of like that.
And you got
4 dogs.
One more here.
Yeah, this took me forever to think about too. I went, wait, what? No, this ain't it.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Did I hit the wrong button?
Yeah. Keep going. There it is.
No. That was it, I think.
Yeah, that was it. I only had 4, I think.
Oh, you only had 4. Okay.
I had
All right.
2 unit and then 2 1 units.
And by the way, in the chat, 5,000 subscribers without a video challenge. That's a long fucking handle there, pal. He says, Ohio State is winning the national championship. You heard it here first. I agree with you, although I do have Texas in my account.
But hold on, this is the guy pulling out rainbow flags on people voting for Ohio State.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. And then Angie.
Indiana's better than all
I
of
love
them.
Angie now. She says the Ducks are wilding out this year. Sure. And then, bro, Ohio State blows, bro. That's a shot at you directly. 5,000 subscribers without a video.
Her
challenge.
brother. She's telling her own brother to F off.
Oh, that's her brother?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
that makes sense with the bro comment then.
Yeah.
Legitimately, bro.
Bro.
All right. Who wants to do Tones' picks?
Well, let me just
wanna
say
do that?
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Jorel, you got a lot going on there.
What?
A lot going on in each pick.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And if you're
3
doing,
aggressives, 2 conservatives, and 1 okay.
but if you're doing so well on the sides, shouldn't you?
I know. Trust me, I tell myself this
Stick
every
to
week.
it?
Just bet each team individually and keep murdering it, right?
Maybe.
But these bets have saved me. Like my one last week saved me. The one before saved me.
How could it save you though? Because you're killing it on just the sides by themselves.
I know, and I don't play it. I should at least put $25 on every team.
Oh, you should put $200.
Even
on it.
like you said,
$2,000.
8 and 6, you'd probably break even on that scenario, right?
You would do more than break.
You'd probably
even
be a
on that
little
scenario.
bit above on that.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh,
I keep
man.
telling myself that. Why don't I just
just play your picks?
No offense,
'Cause
but
I like
it seems
swinging.
like you're getting just a little too cute.
I like swinging.
Yeah.
I want
some
big
of
money.
these. Sure.
Yeah.
Daddy needs new shoes.
Tones, let Dom do Tones picks.
Okay. Will you do it in the style of Tones? Can you do?
You know Tones?
It's like karaoke
I'll do
in
it.
the
I'll
style
do
of
Tones.
Tones. Okay,
Fine.
all right, here we go.
Screw it.
All right. Oh shit! This is the wrong thing. Oh, let me change it.
We already know it's Michigan,
There you go. All right.
Wings,
well,
Detroit.
I like Georgia's been struggling a bit as of late, and Tennessee getting 10 points. Forget about it. Let's go Tennessee plus 10.
Tone's got Tennessee plus 10.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think
it.
that goes
I love
with
it, Tones.
yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Let's go, Tom.
I've had a lot more success in the NFL lately, so I'm going to stick with that. Packers -5. It's a no-brainer.
It almost sounds like Trump.
It does?
It's a no-brainer.
Bring out your inner Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's a hard
I
one.
think he's doing really
here.
good, though. I think he's doing tones pretty
Okay,
good.
that's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
What else we got?
All right.
Oh, yeah, no-brainer.
I like the Lions. I had them all the way up to 18. I got the Lions -13.5. No, it's a no-brainer. -115.
It is a no-brainer.
Paying a little extra, but that's okay.
They're going to win by 16.5.
All right.
Get them, Tones.
I like the Vikings. The NFC North is the best division by far, and the Titans haven't done it, shown me anything. Give me the Vikings -5.5.
I'm gonna disagree with Tone.
You almost blacked that.
I'm disagreeing.
Paying the extra, but
All right. Okay.
what
Dolphins.
else? I like the Dolphins.
That sounds like the same.
I like the Dolphins -7. It seems like the Raiders haven't really been able to cover lately. I could be wrong, but give me the Dolphins -7.
All right. Succinct. I like that. Yeah, all right. Now I think there's one more. Oh, this is a bad
This
one,
is a
Tone. Tones, this is a
no-brainer.
bad one.
This is the pick of the week. I like the Saints -1.5. I got in early, but it is +100 even odds. But I will tell you that you could get the Saints +1 at another book, but you're going to pay the extra juice, so it just depends on how much you want to pay. But I like this one because it's even odds, and I think the Saints are probably going to beat them by 4 to 8 points.
That's the worst Tones impression I think I've ever heard.
Not really, because Tones does throw some numbers out there like that.
No, Tones is great. He's
It
my
wasn't
best
too bad.
friend. I mean that. But
I thought he did good.
Best?
one of my best friends.
Oh.
That's it.
Evan, I hate to say that you're right, but me and Jim are on the Browns too, and I hate agreeing with Evans, the long YouTube name, whatever his name is.
Sure.
I hate agreeing with him because he's never right, but
You mean
he might be right.
5,000 subscribers
Yeah.
without a videos challenge? The Browns will beat the Saints. I'm
Yeah.
100% on that one, pal. That's why I'm wearing this
But
Browns
he's
hat, baby.
He's a diehard, so he's
Okay.
the rainbow flag in this.
Dami,
scenario.
this is you, pal. He's the rainbow flag.
Is this me?
Yes.
All right, what do I have? JMO 40 receiving yards, Gibbs touchdown score, and Mixon touchdown score. Oh yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
This is it?
Yeah, this is one of them.
Are you kidding me?
Plus 300, yeah.
So all we need is JMO to get 40 receiving yards,
Maybe.
Gibbs to get a
I
touchdown.
don't think there's no
I'd rather
maybe
have
against
a
the
Montgomery
Jags.
touchdown, but that's fine.
I disagree. I think every time I pick Montgomery to have a touchdown, he never scores. So
Really?
I'm going to choose Gibbs to get a touchdown.
All right,
this
I
week.
like that. I like that a lot. Okay, here we go.
Vikings money line, Bills money line, Texans money line. Just like we said before, I think the Texans take it. Bills historically beat the Chiefs in the regular season, and I think the Vikings might have a shot this week despite everything I was talking earlier.
Going against your own handicap there.
Yeah, I mean it's the Titans.
All right.
I think it's a close game, but I think the Vikings end up taking it just like last week against the Jags.
I like that hat, man. Did I say that earlier?
No, but
I like it.
thank you.
Is this me?
This is you. I'm sorry.
I like the Packers. We've talked about this, I think. I just feel like the Bears are giving up. Jimmy will tell you that anything is on the table.
I'd say nothing's off the table.
Nothing is off the table.
Yeah.
A little different.
That means something different.
I don't know what the difference is. I still like the Packers, and I liked them at 6.5 earlier in the week. Packers -5.
All right. Next up.
Jaden Daniels under 41.5. Can anybody get an official?
Yeah, we should look at that. Anybody got
check on that?
What's yeah? Jorel's
Thank
gonna pull
you.
it.
Rushing there, Jay.
I think
Yeah.
Jaden's sort of stuck in the pocket there. I think they're probably telling him, them ribs.
I don't think he's ran much at all.
Them ribs ain't 110% right now. So
phone's
just,
dead.
It's a good pick, I think.
I hope so.
got it.
I could have got a better number
I don't.
in terms of under. I could have got under 43.5, I believe it was. The thing about that is, at the juice of -120, I'll take the 2 less yards at -105.
All right.
I think you're
all
looking
right.
good. I haven't seen him do any big run plays, but I haven't watched him.
Yeah, I haven't been watching, but I like that pick.
This is a teaser. 6 points, and the end result is this. Lions -8, Niners -0.5 point, so you need the Niners to win. The Chiefs getting 6 from 2 is 8, and I'm expecting the Chiefs to win.
A lot of wing.
If they lose, I think it's going to be close. I do not see the Chiefs getting, beat by double digits.
A lot of wing action going on in there, huh?
Is To Manu a Rich reference?
To Manu, yes, that's a Richie
That was
reference.
a tip in your hat.
Shout out to my boy.
Tip of the cap to Rich.
Indeed. And then the last pick on that
one more
4-team teaser was who? Who was the four?
Love
who was the last?
it.
What was the last pick on that 4-team
Money line
teaser?
Casey?
Dolphins. lane one.
Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins playing the Raiders.
I think the Dolphins are better than advertised right now. I think they finally clicked last week, where to the point where you might even see Mostert have one of them days, 80 yards, a touchdown. I think the Dolphins might be getting to what they were last year.
Who scored?
Because they're playing good defense.
Who scored that first touchdown for
Right?
the Dolphins?
Was it the third string running back?
I think so.
Right.
Right.
Jalen Wright?
Weird.
Is that right?
I think so. It was not either
That's
A-Chain
Jalen Wright.
or what?
Huh?
I think it's Jalen Wright.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're Jalen Wright. Oh, fuck. That's
Oh,
so
I
stupid.
forgot to bring this up earlier. I believe that Brock Wright is a good touchdown parlay, or a good anytime touchdown scorer this weekend for the Lions. Backup tight end. Just throwing it out there. We're always looking for plus 600 guys or more. That's one of them this week.
And I think that Brock is a stupid first name.
Why?
Hey, here's your last pick, D-Dub.
You don't know
it's
anybody
Brock.
with the... Do you,
Hi, I'm Brock.
hold on. Do you know anybody named Brock?
Nope.
Then that's a sick-ass first name, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody named Jorel? Spelt my way.
I don't think so.
That's a sick-ass first name.
What's
Do you know
my-
anybody named Daryl?
Too many.
Shitty-ass first name.
I'm not going to argue with you there, brother. What do we got here, Jimmy? Kansas?
Can I have a... Do we got another beer on the front line or no?
I think we do.
There's beers everywhere.
I got Kansas.
Okay.
You see them hands? You
Hands
just
of
threw that
Stone.
thing... Hold
Nice
on.
grab.
Hands
You
of-
just threw that in the abyss.
Hands of
Who
Stone.
the fuck
Ronnie
was that
Garvin.
thrown to, actually, Daryl?
That was a nice grab. I'll
Daryl,
give it
who
to
was
you.
that
That
thrown
was
to? I had to go over the mic and moss the shit out of that.
I thought that was going through the television when I saw
He
that. I'm like,
must have.
God fucking damn it. Don't fucking break the television.
He mossed it.
Jim, who the fuck did he did he think I was
I
sitting
don't know
over
where he
there?
was at. I have no idea where he thought
That
you were
was
at. But
that
I'll
was
tell you.
that was Joey Harrington.
That was good.
Can
that was
we
big.
Can we
Yeah, that was a
rerun
moss.
that? Run the
Man
tape
and
back?
Rating
Want to
up.
run the tape? I know because I was on the graphic for your pick there.
I hope Miller's watching.
It wasn't
if you
going
were
through the
watching,
TV,
my
I'll
man
just
ain't
tell you
ready to
that.
I
watch.
was like, wow, that's
No.
right through the center of that
No,
thing.
it was on the dissension. Is that the right word? It was on the decline. It was
It was descending.
descending.
Okay, I got you.
That was still a hell of a
Cracking
catch.
another
Here we
brew
go.
here.
Here we go. Come
Jim,
on.
that was a hell of a catch.
You got
I
Uber?
love this.
Kansas money line. BYU is the hot team. Not really. They're just the team that's undefeated. I think they're 4 in the playoff scenario.
Yeah, they're up there, top
They
6.
get a bye week, not just because it's their BYU bye. It's
Bayou.
they actually have a bye. That's intellectually disabled as well. Kansas.
The sharp money's all over
Kansas is the second best team in that conference, behind Kansas State.
I think they're better than Kansas State. I love Kansas State's brand of football. But
Wait.
Kansas just hasn't proved that
Who do
they're
you
that
like
good.
better?
I like Kansas. I like Kansas a lot.
Better than Kansas State?
I just don't think Kansas State is advertised. I don't think they're as good as we think they are. Or
Aren't
like
they
most
like-
people.
Aren't they like 3rd or 4th in the conference right now, though?
Yeah, but
I think
last year
they're the
they
best. I
last
think
year
they're
they
the
brought
best.
the hit stick in the run game, and they're not that team this year. And the sharp money's on Kansas, so I like your pick too. The smart money is betting Kansas this week.
I've heard a lot, and I feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon. So I'm a little skeptical, but I'm going to stay with it. Kansas.
Yeah, I like
Kansas.
it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have Kansas.
I'm going to jump in
7.5.
here because we have a valuable 50,000 subscriber or 5,000 subscriber challenge without
My phone died
videos.
too.
Why don't you subscribe to our channel? That'd be cool, right? He says the Browns will beat the Saints this weekend. We already talked about that.
Wrong.
Okay, I'm never right. He's laughing. And then the Browns will go on to beat the Steelers twice and lose to every other team.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Interesting.
And this is what's interesting.
Nah,
And,
he's just gonna have 100 yards in both games, and your Browns can
all right.
suck it.
He says, "What's everyone's Super Bowl prediction? Give me the Chiefs and the Lions."
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
Jorel's pick from back in the summer.
a year and a half ago. I got Lions -5 against the
down.
Chiefs to lose.
Slide out of the way there. There you go.
Lions -5 to the Chiefs, and they're gonna lose. The whole world's gonna be betting on the Lions because they're gonna steamroll everyone from here on out.
Lions -5. I can't predict that.
That's what I said a year and a half ago, that the Lions will be -5, America's team. The worst spread in football is -5. And the Chiefs, somehow Mahomes sticks it in you. J-Mo will fumble going in or something stupid.
Did Richie have any picks this week, Jimmy?
He did not.
Coward.
I just think he forgot probably more
It's a
than.
first down. I don't even want it to be
I
a
was
first
at
down.
a
but
funeral,
it is.
as you know.
Oh, I think he was at that funeral with you.
I didn't see him.
I didn't get invited to that. Oh, you didn't see Richie wasn't there? Oh, God damn it, Rich. Come on. You call off of work because of a funeral, and then you weren't there. That's not cool. Yeah, shame. All right.
That
I'm
was
going to do
Trader
this real quick.
Texas.
That's not cool using his cop-out.
Yeah.
Publicly announcing
I had to
it.
go to this funeral, and then you weren't there.
Clearly, that was like an African calling in for
well, if
malaria
he-
that doesn't have it.
Okay, so I got the Brinkos -2.5. I think we already talked about all these. Brinkos 2.5. I talked about that. Ravens -3.
Wow,
Talked about that.
Is this you?
This is me.
It's respectable.
You like it?
No, I'm a Steelers fan. No,
Am I the new white Sharpie? Jarrell?
No, it makes
Come on.
sense.
Come on, Jarrell. Give me some title here.
The smart money's
How about
on
the
the
Browns
Steelers.
money line? You like that? At plus or minus one?
You
minus
changed
107.
you changed my pick to the Browns. I'm changing
Yeah,
my
that's right. I
Facebook.
argue
If you
for
guys
that.
have found my Facebook, it's going to
Yeah,
say
these are
Browns
all
tomorrow.
I
winners.
believe
by the way.
Jorel is
All
calling you
winners.
the sharp donkey. I don't know what that means.
Right.
The Brown Sharpie.
How about the Bengals? Plus
brown
110? You like
donkey.
that? That's okay. That's all
I
right.
don't love it, but I'm riding it too, man.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that
you're
one.
loving it. You're
I
loving
like
all
that one.
these. I'm gonna give you one more. This is a teaser, 7 points. This is a 2-unit teaser pick. Gosh, dang it! I'm gonna take the Bengals 8.5. Titans laying. I'm sorry, the Texans laying 0.5 point, and the Lions
Jim.
laying 7.
Jim, didn't the Texans just play the Lions?
Yeah,
So bye.
I think that's.
Your team has no
stupid.
knee. Your team has 2 kneecaps. Nico Collins is.
I know.
He didn't play last week, so he's the
Man.
only guy in the game with kneecaps.
They don't call me the White Sharpie for nothing, Jarrell.
No, the Lions
And
curse.
maybe
man.
you
The
the
brown donkey.
the White Dullard.
The Brown donkey.
All right.
The Brown.
Let's,
The brown donkey. What else you got, Jimmy?
I said the White Dullard might have been you. That's the opposite of a White Sharpie.
You got to show up to a poker table with a hat that says the Brown donkey.
All right, we got to do some shout outs here, guys.
I
What
got a
about
big
trivia?
shout out.
What
I
about
got a
trivia
huge
this
shout
week,
out.
Jimmy?
Go ahead, Drew.
I got the
trivia.
most
God
important
damn it, you're
shout-out.
right. I always forget
That's
this.
3
I'm
weeks in
gonna
a
do
row.
it.
You
Are we going to
idiot.
answer
I
trivia?
can't
All
do
right.
it. I
You're,
can't do
you
it.
intellectually challenged?
I feel like a hard, if you want to call
That's
it that.
not cool.
So I think I'm right. I think it's the year the Redskins in the division sucked Bigfoot's D. And I think the Redskins scrapped it out that year with like 8 wins. I think they had 8 or 9 wins, and they won it.
I thought this was a totally
So I'm going 2020.
totally unfair question. I thought it was just ridiculous that somebody would ask when's the last time a team that we don't even
My
follow.
original thought was RG3.
My point is I can't believe somebody would ask this stupid ass question.
a good
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It challenges if you paid attention.
Yeah.
I think he's challenged.
Gotta
already.
pay
I think I'm
attention.
right, though.
I'm challenged, all right. Okay, so what year was the last time the Commanders, Commodes, Redskins, or Washington football team won their division?
2020 or 2019 when the whole division sucked Bigfoot's D.
Interesting. Okay. Oh,
That's my
wow.
guess.
Now, here's the trivia answers that we had here. Dom says 1985.
That's wrong.
kinda
You ever heard of the
throwing a guess.
1991
Prior to
Washington
his
Redskins?
birth.
And what about RG3?
Daryl, I was born in
Yeah,
1999,
but what about,
so no.
What about RG3 though?
That's fair.
Couldn't have been older than RG3.
Silk
I thought,
says,
It occurred to me when I was walking up.
2020.
I think it's 2019. No,
2020. As Oprah might
I
say.
feel like both of those are too soon, but you might be right.
no,
I-
I'm definitely close.
Again,
And
I don't
Dub
think
says-
this is a fair
That's RG3,
question.
right?
2014.
How would you even know how old he is, right?
No, but 14 was RG3,
that's what
right?
I was guessing. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
I was
how would
originally
anybody-
trying to think of that.
Why is this not a fair question?
It's ridiculous.
Well, it's a legitimate question. I asked
Oh,
what
yeah?
you're the one that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Jimmy.
Yeah, sure.
When's the last time?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The St. Louis Cardinals
Yeah.
won the division.
3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I was asking Jim, but regardless, you're both going to be wrong.
You're talking baseball?
Yeah.
I'd say probably 2019.
Okay. I'm going to guess you're wrong.
That's probably a safe bet because it's
Right.
1 out of 1,000.
That's my point.
Well, maybe
This is ridiculous.
Well, maybe you should know the fucking answers if you want to play the game.
Oh my God!
You're just not a football fan.
You couldn't
man.
answer my
Hey,
question.
listen, they don't call
Why
you the-
am I?
They don't call you the white dullard for nothing, D-Dub. The correct answer was 2020. By the way, Jorel got it right. So there is
Oh,
proof
it's
of
Alex Smith.
concept that that question was answerable. They won 7-9-0, and they
Oh, I'm
lost to the
dead
Bucks.
on.
And
The
it was,
year
it
that
was
the whole
Alex
division
Smith.
was dog shit. I thought they went 8-8 or 9-0 though, or 9 and whatever it is.
7 and 9.
Yeah. All right. So I think that solves that mystery. And
Just bring some Peronis or bourbon beers, and we're
what
ready
does
to
the rules
fuck.
say about this? Because it's like me and you. We can't really do
I
anything.
would think say me and you.
That means they have to
do
bring-
a Rochambeau.
No,
Is that what it is?
I think
Rochambeau?
so.
All right. I think that's fair.
or
okay.
no, they have to bring a bonus beer of bourbons or Peronis.
Incorrect.
JP
Well,
one.
I think because I'm usually
gotta buy 2
immune
beers.
from the Rochambeau.
I'm taking the frickin' mic.
All right, ready?
Rochambeau, that shit.
By the way, this is first time ever for the
I'm
numbers
so mad
guys.
that Pulisic didn't get us.
And Snoop says Buffalo versus Lions. I'm not sure what that means.
Buffalo versus Lions Super Bowl.
Here we go. Ready?
It's
Dude, Buffalo's losing this weekend, Snoop.
right.
Okay. Let's see. Can anybody see? Okay. Ready? Yeah. Oh, you got me one. You 1-1. Oh, you got me. You got me. I gotta buy the beer. You got me.
Whoa, whoa. That sounded just like Richie, too.
Jimmy,
All right, you got me.
it ain't so frickin' easy right now, is it?
My phone's dead,
I
so
never
I
said
can't
it was
see what the
easy.
chat's doing.
And wait, Stoop is over here tooting his own horn. You're like a regular fucking Rich over here. He says, "Shout out to myself for picking electoral within 310." We gave you credit, Snoop. We gave you credit for
We
that.
should have pounded when you guys a few weeks ago when Trump was at like minus 105. We should have pounded that shit. Actually,
Yeah,
when
we
we
should've.
first started talking about it, Harris was the favorite. We should have
I
pounded
mean,
that
it was
shit.
kind of a no-brainer. And
If Trump didn't win it, then it's fucking rigged. The whole country understands that the last 3 years were dog shit.
Was it bad?
No, not
I
at all.
don't think it was that
no,
bad.
it was great.
Just
Okay.
the worst in human
Yeah,
history.
if you look at the stock market. I
Oh,
don't
can I
think
shout out
that's
now?
true.
Jorel, yeah, you got a shout out.
Stock market was pretty
Shout out to fucking Laisha Petree. She's graduating this week with her executive masters. She's going to play for 3 professional teams this year. She just signed in Greece. She flies out tomorrow. Every time I come on here, I'm shouting out my niece because she just keeps getting better.
Shout out.
WNBA soon. Get it, Laisha. That's the only shout out I need.
All righty.
My niece. Baller.
I'm gonna shout out my mother at
Oh,
The Perfect Piece.
the perfect piece with the. You want it one more time?
With the flag.
Don't forget. Look in the comments below, or not the comments, the video. That's
flag.
fucking cool, man.
Actually, can I give a shout out to the girlfriend too? Because these cookies
Oh
are
yeah,
fire.
that was next. Yeah,
Yeah.
Elizabeth was getting a shout out for the cookies.
Get this recipe.
I got an anti shout out for BetMGM because I have $12.50 in casino bonuses, and it says bet $12.50, and then whatever winnings is yours. And I've currently just bet $30, and I'm still at like $13 now of the bonus bets, and it won't give it to me. It still says bet
bullshit.
$12.50.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? I don't understand.
Reverse.
I don't understand, Dom.
So I've been sitting
Reverse.
here. This is what I've been doing on my phone. It says wager $12.50 on casino. I've wagered probably $35 on casino of this free bet, and
What's the percentage though? It might be only 10% of a bet.
well, that's what I looked at, and some of them were. So the first I bet, I think it was $11 total on blackjack, which is 11 or 10%, and then Roulette's 20%. I bet 15 on that, brought 15 back, and then slots are 100%. And I know I bet $14 on slots.
It might be delayed.
And I don't know. It's
Might be delayed.
the bonus is still there. Now it's more, and it's still grinding my gears. Yeah. Here.
You don't really grind.
Is that MGM?
Yeah, 100%, 20%, 10%.
They have a very besides Caesars like
It
MGM.
says I've only wagered $1. Yeah, it
Yeah.
says I've only wagered $1 so far.
Fuck them. You want me to go over there and threaten them?
I used
Yeah,
to be
you
a
should.
borderline hammer at Harrah's with Caesars when I was going to Vegas all the time. I should probably get back on those boys because I want to go over to Casino Windsor because it's Harrah's now, and I want to.
They still allow you in over there?
Yeah, I never got in any no trouble.
Oh.
I don't get no trouble.
I know they're pretty strict at who they allow in the border now.
I went last week.
Yeah, they want people like me in their country. They want
Caesars gets
real
you
men.
because if you don't know the exchange rate, you think you're up a lot, and then you have like 400 Canadian, and it's
Until
like
you grew up-
$160.
Until you grew up in our age, we used to go over there and get fucking 2-1 on our money.
Oh,
I used to
yeah.
go there with like 180 and have 3 buy-ins at poker. I used to love it.
Dude, there's been a lot of. Never mind. I'm gonna
The
skip
Canadian
this.
dollar, we used to get so much more money though, Dom, when we used to cross that border. Back then, we used to get so much more, and
Do
I
you
used to
remember
love
that?
it.
You like give them $100 and you have like 200.
Can I
bunch
tell
of toonies and
a
shit?
story? I'll
It's
get
like,
it done
wow.
in maybe a minute or two.
Yeah, of course. You get,
So one of
floor
my
is
best
yours,
friends,
bro.
Derek, we're up at Central, drunk college kids, and his brother, just party animal, right? All of a sudden, and this is back like in 04. This is exactly 04, maybe 05, where like texting wasn't much of a thing. T9 texting was it, right? I think we were on Nextel still, maybe just after Nextels. So we're getting this text from his older brother. He's in Windsor, Canada.
Okay.
They're good card players. Randy, great card player. This is my best friend's older brother, 4 years older than us. His best friend, great card player. They go over there with like $600, right? I think they get $900 or whatever it was at the time. And got a text like 2 days later. I got $10,000 on North Carolina to beat Michigan State. So this is when Michigan State rallied, right? Did you catch it? Mossed it. Madden rating up. Daryl's QB rating is just plummeting.
Actually, it's perfect
That
right
wasn't
now.
anywhere near.
That was actually a back of the end zone fade. That wasn't bad. That was a damn good catch,
Pretty
though.
good catch.
That was a really good
it's
catch.
Fucking, it's shooting everywhere.
So
now.
how cool! This is one of the coolest gambling stories I have. So we get a text. I got $10,000 on North Carolina, and we're like, I'm looking at Derek and his older brother. Like, Randy don't have $10,000. What a liar! Like, he's like, no, you guys got to come down to my penthouse, this and that. We're like, penthouse, yeah, right. So we're in the middle of the Michigan State rallies. I was actually at that corner where the couch got lit on fire, all that. I was on that corner.
Oh, I remember that?
Yes.
I love that. That's
So
one of the big
Randy
stories.
actually had $10,000 on this game. So the next day when we're all sobered up because we're all hammered, he goes, why aren't you guys here? So we get down there. He was up like, him and his partner were up like, I think 30 grand at this point. And they had the $10,000 bet was one of the big bets. Long story short, they keep winning. They got this penthouse in downtown Windsor. They went over like $1.5 million off $600. There were 2 broke ass, like,
Wow.
we were freshmen in college. So these would have been guys 4 years out of high school, right? 5 years out of high school. Didn't have much money. Hard workers had like whatever, like a hard worker would, like a little bit of money in the bank, whatever.
Yeah, like $1,000.
$600 is what they went with. Lou had $400, Randy had $200. It turned into whatever, $900 in Canadian. Kept winning. Got in bigger games, winning. They ended up leaving there with like $1.8 million and like a red carpet to the city. So cool. They went and bought 3 pizza chains in West Virginia, and the story's written.
What
Off
pizza chain?
$600. I don't remember.
All
Or
right,
they might have created their own, but how cool.
I'm gonna ask for one quick story. What about that time that you got the phone number from the chick with the dick?
Oh,
You
do
wanna
you
tell
really
that
got to
story?
tell this story? Okay, I will tell the story.
Just say, I mean, you don't have to tell if you don't want to, but
No, it's a good story and it's worth laughing about. So, man, you just really
You
did
never
this to me.
wanna
But it's
hang
a
out
great
with us
story,
ever
so
again.
anyone that's listening will laugh, and I'm not that embarrassed to tell it. So, when I lived in California,
lapse in judgment.
I lived in the nicest skyrise in Orange County, right? And we used to, I'll tell it just like I told you guys. My friends used to laugh, like my dog would have to go out to pee, right? And any of my friends that would come and stay with me would be like, can I take the dog out? Because if you just ride the elevator, you'd run into some model. Like, the best the hottest chicks ever, right?
Yeah.
Well, there was this tall chick, hot as fuck, but always had the big glasses.
Slightly hairy.
No, she wasn't hairy.
Oh, she wasn't hairy?
No.
Okay, all right.
No, she had the big dog.
Oh, okay.
The big dong.
So yeah,
She had the
maybe,
big dog.
maybe.
You could see something through
So
his skirt, but
anyways-
you weren't quite sold on that.
So like the whole place is like, and I feel bad for ruining this for her. Hit, whatever it is. So finally, I've been like trying to work my way in. Like, how can I, Teddy? Why aren't you hollering at the big dog? Like my dog would never go over there and talk. Like trying to find my way in. I'm talking like when you look at a female from 30 yards, dime. Probably like 6 foot dime, like a 6 foot dime. Maybe no, she was shorter than me. 5'11" dime, stacked, right?
Okay.
All of us 20-year-old guys at this time, everyone in the Skyrim was like, who the fuck is this chick? She's a dime. Why isn't nobody getting her? So finally I get the number. I forget what it was, conversation, whatever, get the number. This is unbelievable. So at the time it was called Voxer. It was Nextel Radio, but as an app, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I worked in Mexico. I lived basically borderline lived in Mexico, was radio and everyone. So I get up to my room, I'm like, my roommate at the time, I'm like, I got her number. I was like, I got her number. He was like so excited for me, right? So I was like, it's got to be some type of model. I'm like, oh, no. What happened is on Voxer, it showed me the first and last name. So I'm like, okay, got her last name. Got to be some type of model.
And it's Joe.
It was, no, you guys can look her up. You guys will laugh about this because you guys can look her
I'm
up.
not
So,
going to do that. No.
but I'm like, I got her number because Voxer showed me the last name.
Okay.
So I Google it. I'm like, gotta be some big model. Like everybody in this building's a fucking, like everyone in this building that we lived in was like premier. I'm talking like porn stars, models, like people you can name live. Kobe had a apartment in this building.
Stormy Daniels. was
Swear
there.
on my life.
Yeah.
So Kobe had one of the penthouses. So look it up, Claudia Suarez, right? So I'm like this. I'm looking at my phone and my face went from so excited to. And one of my best friends looking at me like, what's wrong? I was like, I got a dude's number. Exactly how I said it to him. I was like, I got a dude's number. And he looked at me. He's like, how? I was like, that's a dude. First tranny or whatever she got kicked off America's Top Model for being a dude.
Oh, wow.
Like Tyra Banks show, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but she's so filthy rich, everything was done perfectly, right?
That was, yeah.
So I was like, literally,
just
like,
right.
I just got a dude's number. And then I showed it to him. And he's like, damn, it makes sense. And he's like, actually, we should be smarter than that. Like, he looked at me like, me and you should be smarter than this because we've been bouncing all over LA and Orange County and Vegas.
Right. Like, you should be able to recognize when a chick has a
But
dick.
there,
Yeah.
but it was like whatever the amount of surgery is, no Adam's apple, nothing. Like,
Oh, no. 'Cause
but the
that's
hands were
usually a dead
big.
giveaway, right?
The hands were a dead giveaway big, but a lot of I've been in LA. Like the tall models are dimes.
Sure,
like,
yeah. Big hands.
You gotta be like 6 foot to do runway, anyways.
Yeah. Mrs.
So I'm
Midwest
thinking-
has big hands.
And all of us in this community are like, "Who's this chick?" So I finally got her. But then it was a dude's number. So thanks, Jim, for embarrassing me tonight.
How far did you go?
No, after the dude's number, I was just like, yeah.
I thought you might have continued to pursue it.
I'm not a piece of shit. Like I still was friends, and I almost went and worked for them. They wanted me to do a liaison for gold stuff because I was a gold expert, and but the hollering was done immediately. Obviously,
Yeah.
2 weeks later, we seen the little trust fund druggie kid that had a bunch of money in our thing floating around with it in the hot tub. So it was kind of funny. But yeah,
Floating around with it.
Claudia, if I
Okay.
disrespected, you were
Yeah, no
cool,
offense,
but I don't.
Claudia.
I just was pissed off because I don't swing that way. So
No, I'd be pissed off too. Ask Eddie Murphy.
yeah, I
He's
got
been
a
down
worse
there,
story
remember?
about one of my friends, but I'm not going to tell that one on air. He's kind of famous too, so
Well, I'll
it's
tell you
kind of
what,
embarrassing
I'm gonna be pissed off when the commies lose this game here.
when they backdoor us.
Well, we'll see.
I need this money line.
I think I said take the Eagles. Okay. I'm going to catch up on the chat.
Can't believe you just made me tell that story.
One last time.
It's a good story, though.
It was a
is.
funny story. No,
it's an
that's
honest story.
harmless.
It's an honest mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sober the
Next
whole way.
thing you know,
Maybe it, like high on weed a little bit at the time,
just a
but like
slight high
But
occasionally.
every male in that building thought, "Who is this dime?" Because it was
Right.
perfect surgery.
Yeah. The next thing you know, she's got a fucking dong.
And then the next thing you know, Google says, "Go fuck yourself."
Stop hitting on her. She has a penis. And 5,000 subscribers without videos challenge says Jorel gets it. Trump was obviously going to win. Yeah, I think we agree with that.
So was
And,
he last election?
He would have bet his life savings and his house on it. I don't know if I would have done that much, but yeah, I think we all thought.
Can I add to that real quick?
Yeah.
I have a friend that does he does investigation for the Republican Party on voter fraud, right? And he told me that Michigan was legit. They couldn't find nothing. So, like, the way this election panned out, I'm one of these assholes on the internet saying that the election was rigged, blah, 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 right? I'm starting to backtrack on that and think that, like, the system is decently good and that many people hated Trump that bad that they, damn it, in Washington gets stamped.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think that the last
Saquon.
election could be legit. As weird as that sounds. I know Michigan was legit. I know this. This is coming from someone from the Republican Party studying the Democrats for cheating. And they couldn't find nothing, he told me.
Okay.
So it's really weird to me.
We're trying to
close it out.
No, we're just trying to avoid political conversations here anymore. After last week, when I was championing the Proud Boys as a good place to be. So.
Yeah, that was not good.
You see what they did to Bosa for wearing his Trump hat? That's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Miss. Oh.
Snoop says 18 million votes disappeared from 2020. I heard that. And then he says Michelle Obama talking about the
Big Mike.
Maybe that was Big Mike that you were encountered in that elevator.
Big Mike.
You think?
Who's Big Mike?
Come on, you don't know that?
You don't know who Big Mike is?
No.
Really? We're not going to tell you. We're going to let you figure that one out.
Yeah, you found it out on your own.
Joanne Rivers got killed for Big Mike.
Who?
Joanne Rivers got killed for Big Mike. That's a really good tip.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, my Mike? You never heard him say my Mike? I can't even. One of my good friends is the #1 Obama impersonator in the world, and he hates when I talk about this. He hates it.
Oh, isn't like the Big Mike thing?
No, he don't believe it, and it's so true.
It's pretty obvious,
Jordan Rivers got
actually.
killed for it. He still don't know.
Now, what?
Dom, do you know? You know who Big Mike is. As a young stunner, you don't know who Big Mike is. Wow. I guess, Jim, me and you are the weirdos around here.
We're the fake news.
Hey, we won't talk about it. Yeah, we are the fake news.
We're the fake news. And then 5,000 subscribers without videos challenge says laughing his ass off. Snoop says hands like VW. He says you're a Volkswagen. I'm not sure what. I don't understand. Maybe yeah, that's what Snoop says. Hands like VW. And then he's coming next week to tell some stories to make your skin crawl. Snoop, you're welcome anytime.
Not next week though. Not next week. We got a full show next week.
Yeah, we do have a full show next week. Did you give a shout out?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Dom, you give a shout out?
Yep.
You did.
And an anti-shout out.
Okay.
That was like 30 minutes ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, we've been on this for a while.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. It's almost going on 4 hours, buddy.
Wow.
It's going on 4 hours.
Can I have I don't know, 45 seconds?
You can have all the time you like.
You said that to Jorel a few
30
you
minutes ago. You may not take full advantage of it.
Shout out to my boy Trader Tex.
Oh yes, sorry about your loss, Tex.
Lost his father.
Yeah, sorry
I was
about
at the memorial today. Although I will say that it was, 6 months ago that he died.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I mourned back then. I'm not going to get too worked up about it now. But the guy was a great guy. He was a counselor at my junior high, and my one of my best friends' father, and he was. If you know Trader Tex,
I do. I know
a little
him well.
bit. He's you can tell he's a pretty bright guy.
Oh, you're talking about the Ike Superstar?
No, different guy.
Okay.
He's a pretty bright guy. His dad was his mom's very smart, and his dad was very bright guy, but he never rubbed it in your face. He always was.
Humble
guy that just never, made you feel like he was better than you in any which way. So, shout out to him.
I like those kind of people. Those are my favorite kind of people. They'll give you some knowledge, but they don't got to cram it down your throat.
Yeah, and then shout out to my son, Holden, who's he's getting ready for JV basketball. So shout out to him.
Nice.
It's a lot of work. It's a big commitment. You take it for granted, 7th, 8th grade, and all of a sudden it's JV, and it's time to. It's a lot of work. It's like 3-4 months where you're just got to show up every day to practice, and so.
If I can give him some advice too, because you're in a field that's bigger than what you're used to. know your job. What does the coach ask of you, and maximize your job and keep getting better at it, because that's the best way to get the most time and everything too. So I hope you ball out.
So shout out to him.
All right.
Jorel.
I have everybody in the chat that
Two
stuck
down
around
here.
for almost 4 hours. I have Big D, my oldest boy, and also Jorel for sticking around for 4 hours. That's a shout out there. I have all the new people in the chat. It was great to see 5,000 subscribers without videos challenge. And also Angela.
Shout out.
Thanks for chiming in.
We're gonna gotta get her out here singing for you guys. She's a stud.
Yeah.
That what she does
Is she
for
a dude though?
living?
Because I mean that
No,
you have
but
a check
she
it past.
did. She had a band and was singing and stuff. I don't think she's making money doing it now. She might be, but she's talented.
Okay.
Very talented.
Well, Angela, you're welcome to join the 75 viewers that'll watch us
Shout out.
anytime. Also, my who else do I got? I got my beautiful wife, of course,
Shout out.
and
How about
my beautiful
Dom's,
mother-in-law,
Dom's mom?
Dom's mom. Oh yeah. Shout out to Miss M.
Perfect Pieces?
The Perfect Piece, as the Facebook group
and
is
Dom's
called.
girlfriend, because these cookies are fire.
Dude, that was also coming too.
Pretty
She's
tough
on
to
fire.
beat those ones. Is that something she does professionally?
God,
or,
they were really good.
It is really
When I
tough to
texted
beat
her
those.
and said you guys like these cookies.
Oh my
she
gosh.
said maybe
I'm
I
not-
should open
those
a big
are-
shop, and I said
Those
yeah,
are
go for it.
4.8 out of 5. Like those are tough to
fucking
beat.
awesome.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's one left.
Crumble.
I can't imagine
You guys
if
can fight for it.
If it was hot coming out of the oven.
Oh, imagine
Yeah, that's
that.
what I'm saying. It's a
With that
5 if it comes out of the oven.
Chocolate
I can't
melting?
imagine.
Yeah, they're so good.
Crumble, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, those cookies.
Right.
I think
Dom's girl's got it.
I think I've made these cookies before.
Have you?
Do they have syrup in them? Ask her
No.
if they have syrup
They
in them.
don't.
Okay.
All right.
They got salt on them.
I like that. I like salt.
I never thought about
High blood
salt.
pressure. Woo woo.
Whoa. Also, Rich and Tones,
Shout
we
out.
miss you guys, and that's going to end it. We'll be back here, though. We will be back here.
Yeah,
I
you
think.
guys can clearly go fuck yourselves.
Is this a
the end of the
4-hour
show.
Rich
show?
and Tones. This might be the longest. It's going on 4. We'll be back next week, 7 p.m. See you guys. Oop, gotta hit the right button.
Just under 4 hours.
Damn, I don't know how we extended so hard. We got in some topics. that
Hey, we go
not
off
get
the
on.
rails sometimes.
Yeah.
With you getting dudes' numbers.
That's a good story.
That was a good story. Share
So
it.
good start. Leave the mics on. You fucking met some guy in an elevator?
Hey,
No, that
Hoping
was
to
an
bag 'em.
elevator meeting. That was everybody wants.
it wasn't like he was,
I was
trolling for
I don't know this guy. That's a dude.
I gotta cut him.